channel. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day full of fantastic things. And as always, and if you cannot tell by my awesome t-shirt, I think it's awesome. Today was COD Next, and it talked about everything that was coming to Modern Warfare 3. You'll see in this video, which by the way, there will be a few cuts in the video. I wanted to do a full-on reaction to the whole COD Next live event that just took place. However, there were breaks in between, I should say. I can't talk. I'm so excited because there's a lot in here. And at the end of the video, I'm going to share with you my thoughts on some of them. And I'll definitely be doing some shorts later on about the content and things like that for individual things. But anyway, I digress. The event, I'm going to go ahead and say, it actually was impressive. And there's going to be a few cuts because there were breaks in between each thing we go through. Multiplayer is first, then zombies is next. I do have some thoughts on zombies. And then there was Warzone, and then there was Warzone Mobile. So there are breaks in between. So there were breaks in between. So you will see a few cuts in here, and I will say that the video. The video on their end froze. The live stream froze for a little bit. So you will have you will see a little cut there. So I do want to go ahead and apologize for that. But anyway, here you go. Here is my live reaction to everything. I'm going to try to put this into chapters if I can, because it sometimes doesn't work. Then I always have trouble with it. I don't know why, but I do. If it doesn't, then you can just, if you just want to see certain things, you can just go ahead and just slide. But I will try to put chapters in there. But anyway, here you go. Here's my live reaction to everything. And yeah, here's my live reaction. I don't know what else to say. I'm really excited because I want to get to the end of the video, film that, because I got some things I want to talk about. So anyway, I'm going to send you guys over there, okay? 1, 2, 3, and go. Okay, here we go. I'm ready. We only got 10 minutes left. I got my tea here. I'm ready. I'm ready for COD Next. I'm looking forward to the new merch. I need that mug for my tea. I need that mug for my tea. Let's go. I've got to get that mug for my tea. Let's go. Let's go. I'm ready for this. The most exciting thing that I'm looking forward to is probably zombies in Warzone. And there's a few things about multiplayer I want to see more of. So it's going to be very interesting, I think, just to see how it all works out. I do. I think it's going to be interesting. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm going ahead. 1. Let's go, COD Next. Let's go. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Okay. Oh, this is cool. They were starting off with some of the original stuff. Wow, after 20 years. I was wondering if they would touch on the 20-year thing. Wow. Can y'all imagine it's been 20 years since Call of Duty? I can't imagine. It's been basically playing this game for 20 years of my life. Wow. Wow. This trailer was sick. Call of Duty does not disappoint with their trailers, okay? They make anything look good. This is why we all get hyped up for it. They do so well at that. And this trailer was amazing. And I liked how it gave us a little bit of everything. It gave us a little bit of everything. And the skins. I want the one with the gold. I want the one with gold. I'm already saying it. I'm already saying it. Okay, Wilson's back. Wilson's back. And I wonder if that's going to be some of the new camo challenges that are coming our way. The new mastery camos. There's also a nuke returning, by the way. Nuke is returning in this Modern Warfare 3. And I think it's never should. You're a slow canceling. Let's go. Movement. Movement. Ah. visuals are better in this game. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I hope they're better. The movement in this thing looks great. Oh, I want that. That's cool. Y'all know I love comic books. Ah, there's a comic book feel to it. Wow. November 10th. I will be playing the beta.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to
Hello,
Call of Duty
I'm ready.
Next. We have an action-packed day in store for you with gameplay and game details for Modern Warfare 3, Call of Duty Warzone, and Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. There are over 250 creators
we love
behind
butters
us
on this channel.
ready to
We love
dive
butters.
into these games, and we're so excited to be here with you today to unveil the future of Call of Duty.
I can't
I'm
wait.
Boy, your host
I
for
honestly
today,
can't wait.
alongside the one and only Stephanie Snowden. You may know her
Stephanie
as the
Alex, let's go.
Communications Director, and we are thrilled to go into what's going to be upcoming for the 20th year of Call of Duty.
I
which
honestly,
is
again, I can't
bonkers.
believe
It's a little bit
20
younger than
years.
us.
Yes.
Just a little bit.
Just a touch. Thank you so much for not revealing my age.
Oh, you're quite welcome. We don't do that here. It's a safe place. Thank you. I'm thrilled to be here. It is an electric atmosphere. It's absolutely incredible. And I am so ready to talk about Call of Duty.
I'm ready
It's an
too,
entire
girl.
Calendar year
I'm ready
of us
too.
saying, next. Well, guess what? That starts today. We're here to
I
talk
wanna
about
see what's
Modern Warfare
next.
3, and we're going to be getting into gameplay
wanna see what's
very
next.
soon. But we have some amazing guests coming in from the studios. I can't wait.
Yeah, that's right. We also
I
have some awesome
am
viewership rewards
interested
as well for
in
people
the
to watch at home.
gameplay.
Isn't that right, Steph?
That's the
It's
thing,
true.
right?
Make
That's
sure
what
you're
we all
dialed in
want
on
to
the
see is
broadcast here,
gameplay.
COD Next,
How it's
because
going
you
to
will have a
run.
chance
It
to
reminds
unlock
me
in-game
of
rewards
Black
for
Ops
Modern Warfare
4.
3 just for watching this
That's
stream
what it
on the
reminds me
official
of
Call
so
of Duty
far,
or
and
Twitch,
I'm not mad about
YouTube
that. I'm not
channels.
mad
Take
about
a look
that.
and chat on either of these streams for more details for your chance to earn some of the
Not mad
awesome
about
loot
that.
on the screen. I want that weapon charm.
Yeah, that's right. So make sure you go out there.
Turn my
Watch
phone
it.
on.
I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
there's no reason for you not to, but
Maybe I need to turn my
we've got
phone
some
on.
good stuff coming up on the horizon. But Steph, what do we have coming
Might
up
as well.
first? This is one I'm very excited about.
Yes,
personally.
we are diving straight into Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer. Joining us now, the multiplayer
y'all
team
know
from
I'm
Sledgehammer
predominantly
Games.
a
Adam Iskov,
multiplayer
Senior
girl.
Development Director, Greg Reisdorf,
I'm
multiplayer
predominantly
creative
multiplayer.
director, and Kim Ligon, development director.
I
Guys,
do play Warzone,
welcome.
but I stepped away from
I am
Warzone.
so stoked to
We'll
talk
get
about
into
your
that in
game.
a little while.
We're
Great to be
where do we
But
even start, you know?
I'm
I have an
excited about what is to
Yeah, we have, a
come.
run of show. We have a direction that we're going to go in, thankfully.
Okay,
but,
gameplay
guys, this
pictures.
has
Good.
To feel
Okay,
very
let's see what they
freeing. It
say.
has to feel
Let's see
like,
what they say.
like now you're going to be able to talk about this thing that you've been working on for so long.
Movement!
Here, and you're
I
gonna
told you
also have
guys
these
they were
incredible
going to-
creators playing it all in real time.
Yeah, it's wonderful to be here.
I
It's
told you
wonderful to
guys
have
they
all the
were going
creators
to
being
be
able to play,
focusing
give us
on movement
feedback on
throughout
the
this
game
whole
right
entire
away,
thing. Movement
and
has
have
their
everybody
own
play beta
section
tomorrow.
right
It's
down
gonna be
there.
great.
Jump right
That's
into
so
beta
funny.
tomorrow, folks. We'll be talking
That's so
about that more
funny.
later to remind you. But we're going to get straight into gameplay for the folks behind us. But before we do, Greg, can you give us a top line of what the community can really expect in the multiplayer experience for Modern Warfare 3?
We have one of the greatest sets of launch maps ever coming to the game, and we've taken these maps and we've really revitalized
So
them
they're
and
going to maps
modernized them
first.
with the latest in visuals, audio, effects,
The
as
maps
well as
do look
gameplay
impressive.
coming to-
They are
coming to bat on
remakes,
those. And
but,
it's just fantastic to have them.
They
We
are.
also have
They
a
look
ton of
good
new
though.
mechanics
They're
coming
good
into the game
remakes.
around
They look
movement,
like it.
around
We'll
being able
see.
to be responsive in
They
the
look
moment
good.
in that combat. And we have the
Dr. Lupo.
largest set of weapons ever in Modern Warfare in multiplayer.
Yeah, with carry forward from Modern Warfare 2, of course, you're going to be taking your inventories with you.
I
We're
do like that
reminding
they're
people
taking,
throughout the day,
and that's
but
even the
with
regular
that
game. That's
largest
not
weapon
just
slate
a Warzone.
coming
It's
to
the regular
multiplayer
game.
in
You'll be
Modern
you'll be
Warfare
able to
3. Very
carry
exciting.
everything
Very exciting
over,
stuff.
and that's
Yeah.
good. That's
I'm
good. I
looking
think
forward to seeing,
Call
as
of
soon
Duty
as our,
should do that with
gamers
every
all
game.
just decided to like load up and get into the action. It's going to be really pumped. We're going to be all really pumped to just see it because I had a chance to play it. And I really did enjoy it. I really did enjoy it.
I hope
so,
it's
I mean,
good.
Credit to you guys for making
I
something
hope
that
it's
is,
good.
not just
I hope it's good.
fun, but also brings back a very familiar feeling for old
Mm-hmm.
heads like myself that
No. No, don't mess up. We'll never know what he said.
A few moments later.
Here we go.
And,
We're back
as it
now.
stands right now, I
They're
mean, we
going
have
to.
all
We're
these
going. They're
incredible
highlighting
creators
and
that
showing
are
everybody that's
participating
playing
in
it.
this.
Oh,
And
that
you know
was
that they're
so
loving every minute of it.
great.
Playing some kill confirm with the
Let's
homies always a good time.
go.
Yeah, I think we want to start off with talking about
Wow.
maps. There's
Yes.
so much to talk about, but let's start small for today.
Oh,
We're gonna be
movement,
playing 5 maps
movement,
here,
Queen's
and
back.
those are the 5
Movement,
multiplayer
Queen's
Core
back. Let's
66
go.
maps
Wow,
that
I
are in
love
beta.
moving. I
Greg, you
love
wanna take us through,
outmaneuvering your
what we're
opponent. I
gonna
love
see?
that about
Yeah,
Call
of
of
course.
Duty.
Well, right now we're watching a little bit of Skid Row, and that is, a great map. To have in the
Iconic.
back. We have
Oh, and
here,
Rust is
and
one of the
again,
ones I'm
Rust
looking
is-
forward to.
There's so much happening in these
Rust
maps.
is one of the ones I'm
and,
looking forward to.
Adam, what else are we going to have in the beta?
Well,
We have
so-
There's
so many-
Favela.
As Stephanie
Yes.
mentioned, today we're playing 5 of the 16 core 6v6s that we're launching on day 1 with Modern Warfare 3. So we're talking Favela, Estate, Rust, Skid Row, High Rise.
Yeah.
all
High
of
Rise.
which
Okay,
are
we'll be able to
stone
play
cold
some
classics
High Rise.
that,
All right,
we've
let's go
modernized
in this
to,
beta.
accommodate the Modern Warfare 3
The maps that
updated
the
player
creators
mechanics and
at this
movement
place
and
is
gameplay
playing
and
at
feel.
COD Next is
So,
playing
really
the
excited
maps
to get a
on.
little taste of what's going to be in the beta.
what's
and then,
he doing?
Give players some excitement around what's launching on day 1.
He's
really,
trying to show off movement.
fun
Let's
for me,
go.
as I had mentioned
Let's go.
previously, having played
That's
and
so funny.
competed way back in the day in Modern Warfare 2 and
That's so
stuff,
funny.
and seeing these maps
But
return again.
these are the
I
maps.
look
They're
at
playing on the
Favela and
maps
I
that
remember,
will be
a long
available
time
on the
ago,
beta.
And Clayster
They
eliminated
will.
me from a Game Battles tournament and absolutely bopped me in the middle.
Okay,
in front
so
of all
we
my
can
friends.
already
He
see
doesn't
from this
remember
right
it, but I
here.
remember
You're
it
going
for
to
the
be
rest
able
of
to
my
get
life.
through the
Favela
doors, and not only
Favela holds a
that,
special place in my heart.
I
the
think the
environment
coolest thing for
will
me
have
is
places
dropping
like
into a brand new set of
like
maps,
there
but
that
having
you can
enough
break through the
familiarity. I know
walls,
right where I
maybe.
am, right?
Kind of like
But
Vanguard
a
did.
lot of,
That's cool.
A lot
Okay.
of what we've done and what we're going to see today.
I
are
did
these
like that about
great
Vanguard. I like
sledgehammer
that.
touches that you guys have brought to these maps, made modern for Modern Warfare 3.
That's right. We've stayed true to the original level design and layout of the original maps. So if you remember some sweet spots, some lines of sight
Ooh,
from
I
the
like
originals, those are still going
that.
to be there. But we've also made some
I
adjustments
like that.
to just make them feel
Now
better
the
for Modern
108,
Warfare 3's
150
player movement
HP,
and-
by
and
the
weapon
way,
feel, and,
is
we feel
not
like it's a really
going to.
happy medium
Whoa!
balance between the two.
You can
Here's
walk
my
right
personal
there.
favorite, Kim.
Agreed.
Don't look
I will
down.
talk to you about this fellow high-rise stands. We're gonna
Wow!
I know you're
Wow!
back here.
Wow!
I see players are already figuring out some of the Easter eggs
Ooh.
of the original maps of how to get back into it.
Oh yeah, well there was only one way to try and take over
Now the
Bombsite and
150
SMD. You had to hit the
HP
little
is
catwalk
for
on the opening of the
Warzone.
map.
It is
Yeah.
not for multiplayer,
Everybody
by the way.
yesterday, I
Is
saw all
not.
the traders at the
It's
red
not.
carpet event. They're all like, I'm sniping off the map. I'm sniping off the ladder on
Yeah.
high res. Watch me. I'm a 360 off it. I'm like, oh, here we go. We're already there.
So good.
It was so important to us to keep all of those
360.
opening moves that you
I've
remember
done
from
a
back
few
in the day,
360s.
and being able to have
It's-
those in the
it's
game,
hard
but
to do.
also have this
It's hard to do.
modernization of the movement. How we're able to work with the high mantles.
I
in the
li-
game
I'm
now,
liking
like
the
all of this
movement.
stuff that
I
we're
like to
watching
see
in high res.
maybe
You
some
can
more
now
sliding.
Go over a lot of
I
this
like
with
the
mantles, and you
shooting,
can
by
go
the way.
over, like,
The
you can slide
recoil
cancel,
in
you
this
can do
thing.
all
They
of that.
gave us a little tidbit last night. A little leak came out. It looks good.
Maybe
It looks
some
really
complexity
good.
with the slide canceling and stuff like that, like trying to ensure that the maps don't get just completely like turned upside down on its head.
It does, and one of the things
I
about
love
these
the
maps
way
is these
this
maps
looks
were
so
made,
far. Oh my goodness.
14 years
Movement,
ago, like,
recoil,
and to have that,
everything.
like,
This is
we
the
had to
way it
make
should
them
have
ready to
been
go for
in Modern
2023,
Warfare 2.
right? We've
So
added
far,
that
what I'm
modernization to
seeing
them.
so
like,
far. And
to
this
what-
is live
in respect to
gameplay,
what our
so-
Call of Duty
Game design
fans-
changed a lot in those
Right,
years.
Yeah, it is, and you have to bring everything up to the standard of today. And when we've gone through and we've maintained a lot of that within these maps, and there's a few places where we've had to make exceptions for that, but for the most part, like you can go in, those lines of sights that were there are still there, and you're gonna have fun. You're gonna be able to do those opening moves, those opening snipe shots, especially in high rise, just off the
course.
bat.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And keeping that conversation going, what are the maps like? Because I know that there's going to be more down the line.
I feel like some of
for sure.
those
So-
posters that they walk,
Yeah.
walk
in
past
addition
for
to these
Easter
five that we're
eggs.
playing today,
I can't wait
day
to see.
one on launch, we're gonna get the rest of the 16 OGs from 2009. So
Okay.
so we're talking Karachi, Invasion, Afghan,
Afghan,
Skid Row,
all right.
Maybe just scrap?
sub base, rundown. Yeah, like it's all there and on and
Okay.
on.
Oh, we got
So,
the
like,
scrap.
Yeah, so
Scrapyard. Oh,
we're
yeah,
super
Scrapyard.
excited
Come
to be
on now.
bringing those. And in addition to those OGs, we have some new ground war maps that we're launching too. So we have
Ground war
three
maps,
ground war
okay.
maps that are brand new, which is the the traditional like 32v32 vehicle gameplay.
back.
Yeah,
Yes.
so that's going to be an awesome.
I do like
ground.
ground war. I
alternative for
did
people
not
if they
like
wanna
it in
take a
this
break from
Modern Warfare
6v6 or
2,
just
though.
mash it
So
up.
Like,
maybe
wanna
it'll
get
be
bigger,
good in
but
this
you don't
Modern Warfare
necessarily
3.
want to dive fully into Warzone. You have Ground War. That is so for people like me who like big, crazy, like huge battles. Like this is so exciting.
Yeah.
That's
Ground
cool.
War's a great mode for that. And aside from Ground War, I'm excited to say that there is another mode coming back that many of us know and love originally from Call of Duty World War II, and that is War Mode.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah, we are super.
War
War
Mode.
Mode holds a special place in my heart too.
Yeah.
From 2017. It's a
Wow.
brand new map that's launching on day one as well.
Brand
It's got
new
the
map.
attacker,
Okay, so
defender
they
gameplay
are
that
doing
we
some
remember
new
from the
maps.
mode,
They
the
are,
linear
but they're
objectives,
not
the buildables, the scripted events. It's really exciting.
the
to see
ground
that
war
be
and
part of
things
our
like
day one
that
launch slate as
and
well.
war.
Awesome.
Now
So
that we've
got
seen it.
Ground War, we've got Core 6v6, we've got War Mode, and a little something we're going to get to later in the show, a brand new mode coming to multiplayer that will be available.
They did
at
say
launch.
that there were
right.
going to be
Also
new
playable beta.
modes coming,
That's
right.
and I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Very exciting stuff.
Since
Yeah,
they're
it's
doing the
really
original maps
so
and they're
cool to
not
see a lot of
doing
these
too many
players,
new maps,
get back
they
to
needed
the
to
roots,
do, I
you know,
think,
'cause you
some
can
newer
even see
modes
it,
to
like,
kind of give it a
something
little
I
bit
always
of a
enjoyed about
facelift.
a
If y'all
lot
know
of
what I
these, like,
mean.
big reveal events, right? Is everyone loads in, they're discovering these maps
Skunk.
for the first time, they're seeing
The
them
king
with
of
fresh
Call of Duty,
eyes.
in my opinion.
But here, that's not the case. We got a lot of familiarity here, and now the fresh eyes are going to be like, what did they add? What did they contribute to? Like,
I
make this
cannot
into their
get
own
over
version of a
this
map? But I do
gameplay.
appreciate as a
This
competitive guy
looks
that you
so
guys
good. I
really
cannot wait to
focus
play
on
it.
keeping the
I
core of the
cannot
maps.
wait.
We
I'm
love
so
these
excited
maps. Like, these are,
that
we've adopted
recoil
these
is
maps
better,
internally at
reload
Sledgehammer. We treat
canceling and
them as
slide
our
canceling
own,
are back.
And we've gone
And
through
mounting
every
looks
nook and
clean.
cranny, understanding them, understanding where all of the Easter eggs are, where all the line sites are. We have tons and tons of PowerPoints about it.
That was my number
that just
one
allow us
grief
to
of
go
Modern
through and
Warfare
really
2
understand
was
like what makes
movement.
these maps
It
work.
needed movement
And then
badly.
what we've done is we've taken that nostalgia and we've also added that modernization of spice on top of it. That when you're playing these, when you're coming back to them, it is familiar, but also new at the same time. Where you're now able to mantle over things that you were never able to get to. You're able to get up on top of things. Right here, we're watching.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, there it is.
I
There it
live
is.
here. I live here.
Yeah.
Right on. And to Greg's point too, when these maps first came out in 2009, Hardpoint did not exist.
Yeah.
Kill
Yeah.
Confirm did not exist.
I
so
am
those
a
are
sucker
brand
for
new
Hardpoint.
modes for these
I
maps
love
that were never
Hardpoint.
experienced.
Well,
the
I'm
first
interested
time
That's
to see how
arguably
those
my
modes
favorite mode. I love
potentially, like,
Capture the Flag.
elevate
I
some
hope
of
they
these
bring
maps that
Capture the
maybe
Flag
were,
back
you know,
in
less
this Modern
played,
Warfare 3.
like,
I would
competitively
love
or
to
even
see Capture the
casually,
Flag come back.
back in the day.
I love
Experience.
Capture the
Whole new
Flag.
Whole new
I
experience.
love
You have
it.
some of those maps, those larger maps in Modern Warfare 209, like Derail and Underpass, and those play fantastic when you get into 10v10.
Side
or
again, let me
12v12.
see it.
We've had those modes are coming.
I wanna
they're
see it,
gonna
I wanna
come
see it,
out
I gotta
after
see it.
launch.
Woo.
And it's just fabulous to be able to play them on there. We also have control for those
Yeah.
CDL players
Yeah.
out there.
EDL folks. Yes.
And it's gonna be amazing to
Control.
watch
I do like
the community go
Control.
to
I
town on
do.
these maps and really, play them and understand what's happening.
Well, we're watching some
Whoa,
great,
what's
Kill
that?
Confirmed
Whoa,
action here
what was
we've been
that?
poking around a
So-
bit, and I, find me in
Wow.
that sniper lane. That's all I got to say on high rise.
I
will
want
be
to
there.
know
I will
what
be
that
waiting for you in
was.
the beta
That was
tomorrow.
cool.
This is so great. I mean,
ADS ready.
Ooh.
I know we've been talking a lot about the 20-year anniversary of Call of Duty, but like, what better way to celebrate that than with
These
dropping
classic
all
maps.
of these?
That's
16
true. I never
day
thought
one.
about it in that way. I never
Yeah,
thought
it's
about it in that way.
2023.
That's true.
Cool. I'm just gonna take a moment to appreciate that. Like, it's not every day that you get to not just go back and like relive things that you enjoyed so much growing up, but then also to there are some streamers here who are younger than Call of Duty's launch,
right.
20 years ago. So they're going to get to experience this really with a fresh coat of paint for the first time ever. That has to feel quite liberating for you guys, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah.
I think
When they
really
were
these
posting the
maps
camera, that's something
hold
I would
up
do.
for old school veterans as well as like people who are brand new to Call of Duty. If this is your first game playing Call of Duty, you're obviously
Never
gonna
been a
have
better
great
time to
Yeah.
jump in. Yeah,
I
mean,
will
you're
say
absorbing
that
so
some
much of COD's
people
history,
that
to
jumped
your
into
point,
Modern
what a
Warfare
better
2,
way to
I had
celebrate
some
20 years
friends
of
that
Call of
came
Duty
back, and
with
it.
these iconic
I was
maps
just like this.
returning
I
in
would
an
like
all-new
you to
way.
come back for
And
Modern
we're gonna
Warfare
talk
3
about
because
all
that's
those new ways
that's Call of
as
Duty.
part of the,
This
the
looks like Call of
innovations that you
Duty.
guys
This
have brought to
looks
gameplay
like it.
in just a second. But we
You
wanna
know,
remind
fingers
the audience out
crossed.
there that while you're watching
I
gameplay
think
today,
it looks like
you will
it.
get to
I think
play
it looks like it.
starting tomorrow. Take a look here at the beta schedule. For players who pre-order
Okay,
on
so we
PlayStation,
are early
starting tomorrow,
access.
and next week for
October
players who order
12th
on
is
Xbox
my
and
time.
PC.
Is
The
my
maps,
time
modes,
on
weapons
to
you're seeing here today,
October
those are
16th.
in beta.
Those are my
So are
times.
2 new ground war maps, and in-game rewards for
My
playing.
turn, since I got
So anyway,
PC.
take a look, take notes here with the pros
I was
playing.
tempted to
tune into
order
the
it,
stream,
though.
Get some hot tips
On
before you drop
PlayStation,
into
then
your
can't
first match
slip out the
tomorrow.
beta code. Don't
That's
judge me.
right.
I was
It's,
tempted.
Gonna be
But I
quite
thought, no,
exciting
you don't
see,
need to do that.
you know,
Ooh,
everyone
okay,
across,
so
like, all
is
the
that
different
a,
platforms, just, like,
okay,
going
I like the
live,
way that
playing
one looks.
COD,
Is that
like,
a,
and then again, loading up in the
shotgun?
like,
Okay,
scrapyard, high
cool.
right. Still just blows my mind. I genuinely am so excited about this. But, you know, there are a lot of, like, maps that returning fans like myself definitely will enjoy. But, you know, I love some new. You know, is there anything that we should be expecting, you know, like
This is gonna be
post-launch as far as
interesting.
like maps go?
Oh, definitely. I am very, very excited to tell you both today that starting Season 1, we have a bunch of new maps coming. So Season 1, we're dropping 3. Season 2, dropping 3 more new ones. So over the course of our entire live season, there will be 12 new 6v6 maps coming to Modern Warfare 3.
That's
So-
good, because I was
16,
concerned.
12 down the
I was
road, that is a
concerned.
big
That was my
map pool
one.
to choose
That was my
from.
number
And
one
these are all
concern about
different sizes of
multiplayer.
maps, different locales, for all different play styles. You know, you might see 1 or 2 fan favorites come back as well. Over the
I
course
would
of
like
live
to see
season,
some of the
but we have a
maps
bunch of new maps
from the
coming that
original
we're
Modern
really
Warfare
excited
3
about.
come back.
And those are 6v6
Yep,
competitive
6v6.
maps. That
Okay,
players can
I
play.
like that.
There are other maps in there as well that we'll talk about once we get into the live season, but 6v6 core maps
Stay tuned.
right off the bat.
Brand
And
new.
guess what? With all of those maps, it's back. You know what you can do with them? You can vote. We're going to see it in a lobby soon, but
I'm
map
excited
voting
about
is
map
back,
voting. There's
folks.
no.
Yeah, that's huge.
Get
I like
excited.
that. That way we can
I mean,
back.
the
We don't have to
community has
back
been
out.
built. I can't wait to see
If
it in
it's a
action
map
here
that we
today.
don't like, I
I'll be
do that.
taking notes
We
on,
all do it. Come on,
which
we all
ones
do
we
it.
know are the ringers
We
of
all
the
do it.
group. I think we have a good feeling.
Somebody voted for Estate, it looks like. Here, we're looking at Estate.
Oh,
right now.
nice, yeah.
Somebody voted for that.
I-
Yeah, that's a good one for snipers.
I like Estate.
Yep.
I think we
Always have.
we have
I
an
had some
idea of
friends
where
that
the
like
maps
the
are going
state.
to land in the
Yep.
voting. But when you account for the new modes, the modes that
I
you
was
were
a
never
little-
playing in there before,
State.
when you get into hardpoint and you need that
Maybe
space
I like
to
it
have
now.
that rotation, it'll be interesting to see what ones are popping
Oh,
up. to the
that's
top.
what I'm looking forward to. I want to jump into a private match lobby with my friends and run around and see where the hard points are on you know, these, like on Derailed or something
Yeah.
like that. Because Skid Row, like, I was actually talking with Nameless in the back about this. It's like these maps now, like you have maps like Skid Row that could actually like be potentially viable, like competitively, which is quite
That's
exciting.
true.
It just changes
That's
the
true.
entire like feel of
Yep.
the offering, which
I agree.
You know, we didn't
Okay.
have back then.
We've honestly already
That's
been talking
cool,
to CDL
yes.
a little bit about some of
That's
their
something
favorites,
about
what
these
they
maps we
may-
have to
might wanna play,
remember.
and, it's great to get
They
their
have
feedback
made
early
them
on to see how
hopefully for
competitive-
today.
All right, we're looking at
No.
Lupo. My guy Lupo.
Oh.
He is
Good at sniping.
in
This
his
is what
loadout
I
editor.
wanted to
We can
see.
get a good look here. He's
Right
got the
here.
lightweight
I want them
boots.
to talk
And,
about this. Please
Tim,
talk
I
about
would love
this.
if you would take us through what we're seeing here and
Told
how
you, yes.
loadout
I wanna
select
see it.
has changed and what players can expect.
Yeah, so what you're seeing here, so someone is looking at our boots category. This is actually one of our new categories for perks. So we've split up the perks into 3 different categories. We have boots, gloves, and gear. And you're going to see some fan favorites come back. We've remixed some of the perks, and we've brought some new ones into the fray. Now, they're all also represented with physical gear items. So everything that you see there has some contextualization for players. So it's not just a list of things you're selecting from. It's like you're getting these movement boosts because you're bringing in boots, or you're
Yeah.
getting this weapon handling bump because you're bringing in gloves. So we really like to add that sort of context for
There's
players
mass
to understand
voting right there.
what they're bringing in for perks.
Yeah, it's different, it's logical, but you're also going to see some of the same perks that we know and love. So
yes.
Call of Duty fans will be
Okay,
familiar
so
with
that's
them,
cool.
but
Okay.
presented in an all-new way.
It's
What are you
presenting,
guys
so it's
most
basically
excited about
practically
to
the
see here
same
with
thing
players
almost,
getting
but
into
they're
that
presenting
loadout
it in a
edit,
different
kind
way.
of
And I like that.
customizing
That's cool.
these builds out for their playstyles.
I think for me, it's all of the movement aspects of it, right? So we have so many things that are on there on perks that are around. We have one that allows you to slide further.
The
Yeah.
knee pads.
Yeah, the knee pad.
Greg,
So,
I've been
so
using
some
the-
of them
yeah,
will
I've
allow
been
you to
using
do
the
certain
pads.
things. That makes sense.
And then we have the lightweight boots. We have the canvas sneakers. I also hear they're your favorite.
I'm sneaky. I'm trying to move. I
Yeah.
need all the help I can get.
Yeah.
We need all the things.
So, and those
sounds
are
like
just going
me.
to cancel out your noise when you're moving around. They're going to eliminate footsteps.
the true silent movement
The
perk
true silent
is
movement
back.
perk.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
Can
that's the sound.
confirm,
So
have
and
used
so
it, heard nothing.
and
It is very
okay, so
silent.
that's
Success.
the
It's
only
form
footsteps.
of the silent
I
mode
could-
that's
well, yeah,
returning,
well, also,
perk
you know,
that's
I mean, I
returning.
can't hear it anymore either.
It's in the
Old
form
age
of
anyway.
sneakers.
No,
That's
no.
cool.
He's making these old jokes. I don't know what's happening.
But hey, I guess when you're talking about Call of Duty having been around for so long, it's just amazing how we've all just grown up with this, right? And you guys are seeing these
I love
things that
Rust. I
happened
love
back
Rust.
Then, you know, the way the game was
I
made. And
loved
you're
Rust, and
taking
I
ways to,
actually
like,
liked
improve
Rust
upon
in
it,
Modern
also,
Warfare
again, keeping it very
2019.
familiar, but also keeping it very fresh. Something that really stuck out to me, Kim, is that you guys bringing back that classic. Radar,
And I
right?
love
You got
the
your
red dots
something
are back. I love
with
that.
With red dots on there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I love it. And I'm glad that came back in.
Yeah, we are
Me
too. I
too.
mean, so any unsuppressed weapon fire will show up as a red dot on the mini map, and we
That's
think
nice.
it's really just a core intel piece
Ooh.
for our player base for Modern Warfare 3.
Oh.
We really want to make sure that people know where the firefights are happening.
I like the gunplay.
Really
I like it.
understand, you know, and as
I
we
like
mentioned
it.
earlier about just knowing the maps and being very familiar and nostalgic with those things, like you can see the red dots on the mini maps and you can understand, I know the map already potentially coming in. I know how I'm going to flank. I know where we're going to go.
Ooh.
You can strategize more with your teammates.
Okay, I like
so,
that.
You know, we really just felt that bringing back the classic was absolutely the way to go.
It's
That shotgun
classic
was amazing.
gameplay
I love a good
versus classic
shotgun. I love a good
maps. I think,
shotgun.
to your point, on these maps, it makes perfect sense, especially with the familiarity. And even for new players, you're going to figure these maps out quickly. But it's it feels right. It feels great. I've really loved seeing it. You have a direct way to engage.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to hear you guys talk about that. And that's not the only piece of classic gameplay that you'll see returning
Here we go.
in Modern Warfare 3.
Oh, tell me more.
Tell me more. We've talked about a little bit of movement, but I'd like to get into some of the nitty gritty. Slide animation cancel, reload animation cancel. They're both back.
Yeah. So we felt really strongly about bringing back slide cancel and reload cancel. You know, and in both
They
of those
felt so
things,
strongly
really the
because
core
it went-
was
their
we
play base
wanted
went
players
down.
to feel
Good
responsive
motivator.
and feel like they had a lot of options. So we know that when you commit to doing a slide, you're stuck on a pretty linear trajectory. We know that when you're doing a reload, some of those weapons have really long reloads. It's a real big commitment. So even after doing that, we wanted to make sure that players had the choice to cancel out of that because we know things change moment to moment so quickly in these battles. And it felt right, you know, and we're just so happy that we have it back in. And we know that I think we feel that players are really going to be happy these things are back in.
Awesome. We're going to see it a lot here today. I'm sure we have our movement kings and queens getting around the map in new and interesting ways. Now, Greg, time to kill, or TTK.
I want to hear about
Always
this.
a hot topic with our players, with our community. It's complex. It has a lot of different moving pieces when we talk about it. Can you give us details on what to expect in terms of time to kill?
Probably
for
heard me
Modern
drink there.
Warfare 3?
I
Yes,
apologize.
I can give you the exact details.
Gotta have my caffeine.
This is the guy.
Only the exact details.
Only the exact details. So rather than 100 health, we have 150 health across all of our players.
So that's got parity with Warzone.
So that is parity with Warzone, what's
Okay.
currently live in Warzone.
Okay, so
Yeah,
the
and it'll
rumor
also
was
carry
that that
over
was just
into,
for Warzone.
Modern Warfare
It
3
is not.
and 1
I
as
lied
well.
to you guys a moment ago.
And what we've also done with that time to kill, so what you're going to notice is it's much more consistent across the board. So we've eliminated some of these spikes that we've had in the past because our modifiers, so we have modifiers on when you get a headshot, it does more damage. When you do a limb shot, it
That's
does less
good.
damage. So we've kind of normalized those and closed the gap between them. And what that allows for you as a player
That's good.
is you're able to really have this experience where it's consistent. So when you're putting bullets on target, it is now like you get that feeling, you get that rhythm back into your gameplay.
That's good.
And you're able to
They
go
actually
from,
do damage.
from combat to combat and start to feel that pace of combat, especially with our hit markers now. Like the
AK
sound phase, if you haven't
faster,
had a chance
faster.
to listen to them,
It's
like,
all
they're
faster.
fantastic. The audio team's done a great job with them.
Hit markers
We have-
also.
yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, hit marker
It needs
visuals
that.
as well. So you'll
The
also notice
past
that
Call
headshot
of
hit
Duty
marker.
year has been
So that's
starving
when
for
that
that.
extra damage is going to come into play, and it's normalized across the board. So it is a little longer. You could respond to getting shot. Like as soon as you start to see your screen light up red, you can pull away, you can get into cover, and really take that engagement in the way that you want to
That's
take that.
good. Particularly
Yeah, I
in the
think with those
Warzone
visual
side things
identifiers
is
and with
good.
the audio cues, kind of taking that step forward a little bit, you certainly feels like you have a bit more time to evade. Definitely,
Yeah.
you have more survivability. You have more options with the freedom of movement
Yes, it certainly
to get out of
that.
combat.
Honestly, they
and that
never should have
includes a
taken
new
that
thing
away.
That I would like
Be
to talk
honest with
about
you,
called tax
they shouldn't have taken
Yes,
out
tax
away a
stance
lot
is-
of things.
is
That's
a
one of them.
fantastic addition to our movement set as well as what you're doing with tactical
Look at that
gameplay.
movement. Look
It
at
is a
that
mix
movement.
It's right in
Oh.
between your aim down the sight, so you're very pinpoint accuracy and your hip fire. So hip fire is going to be that big
Yep.
spread that you have. And so what it allows you to do is when you're
Tactical
in ADS, you can
Grandma.
actually go
I'm
in
a huge,
and
I'm a
toggle
huge
tac
Tactical
stance.
Just
Grandma
saw the
fan.
UI pop up
Oh,
on
sweet.
the
There it is.
screen.
There's tac stance
It's
right
gonna
there.
it's gonna appear as down on the D-pad
Yeah.
for those of
And
you
for any
watching
like
gameplay.
sweats out there, I think it's very important to note. This is kind of it takes like an assault rifle and turns it into almost like a little bit of a sub, where
Yeah.
you can kind of like push corners a little bit more aggressively with
Canted.
it. And
for
Oh, I
CQB.
like that.
Yeah,
So if
yeah,
you
yeah,
push
yeah. So it
down
feels
on the
like you're getting
D-pad,
the
it
best of both worlds
automatically
with it,
does
while
that
also
during the
still,
game.
Obviously, you're not going to get the full benefits of
Okay.
using
Oh
an
yeah,
SMG.
and so those LMGs, like being able to take those longer range, when we talked earlier about
Yeah.
derail or some of the larger
Okay,
maps,
I like
you want to
that.
be able to run a longer gun. So being able to take that in and then going to canted, going to tac stance, inside, indoors, going
Yeah.
in those warehouses is a
Okay,
fabulous
that's
mechanic
different.
to have.
I
We just
want
saw it
them
here.
to
We're
add
seeing,
something
some clips of
different.
it. Yep.
Yeah. And
I
it is
want them
very
to
good.
do a little
just
something
having
different.
used it myself,
That's a good something different.
I can see the application for it, and I think we're going to see some awesome outplay opportunities. Like,
I
players
agree.
are going to go nuts with that feature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also
I-
nice
that's
just if
gonna be
you have a
interesting to
specific
use.
playstyle. Adam, you mentioned it's really great for close quarters combat, which is personally what
I like
I've used
that.
it for when I've been playtesting with you guys. But I think it's there if you want
I'm
it.
a close
and if you're
quarter
not,
kind
if
gal.
you're
Exactly.
Kind of gal.
not into it,
I'm a
don't
close
use
quarter
it.
kind of
You know,
gal,
it's
kind of
an
Call of Duty
option.
kind of player.
It's again that optionality for players to choose how they engage with movement and all of these new fun toys that we're showing off in Modern Warfare 3.
And there are option
like
settings
that.
for that tac stance. Right now, it's on the down D-pad. If you're not a controller masher like I am, I get in there,
That's
I
me.
panic a little
Yeah.
bit. There's
All the
options
buttons.
for you to allow you to put it on your stick, which, well, if you're not a keyboard and mouse player.
Okay.
And you can go in and it is much more like it is a skill at that point, being able to utilize that in those close quarters combat.
Oh,
Adam, I
okay.
see you studying gameplay intently. We're on Rust here. What are we seeing?
I love me some Rust. You know, and
I
we
love
were
the
just talking
Rust.
about the options any player can use. Somebody was running a shotgun a second ago. Now we're seeing somebody with an AR. There's snipers up at the top of the tower. There's, you know, on a map like this, that's
A lot of variety.
yeah, that's really
This
like
looks
fast
so
gameplay. You
clean.
can still see it. It's
This
viable for all
looks-
different play styles, which is really
This
exciting.
this is
Yeah,
the
there really is
band-aid.
nothing better
This
than,
is this
grab
Modern
the
Warfare
shotty
3 will
and
be the
just run around
band-aid.
the map and
I mean, he's
He
not-
tried.
He's had the
He
Renetti
tried.
out. He's going ham with it.
Going
so
in.
You got all different. You got all different options here. We're probably going to see a lot of that on Rust today.
Taking a hard point right now.
Well, this has been really fun to check out, and we have plenty more to watch, without a doubt, here. But we're going to take a quick break from the gameplay for a brief second. We actually wanted to mention an awesome partnership between Call of Duty and the Hundreds. Now, you're taking a look here. We should be seeing in a moment at a
I
limited
have seen
edition
this.
Call
They
of
did
Duty
this on. They
100
showed
clothing
this on
line.
TikTok.
And you have a chance to win one of these 50
cool.
sets. So simple. All you got to do is follow at Call of Duty on X or Twitter, and make sure you tweet or post hashtag CODNext and hashtag sweepstakes for a chance to win one of 50 sets of the Ghost Bomb collection. So follow the channel, tweet the hashtags for a chance to win a set from this awesome lineup. And let's just go ahead and jump right back into the gameplay. And Greg, you know, we'll toss one over to you here. So for anyone who has been playing
Oh,
Modern
the
Warfare
slide cancel.
2, right?
Saw it.
You know, we
Ooh.
now know like their
Sliding
inventory.
looks-
That's
just
gonna be
sliding
making its way
period
over to
looks
this game,
good.
which is really, really cool, and it creates that like value for that player. Like, hey, my time here was worthwhile.
Exactly, and it is all about honoring the player investment for us. Like this is
That's
we call this very
good.
forward. We talked a little bit
'Cause
about
there's
it
no
before.
player
We
investment.
had some blog posts about
This-
it.
this
But
one
with
that's out
carry
right now.
forward, all of your investment into Modern Warfare 2 is coming over into Modern Warfare 3. So
That's
any
good.
weapon that you unlock,
I can't remember
is
a Call
available
of Duty,
for you
an
day
actual
one in
Call of
Modern
Duty game
Warfare
that
3,
did
so
that.
can
You
go
could
ahead
do
and
it on
use that.
Warzone.
Any
But
operator
I can't
that you
remember a Call of
purchased
Duty
or
game
that
that
you've
actually
unlocked
did
as well.
from
So if
game
you
to
got
game.
that spawn operator from Season 6.
The Season 6
Day
Battle
one.
Pass is coming with us.
It's there. It's there at day one, and it's fantastic to have. Even all of those blueprints and everything
That's
coming
cool.
in. With your weapon
Okay.
level as well is
Okay.
available. All
And
of
your
your
camos.
attachments, your camos are there.
Camos, if you completed your mastery camos, you got your Orion. That's
Yeah.
coming with
But
us
don't
too.
worry, the grind is still there for the Modern Warfare 3 weapons because it has its own set of completionist camos
Okay,
as well.
that's good.
That you can go in
I
and
definitely,
grind your heart out
for those of you who do
and go ahead and
do
get
not know,
those,
I do grind
in the
camos
game.
on this
Yeah,
channel.
we're going to talk about some of the other new challenges
I
coming
did
to
step
Modern Warfare
away from
in
the
a little
Orion
bit,
one,
but
from the
excited to
Onion
hear
one, if
that,
you will.
the camo grind is
because
real. We'll be back on it before we know
this
it.
Modern Warfare game is just not built for me. However, if I am able to complete it during this one, I will.
Well, speaking of weapons, though,
and we were close to completing.
I love
so.
the fact that we're going to get carried forward. I like the fact that there's plenty.
And now that there's new camos, you better believe it. We were grinding for camos. Any camo,
we have a bunch
any
of new
camo, not
weapons
just
coming
mastery.
in
Any
Modern Warfare
camo.
3. We have over
I see
30
camo
new
I'm
weapons
liking.
that
I'm
you
doing.
can experience, level, get new attachments for.
And I'm also
we have
thinking
global
a
attachments
challenge
as well that are
videos
available
as
that you
well.
can use across
I
all
want
of
to
your
start
weapons.
doing challenge videos.
Yeah, even the Modern Warfare 2 weapons.
Particularly in
And
zombies
then we
if it's
have
available.
20 plus operators
We'll
that are
see
there
how
for
it
you to
goes.
unlock and be able to use and experience.
That
If
sliding
you don't mind me
looks
asking,
good.
how it must have been a fun challenge to take those weapons from MW2 and then bring them over to MW3 and like really try
and fix them.
Yeah.
Not saying it, they fix them.
It's been great, and being able to have all of those weapons and being able to have your arsenal come with you is an amazing experience.
I feel like it was
day
important
one.
to you guys to have
It
that.
is. It's very important for us to honor
You
our
got the
players
UAV
and
though.
be able to
So a
take all
UAV,
that, but you
okay,
spend a year
is
in this
a
game.
perk still.
We need to
Okay.
bring that into the next game and allow you to be able to experience it and have fun and not set you back. all the
See,
way.
that
You
is
still
why
have, 1
movement
to
is so
55. You're
important.
gonna
He
be able
could
to
actually
level that
get
again.
away.
And we have new content in
That's
there for
what's
you to
important.
experience.
All the bells and whistles.
All
That's
the
why
bells
it's
and whistles is
important.
there. But being able to have those weapons, being able to make it work with all of the attachments, we're actually doing tuning on those weapons as well, so they're not going to be exactly the same. They're going to
get the balance pass. For Modern
they're going to
Warfare
have
3.
the essence of the Modern Warfare 2 weapons, but they're not going to be one-to-one. You can actually go in, and our friends at Binox have been able to put in detailed weapon stats for us, and you're going to be able to go in and look at all of those intricacies. Check out what their headshot multipliers are. Check out what their limb damage is. All of that stuff in there.
And that brings up attachment tuning. Attachment tuning is coming to Modern Warfare 3.
It is.
Okay, so
There's
we're
part of
still
Modern Warfare 2
tuning.
is part of that carry
That's
forward.
something I wish they didn't bring back.
Excellent stuff.
That's not
I
necessary
think,
in my
we're
opinion.
all just happy that
That's just
what
my
I had
opinion.
already used is gonna
I
come
don't
with.
think tuning
Nicki
is
Minaj is coming with
necessary.
you.
I
Thank
barely
you.
tune
Thank
my
you
weapons
so much.
because it
That was
doesn't
what I
do
needed
much,
to
in
know
my
about,
opinion. However, in this
not
game,
smart.
if it's going to fix everything,
Although I do
then
love
I
this
do
one.
want
Barbs
to.
are thrilled.
Then that's
Kim,
going to be
we are
interesting
seeing
if it
some
actually will
epic
affect the
looking
weapon. Then
skins
I'll
and
tune in.
weapons on our creators
so
here
we'll
today.
see.
In fact, right now, if you look at the screen, check that out. I believe these are from the Modern Warfare 3 Vault Edition. Can you give us some additional info?
Yeah, happy to. So what you're seeing right now are the weapon camos that are going to be in our Vault Edition. There's a blue and a red version. So there's the Crimson Fate is what we're calling one of them.
That's
and
cool.
The Carbon Fate is the other. And these will be applicable on 4 different weapons if you get the Vault Edition, plus all of their attachments.
I have to say,
and
I
they're
did not get
reactive.
the Vault
So the better you do in
Edition.
the match, the more eliminations you get
I
in a match,
did
the
with the
more you'll
last
start
one
to
because of
see
all
that
the ghost
visual change
skins.
on your weapon. And as you can see also, the operators have
But
their
they
own
just
versions of
they
this.
didn't
These are
have
the
as many
Nemesis
ghost skins
skins.
as I like.
So there is a blue version and a red version there.
But
the blue
it does
version
look
goes
cool.
on Price and Ghost, and the red version goes on Warden and Makarov. Those are the 4 operators that get these skins. Same reactive tech, so you're going to see a little bit of the silver, metallic, shiny-looking skin come up on the hands and the torso. The better you do in the match.
I've seen a lot of Warden hype on the internet, so I think people are really excited to see her in action, and that skin in particular is awesome. But one thing about the reactive skins, to your point, these are performance-driven, so that effect actually will scale back if you stop getting kills, guys.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah,
Oh.
you gotta do well.
Gotta keep
You want
it
to
street.
you want to see the fun stuff on
That's
screen.
different.
We need you to perform. So those will be
Okay.
awesome. People will be popping off having these awesome effects go around the map as well. And of course, those are in the Vault Edition.
Yeah, and speaking of the weapons and diving into it a little bit more, I understand as well that there is also a new system that you guys have on top of that with the aftermarket parts, right?
Yes.
Which that, if we could dive a little bit
I
more into
did
that, 'cause that
a
sounded
short
really
about
fascinating
that.
to kind of like make guns play in a different way just off of one part alone.
Yeah, it is. And here we're seeing a little bit of it where this is
This
our
is interesting
LMG
to
that
me.
has a
I don't
full
know
pump
how well
conversion
this
to it.
is
So they're
going to
full
work, to be
conversion
honest
kits,
with you.
that allow
It's
these weapons to
interesting.
really go cross-class and to change
I
up.
think it's
They are
cool
meaningful,
concept.
powerful
I just
changes.
hope it
That's a
works
Renetti.
well.
That's a Renetti that is actually turning into an SMG with this
I
conversion
would
kit.
like
It's like a
see.
3D
I
printed
would
part
like
on there.
that.
No secondary.
No secondary. So what you do not, like we have a gunner vest that allows you to take a primary as a secondary. You do not need to take that if you're swapping out your Renetti for that aftermarket part. to make it into an SMG.
And one of the coolest
Okay,
things
that's
is how
cool.
you unlock these amps. So we're going to see, we call them amps. We
Amps.
love acronyms here, guys. So we have 2 amps that are coming to beta, I believe. But how you're going to unlock them at launch and beyond, you want to talk a little bit about those
Yeah,
challenges?
so in beta they unlock a
Ooh.
little differently than they do at launch. So
Yep.
at launch, they're actually we have a new system called weekly challenges.
Yep.
It is pretty much exactly as it sounds. There are challenges, a group of challenges that we release
Challenge
weekly.
videos coming your
I was
I
way.
was worried it was like
Challenges
bi-weekly
coming
for
your
a
way.
moment.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's going to
Question.
create new content
Thankfully,
for us
and we-
content
It
creators.
is every week. And then the reward for getting all of those challenges for that week is an aftermarket part. So the first 3 weeks
Okay,
that the game
that's
is out,
cool.
we have an aftermarket part reward for those completing those challenges.
That's
You
cool.
can then take that aftermarket part into
That
the game.
opens
and
up
use
so many new
I
lanes.
think too,
Good
again,
jump.
it just the through line with Modern Warfare 3.
Yep, she won
this
that.
is player choice, is player freedom.
I'm
It's
sorry, that was
one,
cool.
You know, this new
I
way to
love it when you
customize
jump
the
around
experience
corners
and
like
let
that.
The player kind of choose the way to
I like
have
to do
that
it.
their own play style
But that's
reflected in
good.
those
That
runs,
that will open up
using the amps.
content
It's super
creator,
exciting.
like myself,
definitely is. As we,
a lot of
we're gonna continue to take,
opportunities.
just more of a look and enjoy, the game as players continue to run around and get into some more shenanigans, playing some domination here as well on Estate. I've done that many times. So, this is, again, it still just baffles my mind that I'm looking at, these maps.
They
in
look good.
2023, and
I'll be
I'm
honest,
just
they
excited
look
to play
good.
them. Yeah, and even the movement.
I
I
feel like maybe the graphics could be a little bit
that
crisper,
is such a
but maybe
wonderful
that's
feeling to have.
because we are in,
And then also on top of
we're
that, too,
like they're
just to
live
see the way
streaming
that,
it, and
players can
we
interact
we
with the
had trouble a
ways
little
you
bit
build
ago.
your
But I'm not
classes.
complaining.
I really do like what
Look,
you guys
graphics
did
are secondary
with
in
the
my
perk
opinion to
system,
gameplay.
and
So
how you contextualized it and made it like a physical thing. Was that like a desire to kind of just make it a bit more grounded, or what was the I guess the design choice on that, rather than just going with pictures on a screen? You guys went for something quite bold.
Yeah, I mean, I think it really was a big part of the context for the players. It's not just a UI menu with choices, that were sort of ambiguous. It was a little bit, we wanted to make sure that you brought in your fighting load carrier, right? Your FLC was what we talked about, internally is this thing where every piece of gear that you brought in did something meaningful for your
That's
loadout
cool.
selection. So perks was a big part of that, and we got a chance to look at the gear items, all inspired by real-world military tech and items, and we were able to really figure
I
out
think
what goes
that's
with what,
cool.
and what are the
They're
remixes we wanna
doing. I
make,
like
and-
that they're
and
doing a
we
little
came up with
something
a really
different.
good and interesting
I
field
feel
of
like they
choices
needed
in our perks
to
this
do
year.
something, since
So I
they're
don't know if you
bringing
guys
back
can
a
see,
lot of
we're taking over
OG
the limits of the
stuff.
world. We
They
actually
needed to
have
do a little twist on
two-story
something. That's a good
streaming
twist.
Tower. I'm gonna call it a tower.
Pretty epic in here.
It's absolutely wild in here, and everyone is very focused on their
Yeah.
play. And all
Because
of a
we
sudden-
can actually focus.
Oh, hey,
It
oh, hey,
looks.
that's us. Oh, hey.
Hi.
GG's.
Hello.
That's cool.
So we've got this big giant room filled with Modern Warfare 3, filled with awesome creators from all over the world, and as Ted Timmons would say, the vibes are good. We're gonna hear Ted talk about vibes.
I do want to point out that screen you're looking at there, that the logo, the Modern Warfare, that's a
It's
screen.
cool.
And
Oh,
behind there
that's the
are
screen.
all the players that are behind that screen, which is so
Oh,
cool.
that's
I didn't even know that was
cool.
a thing that you could do. 15 years in this industry,
Ooh.
still continuously to be shocked by new tech that comes out all the
This
time.
is
Wow.
Call of Duty, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys go big. I respect it.
Cutting edge.
Yeah, I love it. Love to see it here. We're getting a few of these games wrapped up, but there's definitely this sense in the room of like, all right, Q next, go next, GG go next,
It
or
is.
go next.
It's so fun to play it. Like every day I come into the office and I just I
This
boot up the
game feels
get
like
into a
something
match
that you're
quickly
going
as
to
possible,
actually want to
and start playing.
grind. Y'all know what I
And it
mean?
is
This
just fun to
actually
watch
feels like
them
something.
play
I
as
hope
well,
that
because
that's
there's so many
correct.
things that they're doing. Like earlier, we were watching a circuit around the estate house, and that movement just looks so hot going through it. So
Yeah.
like, being able to mantle, being able to. We have sprint when you're tack sprinting. We actually increase
love
the mantle
that.
speed, so it
I
feels
love that.
more fluid as you're going across. And
They
we're
needed that. I can't tell you how many
regenning
times
your tack
I've
sprint
gotten
as you're sprinting as well.
stuck.
I also
So-
saw
On
a
mounting.
couple people pop off with Battle Rage. So Battle Rage is
And
back.
Battle Rage is back.
Yep.
It's actually moved into the tactical slot.
That's
Yes.
So
good.
it is very powerful. So if you take that we have an awesome vest, the engineering vest that allows you to take 2 tacticals.
So there will
As
be maps.
maybe
You
we
can
didn't
see
touch on the
Dr.
vest.
Lupo right now.
Actually, yeah,
He's
let's
switched
talk about
to
that.
that.
About some of the
Yeah.
vests.
Yeah, so the vest is a really big piece of that. Like, it is our main core piece of gear.
Oh, okay.
Kim touched on how we contextualized everything. That vest is we're contextualizing what you're actually putting into the game. So it's going to dictate what your tacticals, what tactical slots you have, how many you can take, how many lethals you can take, how many.
Yeah.
Well, you get one boot, you get one,
Oh,
or one
that's
glove.
an
So you can't
interesting
take multiple
thing.
gloves. But how many gear slots you can actually have. So with the engineering vest that I just mentioned, you're getting 2 tacticals that you can take
At the cost of your lethal.
at the cost of your lethal, and you also gain another gear slot. And that gear slot is
Oh.
super important because that gear slot is where all of your intelligence perks lie. So those are things like what we used to call hardline or high alert sit in that slot, and now you can take both of them at the same time and
Oh,
really have that
wow.
advantage.
Oh,
Awesome.
that's a
And
game
there are 4
changer.
vests to
Wow.
choose from
Yep.
at the moment. I believe.
Correct. In beta, there are 4, yeah.
So in beta, there are 4. Expect to see those
Ooh.
tomorrow. Infantry vests, engineer vests. Seen a lot of people running infantry vests today. In fact, right here at the moment, we just got a peek at the loadout.
That is going to allow your attack sprint to regen faster. It is the core. Like, if you're familiar with Call of Duty, I imagine most of our people watching are.
Ooh.
That is your core loadout. So you have your your normal 3 perks, and you get your tactical, lethal, primary,
Okay.
secondary.
Yep.
And what's cool about the vests is they actually have perks baked into them.
Oh.
So with the infantry vest baked in right away, you're getting that attack sprint refresh even faster. And also a little bit of an extended time
Okay,
there.
so you get, so they
One
got
of the
stuff
things that
already
we've
on
done
in them.
across the board is we've increased that attack sprint, and we've also allowed you to have much
Ooh.
more faster ADS strafe speeds as well in there.
Yeah, I do like how you guys have managed to take a lot of the vests and stuff and then make it also combine with other things or like really
Okay.
have everything kind of
So
synergize
basically
together
what
and have
I'm
you create, like, the
understanding is
optimal
that
build.
the
It's
vest
quite
will have
customized.
basic,
And it's really
already
helped out a
things
lot
built
with
into them,
how we
other
balance the
already
game
perks that
in
come
that
with them,
sense. Because now what we've
based on
done
the
is
vest that you
we've
choose.
let you
But
take
you
more
will
than we
also be
normally
able
do,
to pick your own
but we've
perks
also balanced that out
themselves
with what
as
you
well.
can't take
Okay,
in that same
that's
Clear
cool
trade-offs.
actually.
Some very
That's
clear
not bad.
trade-offs, I
That's
think,
not
is
bad.
what you're
That'll be
talking about,
interesting to
selecting
see
the vest, selecting the
if
boots.
that
There's going, it's gonna
works
come
or
at a
not.
cost,
We'll
and
we'll
that's
that'll be
where
interesting.
The balance lies.
Yeah, and we love that we are going into these matches. You're making
I
decisions.
hope that
You
counter
have to make those
thing
decisions
is
before you go in.
clean. I don't want to
and
get
really,
keep
you know,
doing that by
have
accident. You know what I'm
consequences
playing?
if you're choosing wrong and
I'm
learn
sure
from it and go
it
back
will
and
be
make new
clean,
decisions.
but
So
we'll
I can't
see.
change those in match, correct?
You can change them. in
I
match.
can't change that was a
The
trick.
consequences. The consequences are,
Go
we
hide
want you
somewhere.
to be in
Yeah, I was
control
like,
of
what?
every
You'll
action.
still have to live with the consequences of your actions.
I always
for
do.
that moment.
They've been haunting me for years now. Let's talk. I haven't seen anybody get one yet. I've seen a couple streaks pop off, but I'm wondering about kill streaks.
Yeah.
If we have any personal favorites at the desk here.
Oh, I would like
Well,
to
for sure.
hear
I mean,
that.
the equipment selection we have in Modern Warfare 3 is so much fun. I think my personal favorite, we'll start with the Breacher drone, which is actually a
Yeah.
lethal. It's in
It's a
your
lethal,
lethal slot.
yes.
So it's basically
Okay.
a handheld drone that you pull out, and it's just slow flying down a hallway. You can clear dom points, hard points, and wipe out an entire enemy squad with it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Equip the breacher.
It's
drone.
that's
Yeah.
cool. I told you guys
It'll
to expect
explode on
some new
impact.
stuff like
The
that.
counter to that one, though, it's slow moving enough. You can shoot it down if you see it in the sky coming at you.
Okay, that's cool.
So in addition to that, we have a mosquito drone, which you shoot into the air, and it basically encircles an area and then dive bombs an enemy when an enemy approaches that area.
I will
Oh,
in fact
that's
say
cool.
that my
Okay.
experience with the mosquito drone has been quite as annoying as a real mosquito. they plague me in matches when I've play
Okay, I
tested,
told you
and
guys
so
in my
I'm-
last video, actually.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
watch it if you
Yeah,
haven't.
headphones on.
Yeah.
See some of those
That's how you know it's-
That thing
predictions
coming,
Right,
yeah.
right.
on some
We
things
have
I thought we
something
could
called
expect.
the ACS, which is affectionately called the
Um,
capture bot on the dev
I
team.
told
So
you
it's
guys
basically
to
this box that
expect
you
some
throw
newer
down
things
on a-
like this,
on a
like the
dump point or
drill
hard point,
charge and stuff
and
that
it'll
they did the
capture the
last
point
time,
for
and
you.
that's
So,
good.
you
It
can
keeps
hang
the
back
game
and get
fresh,
in
even
cover
though they're
and
bringing
then
back
let
a
it
lot of
capture
the
point
OG
for you, so
stuff.
when enemies come to try to
I
take
think
it,
it's good
you
to
can
have a
take them out
mixture,
from
and
behind
that's
cover.
what they're
So
doing
just
with
yesterday,
that.
I
So
had
that's
an awesome
good.
match where I put down an ACS on a dom point and then shot a mosquito drone in the air that it was patrolling. So I just like hung back and watched the whole thing unfold. An enemy rolled in there to try to get my ACS out, and then the
That
mosquito
looks
drone
so
got it, and
good.
I didn't have to do anything. I was just like, that's right, that's all my equipment.
That
doing
I
it.
can't
I
wait.
for me.
Oh,
Crafted
this looks
the
so
master
good.
plan
Yeah.
to capture this
Wow.
fight.
I was pretty proud of myself. It was pretty epic.
And
We
then
had-
you went on to drop a nuke and have a big game. You know?
Yeah.
not that good yet, but
Oh, okay, all right.
He drops
There is a
100
nuke
shipment, guys.
coming. I know I already said this, but nuke is coming
no,
back.
It was an awesome moment. So yeah, we just have a bunch of fun stuff coming in terms of lethals, tacticals, field equipment, streaks. We have the Guardian that gets a lot of love. It's basically,
Yeah.
you know, this thing that you put down that's an area of denial tool. You can just, you know, it really limits enemies' movement. When
Okay,
they
so
run
maybe
into
that was
the,
that with
the
that.
beam
So
it
that
shoots
was that
out.
thing that I
It doesn't
saw a
actually
while
eliminate
back. They had
players.
like that
For
invisible
those
force
of you who are
field
going to
kind
stay
of
tuned
thing.
for Warzone later, which is hopefully all of you, I think we're going to see a lot of the Guardian in Battle Royale later. But it is that aerial denial, not necessarily getting the eliminations, but eliminating the players who are affected
Right.
by the Guardian.
It's almost like a stun
That
grenade,
just looks
yeah,
so
you know, and we
good.
have
That
something
looks
called
so
the Comm Scrambler
good.
that you throw down, and it's basically it creates like the ghost perk in a certain area. So you know it wipes out enemy communication. So enemy UAVs
Oh.
won't work.
That's
You know, like
cool.
everybody won't show up on the name map in this certain area. But the counter to that is like everyone
can see the
where it
active
is.
area. Yeah. So
Oh,
you'll get
okay.
ghosts,
So
I
he
believe
didn't
you said,
quite
if you're
get that, but
inside
he
the
see that
vicinity of the
movement that he
conjurer,
had.
you
That,
can
that's
see
what I've
where
been
it's
wanting to
active on
come
the map.
back.
So expect
That was my number one
expect to-
thing.
to be
Yeah,
to
as
be
soon as you
rushed.
throw it down, everybody knows where it is. They just kind of, you're kidding in that bubble
Ooh.
for
Yeah.
a little while.
Which
That's
could be
cool.
very useful indoors. I think that's a
Oh, yeah.
that's a very cool tool to have. So, but before we wrap up the convo here on Core 6v6, I wanted to ask you about ranked play.
Oh, I wanted to hear
Ooh,
about
okay,
this.
Yeah, let's
Greg, what can you tell us, and can you give us any little details on when we can expect to see ranked multiplayer in
We
Modern
can.
Warfare
So
3?
our friends at Treyarch are on the case again with ranked play. They do a fantastic
Treyarch
job with
is
it. We
the
love
is
partnering
the
with them on
is,
it.
is the hero.
And they're going to bring that experience,
Is the hero to
update it,
this.
modernize it from Modern Warfare
Warfare 2.
2, bring that forward, and then for season 1.5, which is a mid-season one.
Sometime during season one.
We will
yeah.
have it out,
Later in season one.
and that's when it's going to launch. Because if we want enough
Okay.
time where players can get familiar with everything, they can understand what's happening within the game, and start to build
That's
those
good.
restrictions
I
within the
hope
game,
it's
and you can
better
find out
than
more
this
from,
rank play
Treyarch
that's
as
in
we go
Modern
through
Warfare
development.
As we
at
get
the
closer,
moment.
we're going to be talking
Modern
more
Warfare
about
2.
it, but excited to say that later in season one, we will have a ranked play coming to multiplayer.
I
Modern
hope
Warfare
it's
3.
cleaner.
But
I
that
hope it's
wraps
cleaner.
up our core 6v6 gameplay
This
for today.
this is
We're gonna see
this
the
is
folks
interesting.
behind us
This makes
switch
me
over. We've got an
excited
exciting
actually.
new
I'm
mode to
getting
talk
really
about that we're gonna
excited.
get to
It
here in a
looks
second.
good. It
It's
looks
called
good. It
Cutthroat.
looks
It
clean.
is
Movement
awesome.
looks
There's
clean.
so much to get into
recoil
there.
looks
But first, we have a
clean.
quick special announcement for all
I
of
like
our
that.
PlayStation players out there like me. Take a look.
What? What special thing?
When they speak of me, they want to lock your doors. C'est mignon. That's cute.
This must be a special skin that they get if you're on PlayStation. I'm guessing because it's blue.
I've never found a lock. I couldn't break.
See? Yep. Skin. Told you guys it's gonna be skin. Looks cool though. It's cool. So if you got PlayStation, you're playing on PlayStation. You
Announcing
get one.
the PlayStation exclusive lockpick operator pack, including the Van Goated lockpick operator
This
skin,
will be
the
interesting
American
going
Gothic blueprint,
forward
and the
as far
Starry
as
Knife
Call
melee
of
weapon
Duty.
blueprint.
I
Lockpick is a cunning
doubt
arcade
that
with
these
noble
special things
motivations
for
and an exciting new operator to
PlayStation will
come
last
to
much
Modern Warfare
longer.
3. PlayStation players can get the lockpick
Because
operator by pre-ordering
Call of
the Modern
Duty
Warfare
is
3
now
by
owned
pre-ordering
by
Modern Warfare 3 on the
Activision.
PlayStation Store with the items
Call of
playable
Duty's
at the
now
game's
owned
launch
by
on November
Microsoft.
10th. I didn't know she was a PlayStation
Officially
exclusive
now.
operator. This
So,
is my,
it's gonna be
my
interesting.
main in all the playtests. I auto-lock, lockpick. It is how it is.
Did you know she was an art thief?
I didn't know she was an art thief. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
Thomas Crown have hair. Hello,
That's
it's
cool.
me.
So they're giving their
But we're
characters
about to head into
background.
live
That's
gameplay
cool.
action for a brand new mode coming to Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer.
Sometimes
But first,
I
a
feel like
couple of
that
words from our sponsors.
that falls to the
Call of Duty
wayside.
Next, brought to you by HyperX, the official
I
peripheral
feel like
partner of
sometimes,
Call of
and
Duty.
I will
We're
say
all
Vanguard
gamers.
did that
TCL,
part
play
of
like a
it
pro
really
on the
well.
big
The
screen with
backstory of
TCL
each
Q
of
Class
those
QLED
characters
TVs
in the
up to
game.
98
Um,
inches. Movement,
even if they
the
weren't
official
in
timekeeper
the
of Modern
campaign,
Warfare 3.
they
Go
did
to
well giving every
nvmt.com/cod
single one
to
of
see the
them a
limited edition watch
backstory.
collab.
And I like
Backbone,
that they had their
level
own
up your play
cutscenes
with
and things like
Backbone
that. That's
and
cool.
Call of Duty Warzone Mobile and Lovesack. Lovesack Stealth Tech is
That's
a
gonna
proud
be
partner of
interesting.
Call of Duty
If
Next,
this,
bringing unparalleled
if this
immersive surround
Warzone that we're
sound
going to be
your
seeing
at-home
today
gaming experience.
does not maybe live up to it,
Welcome
maybe
back to Call
it's
of
going to
Duty
be
next
interesting to
here
see
at
how
the
many,
Creators
maybe how
Arena.
many people go
Everyone get
to
ready to hop
Warzone
into
Mobile.
The brand new mode.
That's gonna be
Cutthroat.
interesting.
And this is going to be a unique one because it's 3v3v3 action. So you're going to have a little bit of a mosh pit there going on.
There's a lot of threes in it.
Yeah.
So
It's fun to say.
It is. It is.
really fun
It
to
is
say.
hard to
Yeah.
say after a while. It's all about elimination. So you're there. You're as long as your squad can take out the other two squads.
Okay,
that's
what's
how you're
this?
going to win.
Cutthroat. Okay, so
it
they're
is
talking about modes
inspired
now.
by gunfight. Like
That's
you
cool.
are actually like it is a very competitive mode. The thing that we like about it is it
Oh,
plays
that's
on all of
cool.
our fantastic
Okay.
16 launch maps.
Okay.
They're there, and you get to play them in a new way. So
Okay.
in the past, like TDM, you're spawning at either side of the map. What Cutthroat is allowing us to do is put these triangular spawns in. So because they're three different teams, you now have 3 points. Triangle.
That's gonna be
somewhere in
interesting
there.
to try.
Brother.
That's gonna be interesting. Okay.
And so it allows you to
I
experience these maps
haven't
in a way that
played
you've never experienced before,
Gunfight
which is
in
part of
forever.
that modernization that we like to talk about in the maps. And it's
I used
a
to really
fun
like it.
experience to
I
have,
haven't played
super
it in a very
competitive,
long time.
and
I
it's
think it's because I like
one
to
life
do it
to live
with
mode.
someone that I
It's
know
very fun.
if
You
I'm
can
doing it.
regen your down
And I feel like
teammates, though,
Cutthroat's
if you
gonna be
Yeah,
the
so you
same
got the
way.
revives.
down,
Maybe we
yeah,
can.
you
Maybe
go
I'll
over
get
there,
some of
revive
you
them.
guys and we'll
That's a
play
fun
it
little way
together.
to, come
That's
back
cool.
after.
What led you guys
Falling
to
behind.
want to make this mode? What was the inspiration
I
behind
told
it?
you there'll be
it
new
was
modes
gunfight
coming.
in a lot of
Just
ways.
pure- yeah.
It wa-
Gunfight, of course.
I've already said that, but
2v2
I
is
said
definitely-
I said
yeah,
it.
and it's
there
played on
would be
separate
new
maps.
modes.
It's played on different
And this
maps.
is
And
new
so what we
mode.
wanted to do is be able to really focus on the 16 maps that we had at launch and be able to have a mode that is as exciting, as competitive as Gunfight in there, and really bring something new to the table too. So our
That's
players can
cool.
go
I
out and
hope
have fun
that
and
they
enjoy a new
don't let it
experience
go to the
with their
wayside
squad.
like they
Yeah,
did
and you can
with
take your loadout this
with
time.
that
Yes,
mode
that's what I was gonna say.
Champion Hill.
Unlike Gunfight, we're not providing the squads with weapons. You can.
I
actually bring your
hope
blueprints and
Champion
your
Hill
loadout
has
with
so much
you.
Yep, that's right.
potential.
And it
I've
is
said that over and over
It
again.
is a strategy.
I will
I
continue
am
to
so
say it.
excited to see these
So I
guys
hope
play it
that they
because
actually
they're
cater
awesome at the
to
game
it.
anyway. We see Dr. Lupo here. He is on Cutthroat, and of course the objective, the capture point at the end, is
It's already there. Yep.
the overtime mechanic.
Oh, he's
There we
down.
go.
But you
Yeah,
can't get downed, but you and picked up by your teammates. Now what happens
Not
when
anymore.
Not anymore. So now when you're eliminated, you're out. That's
Yeah.
it. You gotta wait for the next
Okay.
round.
You gotta wait.
No
The
respawn.
rounds are quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They go really, really fast. We spent a lot of
So
time making
it's
sure that
almost
you
like
just weren't sitting
Prisoner
there
also
with,
as
you know,
well
dead air,
in this
essentially,
Modern
watching your
Warfare
teammates
2
have
that's out
fun.
right now.
Um,
So they just kind
and
of
that-
combined a few
that
things
flag
together.
there is
I'm
now
not,
available,
I'm not
so they can go and
a
capture that flag. Whoever,
not
well, they
against
got
it.
eliminated, but whoever gets that flag first, just like Gunfight, is going to do it.
Okay.
Between rounds, though, we rotate where that flag is because, again, geometry, that triangle, right? We could put it in the center every time, but it gets a little difficult.
Yeah. Gives players an
So that-
opportunity to move around and like actually
Yeah.
interact with more in the map, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you're experiencing these maps in brand new ways. It is a lot of fun to have in there.
That guy's got really cool hair.
I was gonna say something, but as a person who has none, I figured I would refrain from it.
No, I feel like if anything, awesome. It looks a lot like the Operator Oz in Modern Warfare 2. Actually.
That's true.
Yeah.
It does.
Oh, here we
That's
go.
cool.
Back into
Oh,
Cutthroat
Gim.
again. I'm
Now
really
that's your team. That's your team.
interested in these smaller game modes because I think it just creates opportunities for you to have like those real like intense.
It does.
It's very intimate.
It
and
creates
you
more
get
content
situations like this where you're trying
opportunities
to
as well.
figure out, like, how to
If they
use your,
cater
you know,
to
you can
it,
pop
if they
smoke here,
cater to it.
and really
I
just
will never
understand, 'cause
let
there's
Champion
this
Hill
tension that's
go.
building around, like,
I
when is
won't.
this flag gonna pop?
Yeah.
I won't.
When do I
That
wanna
could
go
have
in?
been
When does I wanna
easily
have my
the
team rush in?
next
Is that what you do? You
I
throw
believe
a
big
smoke?
thing
You throw
for
a smoke
Call
right
of
here,
Duty.
Greg?
They just
No,
then
there's no
they
reason to
just
go
let
right
it go.
here because you gotta wait for the flag to come out.
Oh, there's the
Sorry.
breacher drone.
Oh, that's a
Met
good
with
one. Good move. Good move.
I love this guy's
I
strat.
love
Good strat.
that
Yeah, we have
drone.
the
That's cool.
EMD grenade, which would be great in this situation because
Right.
you just throw it out, pop it, and then if you get another player on the team, that they're going to show up constantly on your mini map for your entire team.
So to me, the MD grenade a little bit like a snapshot, but it actually is going to stick
Oh,
to the enemy
there's a
player.
grenade
It
that
does.
you
player
can
will then
throw
get a
that'll
prompt.
stick to the
You
enemy
might
player.
be able
Oh.
to tear it off, I believe.
Yeah, you
That's
just
interesting.
Pull it right out.
But it'll track you around the map and like have way more visibility on the enemy squad there.
I can
DMD,
see someone
very,
who's really
very clutch.
hardcore
Very overpowered if you
wanting
hit
that
them.
to be thrown
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
them and say,
Uh,
"Come
I
at
haven't
me."
seen,
I
actually,
can
was
see
the,
that.
The thermo barrack grenade.
Yeah,
Because
we
I
haven't
actually do like that one because it's kind of like a, a Molotov, but like on steroids. So it just like
Yeah.
does a big boom, and then also has area denial as
Ooh.
well.
Yeah, it has area denial and it bounces.
I
so it will
like
not
that.
damage
Okay,
impact.
so
You
the
can throw it around
environment
corners, you can
looks
throw it under cars,
destructible.
Get
I like
frag
that.
effect.
Yeah, and
Ooh,
you know,
down the
it
boat.
adds a little bit of additional damage to explosives after the fact. So even if you survive the initial blast of that one, right, it could get
Ooh,
taken out
that
pretty
sniper.
easily
Look, I'm
afterwards.
not much
Ludo
of a
just hit
sniper. It
clutch
says
headshot. He is
sniper
now-
or
he
a.
picked up his teammate, and we're swapping over to Favela.
Cool.
Is
Oh,
that
yeah.
is that
I love this map.
was that a sniper or
What's
was
your
that
favorite?
a battle
Out
rifle?
Out of these five
It
we're playing
looked
today,
good
I have to go
regardless.
with Favela. I just, I know there are a bunch of high-rise stands
Leave us
amongst
alone.
us. Yeah.
I too have a favela stand. So
But
don't worry.
I've been just looking at it. This is beautiful.
Greg, you're the tiebreaker here.
Oh.
We've got 2 for high rise.
I
2
love
for
them all.
Favela.
They're all my babies.
Okay, fine.
Oh, okay. All right.
can't give any of
That's
them
no
up.
favorite children
But
here. We got
Favela is quite awesome with all of the movement, with everything
Ha.
that's happening.
That's gonna be it. That
Right.
map was
Right.
beautiful
Oh,
back
come
in the
on,
day.
Greg.
It was
You
a
know,
good
it's
map.
a-
It
They're
was
all
not
unique in
bad
their own
map.
way.
You know what? I'm
that's gonna
switching
be
my vote to
interesting.
Estate, just to.
Oh, okay.
Well, you're going to be alone.
Look at that. You split the vote. How could you?
How could I? I know.
I think I love Favela because remember that play I was talking about doing with like the capture bot and the mosquito drone that was on Favela.
Yeah.
There it is.
That's why it's got a special place in my heart.
I like the little second floor store that I believe you guys have opened a window.
It
up that
looks
wasn't
like the
necessarily
map
there
is
before,
built
so
for
you
good
kinda see down
movement.
the hill.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Good.
I am
Shouldn't
trash.
be any new windows.
Well, no. I'm sorry. I might have misspoken. I thought it just was more open than it was previously.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
possible we allowed you to mantle out of it.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
There's a lot of those things that are in the map. Like
See,
metrics-wise,
movement,
like,
that's why
metrics have
movement
changed
is
in
so
a lot of
important.
sense, like
I
how
keep
large
saying that over and
how
over
large
again,
our
but she
doors
was
are.
Yeah.
We actually have the doors
she was
in here.
able
I know
to
not
get
everybody's
away
thrilled with
like
but
that.
it is a fun mechanic.
That's why
that
it's
it
important.
adds a lot, especially within Cutthroat, because now you're peeking those. You're able to use them for your advantage in there. We feel that they add a lot to the gameplay.
And I bring the window up only because, to your point earlier, it's those small touches that you guys have really brought to these maps that make them feel unique and different and modern for the type of gameplay we're going to see here in
Nice.
Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, while we have a moment and we're looking at Cutthroat, let's talk about some of the other modes as well. Ground War is one that I want to talk about. We touched on a little bit earlier on. I want to dive back into it again because
she ran out of
back in
time.
Modern Warfare 3. You got large-scale maps that are going to be coming at launch.
I hope that those are better. I like large-scale stuff.
Ground
I
War,
just
'cause
hope that that's
I'm very
better.
excited for this.
I hope
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
better.
we're so happy that Ground War's coming back in Modern Warfare 3.
Because
again, this is our
honestly,
big 32v32
I
mode. It's the
like
biggest battle
Battlefield.
that
I
we
do
have
play
in the
Battlefield.
multiplayer experience. And we
But
will
it
be
felt too much
showcasing
like
3
Battlefield.
new
Y'all
Ground
get
War
what I mean?
maps
These
at
Ground Wars
launch,
that
with
were
2
in
of them
Modern
being
Warfare 2.
playable in the open beta.
So I hope
Okay.
I hope
Wait,
it
that's
looks
the
gorgeous.
Lebanon Resort that we just saw there.
Yeah, right. So in the beta we have Popov Power and Orlov Military Base.
Orlov Military
yeah,
Base.
but these
okay.
are the 3. Yeah, you got
These
it
are,
down.
these
Yeah.
are the 3.
Yeah, we also have a few new vehicles. So
That
during the
looks
open beta,
pretty.
you'll be able to
That
play,
looks
I
pretty.
believe,
That's gonna
2
be
new vehicles
interesting.
for Modern Warfare 3, with more to come at
That'll be
launch
interesting.
and during live seasons.
That's right.
Awesome. And we mentioned it a bit earlier, but War Mode is returning. In addition to Ground
Yeah,
War,
I want to see.
the
I want to see War
favorite
Mode.
from,
I want to see War
Call
Mode.
of Duty World War
Bring
II.
it on!
Coming
I want to see
back.
it.
With Modern Warfare 3.
It is awesome, and it is the attack defend mode. Adam spoke a little bit about it earlier. but you are Task Force 141 trying to take down the Coney group that has taken over a military base. They are launching ICBMs, and you are getting your tank out there, escorting your tank through a downtown area, and just having a blast doing it.
That's gonna be
having
fun.
a blast with the ICBM.
That's good. I hope
ICBM
that that's
fun
good.
there.
I hope that looks
It
good.
was trying to come out,
That
it
looks
just
so
didn't
good. That
happen.
sounds good. Looks
I
good.
I saw
It
what you were
looks
doing
good.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah. And also, there was a really cool tank on screen that was just causing utter mayhem.
Right.
So that's what we care about.
It is that attack defense scenario where you are escorting that down the path, and it is a very linear combat. You have very clear lines of sight, clear battle lines. That's the gameplay
Is
that we're
it
going for.
6v6, 5v5? What's the?
It is 6v6.
6v6.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
6v6.
So
Okay.
it is classic
That's
war
cool.
mode.
Okay,
If
that's fine.
We all remember what classic war mode is, but
Yep.
it is linear objectives. There's 3 sets of them, and it is a fantastic
I did
experience,
like
so we're
war
excited for
mode
players
back in the
to-
day.
to
I
get their
did.
hands
That's
on.
gonna if they
I'm
do
so
it right,
forward
it's
to
gonna be good.
Ain't that the truth? They're very, there's just so many options, which is the thing that really sticks to me. Like, if you don't want to jump in with your friends and just, play regular matchmaking, you could do war mode. You could do ground war. Was that, it feels like that was the mission of the studio here, to like really
sure.
give players that ability to just like make the decision, go with your friends, play what you want.
And like I mentioned about some of the new maps coming in live season, we have a bunch of new modes planned for live season as
That's
well
cool.
that we're looking forward to sharing very soon.
Cool.
All right, well,
That's cool.
I'm all for it.
I
wanna thank
just
you guys so
want
much
capture
for
flag.
joining us here
I just
today
want
to
capture
share
flag.
Modern Warfare 3 with the world, and that is going to wrap it up for
It
the
looks
MW3
good.
multiplayer segment
I hope
of the
it's as
show.
good
Once
as
again,
it
a big
looks.
thank you to Adam, Greg, as well as Pink
I know
for
that
joining us
kinda
here.
sounds
But
like
now
a-
we're going to head over to one of my favorite people. It's Maven.
I
who's
know that
got
kinda
a
sounds
couple
like,
streamers that he's going to be putting in the hot
like,
and ready seat presented by
like
Little
I'm not
Caesars. Trust me,
positive, but I
it's
just
as
want to be
hilarious as
realistic
it sounds.
about it.
Maven, who
I
you got?
do think it's going
Thank you.
to actually
When
be
I thought
good.
about being hot and
But
ready,
we'll
the
see.
first thing
We'll
that came
see.
to mind was my
We'll see how it
guy
goes,
Legion.
but it looks great.
Modern Warfare Zombies.
All right, here we go. Modern Warfare Zombies. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Woo. Here we go. Y'all know I'm a zombie. I love zombies.
One of our patrols reported hostile contact. Then went dark.
Whoa.
You will infill into a low threat zone. Nothing gets in. And nothing, I say again, nothing gets out.
Ooh. I will say, this is the one thing that I've been most interested in. Besides maybe the new Warzone map, this is the thing I've been interested in. Okay. Oh. Okay, so they're back.
The situation is dynamic and evolving. There are other friendly assets on the ground. Join forces to take out those threats.
Okay. I'll say why I say yes there. Okay, so there is a gas coming in. I predicted that.
Friendly squad in the AO. Moving in to assist. Strike team, you have execute authority.
This looks.
Proceed to the high
Look.
threat zone.
Oh, yay! Speak code. Let's go. Okay, pack up. Okay, little monkey.
Monsters are real.
Oh my goodness, that looks like something. Oh. Oh yay, the mystery box. Mystery box challenge is coming your way. Wow.
Operation Deadbolt.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and say why I went yes, because I didn't want this to be like player versus player plus zombies. I didn't want that. That's not
You
what
just got
zombies
a
has been,
sneak
and I
peek
don't
at
want
the
that
end of
that to be
trail
it.
of the
No.
Soul Harvester
I don't.
weapon blueprint. More on that in just a bit. But now let's welcome some very special guests from Treyarch, because you got Kevin
Treyarch,
Drew, as well as
welcome.
Miles Leslie.
We
Kevin
love
is the
you. I'm a
Associate
big
Director
fan.
of Design, and Miles is the Associate Creative
Woo.
Director. Welcome to the both of you. y'all.
They
and it is
really
so
have
exciting
come in
to
and
talk
really
about
saved
some
this
zombies.
Call of Duty. I'm going to go ahead and say that.
Yes, let's
It
talk
looks awesome in
zombies.
here. We just swapped over to a little undead purple.
We're
in
living
the
the-
back.
It
What do you
looks
think
great.
of
Dead, I think
The
It looks
ambiance.
great.
Yeah, I mean, there's something about purple and zombies that just, it really does something for me. But guys, earlier this week, we held an event at Treyarch. We were able to bring a couple
Okay.
of different groups of creators who are here today at Call of Duty Next into Treyarch. First time you guys
Okay.
have had folks in the studio in a long time. It was super exciting. You want to talk a little bit about the event? some of the
Player-driven
awesome reactions we
pacing.
got to see
I want.
in the
That's
room
what
from
I'm
these guys.
interested in.
Yeah, no, it was a great experience bringing in those people. You know, zombies is traditionally something that is a mode based on exploration, discovery, but we felt like there's so much new here. We really wanted to get a group in there and play it, get hands-on, get impressions, get feedback, and we just had a really great time playing with them.
You're
Yeah.
getting to see a couple of the reactions in the room there. They got to see some footage. They got some playtime.
This
You
is
guys
going to
answered
be
about
very
some
interesting how
questions.
this is going
The
to
playtest though
play
was
out.
absolutely fantastic. There were so many awesome moments. It
Yeah.
just felt right getting them into play.
Well, I was going to ask, like, as you know, having been in the lab, making this for so long, right, and then getting people to see it. In what you guys said before, I remember you guys mentioning that it's not a thing you do often,
No.
bringing people into
Yeah.
the studio. So that must have been a very, like, almost revealing
honestly, I think
experience for
that
you
was
guys.
important.
It felt very good getting outside people besides us playing
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Like,
So you're like,
having
oh, wait a
good
minute,
time.
this
Yeah,
game
Because this
Yeah.
is brand. What they're doing
fun.
here is pretty brand
like, we
new
were
with,
right.
with
Yeah.
zombies.
We did it.
They've done Outbreak, which
Guys,
I
one of the most
adore,
popular
but
questions
it's going to be
I
very
noticed,
different.
you know, ripe amongst the crowd of creators that was there. Easter eggs. We know them. We love them.
This
we
is
want
what
'em in
I was
zombies.
interested in.
What, if anything, can you tell us? Give us a little taste.
I
A little
mean,
tidbit, a little morsel.
a little something.
we can't give
I'm
them
not
all.
giving anything.
Well, then what should we expect?
So
at
if
least, in
you
terms
were
of what's
paying
there?
attention to that trailer you just saw for the first time,
Okay.
maybe at the end, if you go back and scrub it, you might see something that you'll see
I have to go back.
that's kind of big. Now,
to
I
go
don't want to
back.
give it all away. There's a lot to discover in this open world.
So
map.
there are going
Oh,
to be
yeah.
Easter eggs.
And
I
I
was
think
a
that is
little
gonna lead
concerned about that as far as
to my
story and
question,
Easter
which
eggs
is, with
went
so
to.
much that needs to be unpacked here. I guess, you know, what I'm curious about is, like, what are the key things that you want the community to know about this iteration of zombies? The differences potentially from, you know, the previous game till this one, because you guys are having some fun with it out there.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a mode based on experimentation, and we're really doing that here. This is taking our gameplay, our classic zombies gameplay and mechanics, and putting them on the big map and all of the experiences that offers with vehicles and the vast space and the higher player count. And then on top of that, putting it in the modern warfare era where you have their equipment, the operators, and it just feels so bad.
That
you know?
And
motorcycle looks
it's
sick.
this massive open world co-op experience. So that's
That's cool.
something that feels exciting. It feels
I'm
different.
glad it's not
Kinda
player versus
what
player
led
as
you guys
well,
to design,
because I
you
didn't
know,
want that.
Modern Warfare Zombies the way that you did.
This
in
is
in
now
this
going to
big
create more
way.
opportunities for
So we just saw an
content.
opportunity with the big map to have the biggest PvE experience we've ever had in the franchise. So
Yeah.
Which
in
is
the
saying
past,
something.
we had pure,
pure
yeah,
PvE.
Yeah,
True.
pure PvE, no PvP.
you're
I
just
like
safe here.
that.
And
It
there- and,
didn't
you know, we
need to
usually
be
have four
PvP.
Kind
players.
of.
PvP,
You know,
first
it is
person. It didn't need to be that.
At the end of the day.
It shouldn't have been
Yeah.
that.
But and then you mentioned like the way that the game is played, the open world. But how do the players like interact with one another in that world? Because and also, like, you know, I like running solo from time to time. Is that also something that's possible as well?
Absolutely. So it's 24 players
Yeah, I wanna
total.
see this.
You can go in solo. You can go in with your squad. But what's awesome is that you're all on the same team trying to do the same thing. So when you're out in the world, you'll run into other squads or other players. You can make a decision in that moment to, like, combine and form a super squad.
Oh, so you
of
can
6.
form a super
Oh,
team.
yeah.
Yes.
Like
Oh, yeah.
in-game form a super
Yes.
team.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
Again,
8
that
squads of 3.
creates
You can
a
group
lot
up
of
together.
content
You can go lone
opportunities.
wolf it. I don't know if I'd recommend that, guys, from what I've
I
seen.
mean,
Experienced
yes,
players.
if you want a challenge, you can go in solo, but it is a lot of fun.
I'm gonna
to
try to
grab
get a
some
squad
friends,
together, though.
Form those
But
super
yeah,
squads.
that-
And again, the map is massive. There's zombies everywhere. There's other surprises
We're gonna
everywhere.
get to
Yes,
that.
we'll
We're
get to that.
gonna get to that.
There's
Get
going to be
excited.
enemy soldiers as well.
So a couple weeks ago, we saw.
I'll be
the
interested to
very
see what
first
they
look at
what
Modern
they
Warfare Zombies
talk
in
about
the
that in just a
cinematic that we
second. I'm sure
released,
that that's
which
what
really
it
sets
will
the
be.
stage for the narrative of Modern Warfare Zombies. In that we see Soap, we see Laswell, And more importantly, we saw someone who I didn't think we were going to see again.
That's right.
Miles, can you take us through?
I love that.
What's going on?
What's going on here?
They'll say in just a second.
100%. Yeah, 100%. So, you know, that opportunity that Kevin talked about is there's a few questions when people saw that cinematic. And if you hadn't, go and watch it. It's awesome. Hold on a second. Where are we in time and place? We are between Modern Warfare 19 and MW22.
I told you guys that in past
that's really important to
videos.
the story because in true Treyarch Zombies fashion, we are always jumping eras, jumping moments, and really touching different timelines in interesting ways. I can't go into all of it, but there's a reason for that. Now, the next question which you're hinting to is, why is Zakayev alive? I saw him die, but did you? Did you really?
I saw him get shot. I saw him fall down a missile silo.
You saw him fall. There was blood. But in true sort of story fashion, if there's no body, he's not dead.
That's
now, Task Force 141 went back to that silo. There was water at the bottom. It had been drained. Lots of blood. Zakayev was gone. Now, officially declared deceased. But then whispers emerged that he's still alive.
Okay,
and now, of course, in true
concerned
sort
about
of
story.
villain fashion,
This
he
seems like a
starts
good
to hear
story
whispers
so far.
himself as he's recovering from falling down that silo, which he did.
Yeah, that hurts.
That hurts a little bit.
Yep.
Is about this new thing called Ethereum. And he wants to get it. And that really sets the stage. All of that, by the way, is day one getting in the door like you saw in the cinematic, which is, that's the start of the story.
I also
and
think
players
they
are gonna
did this way so
experience
they
this
could
story
explain where Soap
just
was
in
during
really
the
interesting ways.
Modern
it's a
Warfare
flashback,
2019
it's
era.
canon, we've got
I
worlds
think that's
colliding.
one reason why they
The
decided to
Cold
do it
War
as
with
well.
Modern Warfare, we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But the story really progresses in a new and interesting way. Let's take a look at how these come to life in the intro mission.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so there's okay. This is what I was interested in. I was interested in seeing how they were going to handle if there actually is going to be missions. Because it's so open world, you have to have something to drive the story. Okay, so there is other soldiers. Again, you're going to have to do. Okay, so we're seeing it right now. There is going to be other enemy soldiers, not just zombies, that you're going to take down as well. They're kind of doing this, I think, for those who like DMZ. It looks clean. It looks like the zombies are a little harder, but I'm not against that. I think it looks really good, actually.
Zakayev will unleash this hell everywhere from New York to Joburg if we can't stop him here.
Clear and hold that LZ strike team.
This is interesting. I know I'm being quiet, but I'm really trying to take this in because I love zombies so much. Okay, so there's extraction. Okay.
So what you just saw there was just a little snippet of that story mission intro, and what's really exciting again about this opportunity
I like the
across
story.
open
okay,
world
so
is,
this
like
is
Kevin
going
was
to
saying,
have
is
mission
we want to bring that story to the forefront.
Okay.
These story missions
That's what I wanna
have
know.
handlers from the Modern Warfare world, from the Black Ops world, Cold War world that you might see. Some new friends along the way as well, and they're going to help you on this story.
That's
and
what I
these
was
missions
interested
that take
in.
you across the big map.
That's what I was interested
lots
in.
of different activities and cool things to do. Awesome
I like
cinematics
that.
and all.
Okay.
And again,
I like
the whole
that.
point of this is that if you're new to being a zombies player, we want you to experience that story. We want you to get into it. But
I
if
was
you're
concerned.
seasoned,
That was my
if you
number
just
one
wanna
concern.
Jump in and kill some zombies,
they have answered it, and I'm actually
do that and then
satisfied
jump
with
to the
it
story
so
later.
far.
We really have embraced that open world sort of feeling across this.
I
and
don't know
that's
why
really
I
the
doubted
exciting thing
Treyarch,
is,
though.
It kind of picked your
For
poison.
our
that player
story,
base
they've
in
done
that
a
sense.
very good job at story.
About options.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's becoming more and more prevalent to me as I'm hearing you guys talk about this like throughout the day. Super awesome and great to see that like the player choice is very prevalent, right? But Zombies has been a mode that's been in the game for such a long time. It's really, it runs side by side, parallel to Call of Duty and its incredible legacy.
I love
but there are still players that
zombies.
are going to be new to this, that are coming into this with a fresh set of eyes for the first time ever. What's in store for them? Because, this could be a little jarring, right? There's a lot of stuff going on over here.
Absolutely. So zombies can be pretty intimidating, and we know that there might be a lot of players who might might only play Modern Warfare, or DMZ, or Warzone. So we've built this mode to make sure that they can have success and have fun, and also support our veteran audience. So
and on a brand new
map, and we'll talk about that more later.
Not later.
But here for this mode, we've broken it down into 3 tiers of difficulty. So you're gonna infill on the outer edges, and this is kind of like lower level difficulty. And new players can really hang out here for the duration of a match and have a great time. But our advanced players are gonna want to try to get into the center of that map as soon as possible. That's where Zakea threw that vial and started this entire incursion.
What an arm on him.
Yeah,
I gotta say.
I was wondering how they were going to do that. So
we have a hot zone
because there's not going to be round
and
base.
now we have to pay for it. All right, well then let's
because
look at the flip side of
basically,
that
I've
one, though,
said
right?
this on all my
Because we
videos.
talk
I will
about the new
say it
players,
again
how we get
when I
those
talk
folks
about
into the game
Outbreak.
and have them playing
Outbreak was
something outside of
technically
their
round
comfort
based, even
zone.
though it was
So,
open world. It's
but
technically
one
round
thing that we
based,
know
and
is
so
that there
this is
are
their way of
core
tackling that.
Zombies fans
So that's
that
not a bad
love this
thing.
experience, live and breathe it. So what do you have for them?
Yeah, absolutely. When you talk about that fusion, and like Kevin said, the experimentation was, well, how do you bring all those core zombie Treyarch features into this new world? And we've done just that. You can see
I'm
we've
so
got
glad
the
to bring
mystery box.
Mystery Box Challenge,
We've got
y'all.
wall buys. We've
Wall
got
buys,
the
good.
Pack-a-Punch, the Pat Machine. All of these things are spread out across this ginormous map. And as you go in, it's up to you. Where do you want to buy them? How do you want to accumulate your arsenal and your loadout? How do you want to tackle this world? But those zombies features are super key to making this feel fresh and really an evolution of that sort of open world feel as you get more powerful. And again, it's fused with the Modern Warfare DMZ feeling as well as buy stations as well. Using
You're
the
gonna
score
see
streaks.
features that you recognize if from experiences in other modes.
100%, which you may not have had in other zombies. So that's where we've married them together. in
So
interesting
there
ways.
will
But
be
awesome.
buy
The most
stations
important
as
core feature,
well.
of
That's
course.
interesting.
It's a sweet new feature, folks.
What?
Is our cereal.
What?
You can't find this in the map. I wish you could. It's actually delicious, though.
Yeah, it's here at Call of Duty Next. It has some awesome features. It's got a UV light,
It's outrageous.
alternate
I may or
cover.
may not have taken a box of
Oh,
those
yeah,
already.
I've stolen this.
I mean,
This
a
is
crate.
mine.
I'm not talking about a single box. I'm
Yeah.
talking a single
crate.
crate.
Oh, wow.
What came off the truck? You know?
Wow.
And shout out to Off Limits
Yes.
That's
cereal
so
for making
cool.
this with the box
I wish it was
bespoke
real.
for Modern
I
Warfare
wish
3
we could
Zombies.
order
and it's a
it.
woman-owned
That'd be
business,
cool.
which
I
is
would
so
totally
awesome.
do that and
Clang,
keep that as a
clang,
collector
clang.
thing.
Yeah. So I would be remiss to not hit on one of the really core features for our Zombies
Oh, yes.
players, and that's the Wonder Weapon,
Oh,
guys.
yes.
I need to know.
Yeah, so of course we have a Wonder Weapon, and it has been custom made again for this open world experience. It is the
boy.
Scorcher.
Oh my word!
I'm gonna let you just look at it for a
Look at that
second.
first raise.
Yes,
Wonder Weapon! Oh my goodness!
Goodbye
zombies!
Demolishing
Whoa!
the highest density of
was like
zombies
10
you've ever
targets.
seen
The
before.
hordes.
Oh yes,
Wow.
absolutely. And then on top of that, it's got an alt fire that launches you into the air so that you can use it to engage. If you want to jump into a horde, if you want to get away from the horde of zombies, if you want to jump on a building or over a building, like
Ooh, I
it's
like
really
that.
you can,
I like
oh,
that.
yeah,
All right,
absolutely.
I like
It's-
that.
Once you get into like basically the flow state of using it and it's in your arsenal, there's no limit. Chef's kiss.
Okay,
Chef's kiss.
chef's
Wonder
kiss, but
Weapon.
you're like, I'm the
Scorcher. Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic.
And part of what makes Zombies so special, especially with this new open world field, is the replayability. Is this? It's not a one and done game mode. So how is Modern Warfare 3 Zombies gonna push that forward
That's
and
what
take the
I'm
next step in
interested
terms
in
of
as well.
what keeps players coming back for more every time?
Yeah, so this is a really kind of replayable mode. It's an extraction exfil mode, right? So you're trying to get deeper and deeper into the map, and at first you're not going to be that successful. You're going to have to play a lot over and over, gain mastery, try to take things out, make sure you successfully exfil so you can come back in the next time with hit the ground running with the right stuff.
Yeah. And when you talked to me, we
Okay.
mentioned it before. We saw Zakhaev.
I'm a little on
meet
the
the
fence
vial
about that.
in the cinematic. That has created the incursion zone, that super hot area we saw a little bit of on the TAC map. Can you talk to me about how
If
the
it's
storm
like
will play into the
DMZ,
map,
when
what
if you
that
get
vial
killed, you
did,
lose
and
everything. I
what
don't
the
know if
gameplay,
I'm.
repercussions are going to be for the
Right.
player there.
I don't know
so
about
this
that.
thing is in the map, and it's the source. It's spreading the dark aether. So It will always be there in the map. It's going to dictate this time limit. At 45 minutes, it's going to start growing and completely consuming the map, and that's where you need to get out.
Yeah.
That's
a lot of zombies.
that I told
it
you
gets
guys there would be
really,
probably some that I think that's
intense.
actually
So it's
not
a
a bad
total
thing
1
because
hour
it
session.
makes
Yeah,
it
1 hour
round based
session.
basically.
Again, those
Particularly
Guilty
because the more you
Warfare
get
players.
into
It goes
map, the
back to
harder it
getting
gets.
in, you know,
I'm
again,
not
player
against
facing,
that.
you
I
wanna
actually
stay on the
think
outer
that'll add
edges,
something
awesome.
to it.
You want to challenge yourself, go into medium and high threat, but the Ether Storm waits for no one, and it will come. And it will make the zombies harder.
Yeah.
And that's part of the challenge and fun is, are we going
It
into the
is.
storm to cleanse it?
Particularly
Are
if
we
they're
avoiding
basing
it? What are we
this
gonna avoid the hell out of
What's the
on
actual plan here?
outbreak.
What are we doing here?
That's
It's really where you
important.
get into
That's
a lot of fun.
important.
And really too, when you think about that heat map for zombies, part of that is going to be gearing up. You said you're spending, you know, a lot of players will be spending a lot of time on the outer edges of the map or in the yellow, gearing up, getting that loot, collecting the right things that
That's
we need
important.
to have a successful infill. But one of the most
That's
exciting things
important.
about that is how weapons will carry over from match to match.
Yeah, so if you're familiar with DMZ, we have contraband weapons, so everything you're finding in the match you can take out and bring it with you. We
Item persistence.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have insurance slots, but we've really taken that to the next level with all the zombies upgrades. So, you know, in the past, you've had to do all that just in-game and you lose it. Now, all of those things have been formed into a consumable version called acquisitions. So things like Pack-a-Punch, weapon rarity, ammo mods, wonder weapons.
Yeah.
All of those things you can find in the match and you can decide to use them then, or you can take them out and just start the next match, load up, Pack-a-Punch,
hot.
drink 4 perks immediately, and now you're good to go. Like, you're going all the way into the high threat.
Straight into the red
That
zone,
I'm a little on
juiced
the
up on
fence
perks,
about.
right?
It's
Oh,
not a
yeah,
bad
sure,
Quite a
thing,
difference,
but
right?
that's very interesting.
But what was the, I guess, like inspiration? Was it just, hey, let's just try something creative, different, fun, do what Zombies has always done and push the bar?
Yeah, it's just like introducing this different kind of pressure with the time limit, but then now giving players this additional ability to bring things in is huge.
Yeah, it's part of that. How do you ease new players and seasons players, right? It kind of relates to rounds. If you're familiar from that, is like
it
when
does.
you get into the
It
higher
does.
zones and you have more of that arsenal.
Relates to rounds.
That's for those
They
seasoned
need it to
players.
do
They're
something
gonna feel
like
it,
that.
and they're gonna want that challenge. Well, you know what?
Okay.
There's a big challenge there. So
That's
you gotta be loaded
the
up on
only
a bunch
thing
of
I'm
stuff
hearing
coming
so
in
far
to
that I'm
really
on the
succeed.
fence
All right,
about
we're
as
getting
far
into
as
the
the
lightning
weapon
round
thing,
here.
but it's
Finally,
not a
Miles,
horrible thing.
I asked you before. You said that zombies is all about discovery, and it is. We know those secrets, those Easter eggs are out there lurking in the world. But of all the secrets, again, I'm going to pressure you.
Keep going back to the well here, Steph.
What can you tell us? What should we be looking out for?
You know, I can't get into all of the secrets. I want to, but the team would kill me. There's a lot in there. But
We want people to find them.
we
too.
do want them to find it, but we have, again, taken advantage of this map. There's a lot there on day one for Discover. We love watching the community find these things. That is part of the fun. So we don't want to spoil any of it, but there's a lot in there, and we're already planning some fun stuff to come later as well.
Well, look,
more coming.
You're not getting it
More
out of
coming
us.
You know
in the
what,
live
Steph?
season.
Some more
Steph might be
coming.
trying
That's
to
going to
dig
be
deep. I will
interesting.
never
I
do
would
that.
like
I
them to
ever,
touch
ever
on
do
that. I
here.
doubt that
But
they
what
will.
can you guys tell me about the monsters?
There
What
you
can you
go.
tell us about all the monsters
Because
that we have coming
how
up here?
is
'Cause there
this
seems
going
like
to
there's some
transform
wild
over
ones that are
time?
gonna
I
be,
hope the map
available for
transforms
players to
over
fight against.
time.
We have a full gambit. It starts with
so it's
just
not
our
always just
zombies.
the same.
We have
Y'all know
more
what I mean.
zombies than we've ever seen before in one space. They completely
Because
fill
if you
up
go
this
back
map.
to
Anywhere you go,
Outbreak,
there's going to be danger. But
each
then we
map was
have
different.
all of our other awesome enemies.
So I would
Hellhound,
like
our
the map
Mimic,
to slowly
who can
change
disguise
over a
himself as
period of
a
time.
cache in the
That would
map.
be
You have to
interesting.
be
I wish they would
careful.
touch on that. I don't think they will
The
today.
Disciple, he
Oh,
buffs.
that was me this morning.
They may,
Waking
but I
up.
doubt it.
Buffing zombies and life draining the Mangler with his cannon and ranged attacks. So just all
These
sorts
are
of
a
threats,
lot of
but
the monsters that
Mega
you're seeing.
Abomination, He's about 3 times bigger than we last saw.
Some of them, yeah, some
Yeah,
of
don't
them
need to be
are
bigger.
a lot of
He's
OG
now
ones
with
coming
horns
back,
and
particularly
crawlers under
from
his
Cold
stomach.
War.
Oh,
And they-
fun.
The dingle dangles.
He
But
can't
there-
fit in
it looks
buildings
like there
anymore,
was
he's
a
so
few
big, so he
new
needs
ones.
those guys to
But he'll
go
still
inside
get you in
and
the
Oh,
buildings.
but this is when you talk about like that opportunity of open world is, okay, you think you're going to be safe, I'm going to run inside. No, absolutely not. The Abomination will send in these little creatures and they will try to explode and flush you out. So really, it's, do you want to die by the lasers outside or do you want to die by these zombie explosions? Again, it's up to you.
Your choice.
It's your choice.
Choose your own adventure.
That's right.
But perhaps more terrifying than monsters even for the first time. There are humans
Yes.
in zombies
They
as
were
well.
the real enemies
humans.
all along.
So this enemy PMC group.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is in the world.
That's another, you know, again, important to the story when you go back to Sakayev and this Terminus Outcomes PMC group. They're his muscle that he's hired. They found that Ethereum. They want more in true sort of bad guy fashion.
That's not necessarily a bad thing. It does go along with the story, so that's not a bad thing.
There's gameplay loop tied to them. Where
I was about to say, I wonder if there's going to be game loop.
You can avoid them if you want.
Loot,
if you want something all day, that's great. You want to mix it, that's cool. Or the coolest thing is to take a horde of zombies, and Kevin loves to say it's like a hornet's nest, which it is you shoot a few, you get a big horde of them.
They're upset.
And you basically train them right into the
Oh, that's
AI.
cool.
And,
wow.
and it's basically the zombies are third-partying.
Yes.
Right, which is awesome. So we're 100% team zombies, and you just kind of sneak by as they're causing all the carnage, so you can loot, get what you need.
I was about to say, I wonder if they're like
it's
strongholds
really
will have good
just,
loot for
I
you.
can't express the moment when you unleash your own zombie
I actually think that'd be pretty good.
AI, it's really satisfying.
Awesome. I can't wait. Well, you guys saw it after the Zombies trailer earlier, but in a couple of minutes, Lottie's going to give you all the details on the Soul Harvester weapon blueprint. Stay tuned. That thing is absolutely absurd. It's 100% something that you're going to want to see in Zombies Day 1. But I have some other news. We got a little taste of that big map that you guys keep talking about. I am excited to announce that the big map you saw here teased in Modern Warfare Zombies was actually your very first look at the brand new map coming to Warzone. We're deep diving into Battle Royale coming next.
Oh boy, it's going to
Stay
be
tuned.
Awesome stuff. Firstly, Kevin, Miles, I want to thank you guys so much for your time. Your
looks
passion
good.
is
I
infectious.
don't
Your
think
love for this is truly
this is going to be very interesting. I hope it's not too much DMZ. It's something that I'm going to have to try in order to give my final opinion on it. There are some good elements that they're doing that I like, and then there's some things I'm a little on the fence about. But this was the thing that I was most interested in seeing today, actually. And I like the story. The story they have. They've done. I like that the story challenges. I do like that. I do.
Call of Duty next.
Okay, here we go. This is going to be interesting. Here we go. This is going to be so exciting. Got something else to drink. This is going to be really exciting. This is going to be really exciting. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh, okay.
The Middle East.
Oh, this is the map. This is the map.
We've been waiting. We've been sort of hinting all day long, right?
Hinting all day long, a little bit for the last week.
I'm looking at everything.
11.
It has Verdansk vibes, doesn't it? I'm sorry, I hit you guys there. Has Verdansk vibes.
Wonderful nostalgia.
Has Verdansk vibes.
Well, when we played.
And you mentioned this is where the Middle East meets Europe a little bit, Eastern Europe a little bit. And Urzikstan will, of course, be familiar to many Modern Warfare players as a central location from the campaign, of course, where Farah is from.
Yes. This is my personal favorite point of interest, Zaravan City.
Okay.
You've got the huge construction site with the crane that's got an ascender. If you look carefully,
this has a lot of Verdansk vibes already.
Yeah,
it's high rise.
I saw that, and that definitely caught my eye. But any opportunity to also be in more lush environments with that industrial spin, I kind of like the Sorokin industrial
this
as well.
is on the northern side.
I'm not against that.
Again, when we think about something like Warzone, you need those industrial districts. We got pop-off power. I made a joke yesterday with our creators that they'll be popping off here, I'm sure, later today. Yeah,
that's going to be a thing.
That's
wonderful
how it works.
Point of interest. This is Shahin Manor.
little bit of Caldera too.
Our players to experience.
Awesome.
I'm not against this. I'm not against them pulling from the other maps.
Lowtown.
They need it. Lowtown looks great. Okay, so Lowtown's gonna be so some of the Modern Warfare 3 OG maps are going to be a part. I'm not against that. I'm not against that.
Nearby one another, of course. We've got this beautiful ruined architecture, sort of a bit of those touches across the map here.
And military base. I'm hearing this is your favorite POI, huh?
My personal favorite, I love a military base. Way back in Verdansk, you can find me at the military base, and
Very
so
familiar
these
this.
bunkers speak to me.
What's sticking out to me, looking at all of these different locations, is density. There's a lot in between different buildings, different locations. It really feels like there's going to be some fun opportunities to get some good fights.
It was one of our focus points, and I love this vista shot of the map, but it was genuinely one of our focus points was to say, how can we make a more dense map where it feels like, in terms of like rotation opportunities, the regain, that there's always some way like you can go and kind of call home. So,
It needed that.
that's
The
what-
map
we
that we
touched
have
on-
right now is way
I
too
think
big.
what's really interesting is you and I have
Way
talked.
too big.
Warzone has been here for a number of years now. We've had a lot of opportunities to take those
New
experiences,
gameplay, I
and it
want to
feels
see
like
that.
you guys have
Launch
really
content,
worked
I want to see.
to
And future
apply those
maps, okay, I
experiences
want to see that as
to
well.
this map.
Yes. It's one of those things where when we start to talk about the game, we always reflect on, the
This
many,
is
many
something-
years of Warzone now, and what our players have loved. So
El
I think
Mazra
when
that
players
we
play,
have
and
right
we'll see
now,
this, very
I can't
shortly,
wait for this
there's
one.
little
It's just
bits
too
of
big.
every map that we've had to
When they
date,
said
but at the
bigger
same
map,
time, it
I
has,
was
like, the
actually
freshness
excited. I
to it.
didn't know that
Like,
that
when
meant
you think about
the
new maps,
majority of
has
it
to
was
have a
going to be
newness.
open,
at the very same time.
open
So
wasteland, if
they're
you will.
dropping in.
It's
This
going to
is
be
it.
open
This is the
desert.
very first time you are
we go.
seeing
That I
live
don't,
gameplay
I
from
wasn't.
Urza's
I,
expanded
Who
range
better than
version.
Dr.
I didn't know
Lupo to
that.
take
I
this
didn't know
because
that,
you
and
know he's gonna pop
yeah,
a few heads
I
from
walked
across
away
the
from
map
Warzone
so,
too.
I mean,
I'm
he's
going
trying
to be honest with
I mean,
you.
they're warming up.
The
but,
gameplay was
I've
my
seen
normal
him
thing.
Crush with Shotty
Gameplay
Sid
was
and
not
MP,
my
so
thing.
I have
The
faith.
map was not my thing.
Always.
So,
Always.
and
This
even
is
some of
actually,
the
quite
resurgence
exciting
maps
to
that are
check
out right
here,
now, they're
especially that,
okay.
we got ourselves a little bit of a fight
See,
happening
I
here. So
miss,
I think,
I missed the
Lupo does
okay.
manage to get the
That's
better. It's just
encouraging.
this,
Movement,
again,
that
it
movement.
feels so
Okay.
fluid. And I think one of the points that is really sticking to me here is also just on that movement. front
So
as well,
expect
right?
some maybe
very
some
important.
Warzone content.
Yeah,
Because they're going to
so
talk about
Thomas said Warzone
movement,
shares the
probably
same
new gameplay.
foundations of Modern Warfare 3, Raven worked really closely
So
with
that,
Sledgehammer.
if they
That's
do,
awesome.
All of
expect
those
some
gameplay
Warzone
features that we
content. I'll
covered in
definitely be
multiplayer
playing some
earlier today
Warzone.
Are aligned with Battle Royale. Can you
Because
take
that
us
was
through
my
a little
number
bit?
one
As you
grief.
mentioned, we've been working with Sledgehammer all year. They've been a great partner because we know when we make something like a big Battle Royale map, we need that movement to feel fluid. We need the
I wanna
traversal
hear that.
mechanics, the mantling. Everything needs to work well and seamlessly.
Yeah, and again, it's the classic Call of
Sorry, you
Duty
probably heard
feel,
me
right?
drink
You're
there.
obviously going to be
Apologize.
getting that here, but to see that, I guess would the word be parody? I guess I'm thinking of just basically seeing how
Continuity.
continuity is
Ooh.
a
It's like-
way
That's
better
the word
word.
we use.
It's
Yeah.
an experience with synergy across all
Yeah.
the modes.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, synergy. I love it.
I love that
I
word.
love that we managed to fit synergy.
And at
I
the
would
same
like
time,
someone
we
to
saw
confirm
earlier
if
on
there's
from
slide
Greg and the
canceling
team
in
that
there.
They increased their health to 150 to actually match Warzone. So
Yeah.
not only is there a synergy with movement, there's also a synergy with the gameplay.
So
That'll
synergy
also
with movement.
be
So there
pretty
is
awesome for
going
you
to
as
be
well,
that.
having been involved
Okay.
in Warzone
So
for
expect
so
some
long and
Warzone
the amount
content
of love and
maybe.
passion you have for it,
Ooh, I
to
like
see,
that.
hey, when players load into the game, like the experience is going to be the same. So try it out, right? The water's warm.
Yeah, move around. We saw zombies. We saw, now with Warzone, we really want our players to move between all these different experiences.
This is one of my favorite weapons that I can pick up in the map right now. I love the scope on it. I hope Dr. Lupo likes it as much
Yeah,
as I
let's
do.
see. I mean, I expect a lot of people to use this today. Oh, they're up in the
Oh,
crane.
they're in the crane!
Let's go.
Okay, so Ted, the crane has a vertical ascender
Ascender,
for you to
yes.
get all the way up there.
Oh, because it's such a
Ooh.
good redeploy mechanic. You can
Okay.
literally use the map to redeploy. You can go up to the crane and jump off and go to wherever you need to go.
So he's just equipped a Guardian.
Yes.
Guardian, we talked a little about in MP. I said I'd talk about it more in Battle Royale because I think this is something we're going to see a lot of today.
Yes.
This is a new kill streak. Can you tell us a little bit more about how it's going to play out in
Yeah,
VR?
it's I mean, I don't want to critique that gameplay there,
Yeah.
but maybe, just maybe, if he put it down, that could have been the area of denial that he actually needed to win that encounter. So it's very
This
much
is the
about
new
if you're being
gulag. Look
pushed,
at
if
it.
you want to defend an area, get that
It's
Guardian
for
down,
dance
to
vibes.
keep you safe effectively.
Yeah, so again, it's
They
not
have pulled
eliminating
on
any
for
players,
dance
but
so
it's that
much.
stun effect.
I'm not
that
mad
it's
about
having
it.
on
I
players.
am not mad about it.
Gulag. And is that a fully kitted out gun as well? That I'm
So
seeing?
this one's not. This is
Okay.
actually just I think it's normal layout.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
But what's interesting about the Gulag is we've gone back to this 3-lane
I'm glad.
experience that we've had.
this is
in
The
the-
other one was that was my other thing. That was my other thing with
But
with
it's
the Modern Warfare
In the
El
middle
Mazra.
there
I
that
did
we
not like the
didn't see. We
Gulag
might
at
see
all.
it later. Can you
Yeah.
tell us what we can expect
So with
The
this group of
jailer
players, they are
was an
so good at
interesting
this game.
move. No
So
one
we'll
hardly
have to
did
see
it.
if,
It was not
they
necessary to
do
do it.
like
I
the
actually
last
liked
time.
doing the jailer when they
But
did
for
it,
anyone
but
at home, in previous war zones, we've had
okay, so
effective
drill
push,
charge
which
still
is the
there.
overtime mechanic. But this time around, it's an ascender, and a
Ooh.
rope drops down from above, and you can ascend and get out.
I
It's
like
kinda
that.
you know, I'm a big pro wrestling guy, so
Yeah.
it's kind of like escaping Hell in a Cell or something like that,
That
right?
may have been some of the inspiration.
Okay, I'm all about that, baby.
Okay,
That
cast
makes me
drop.
very,
Okay,
very, very
this
happy,
he
that
slide
as we
cancel.
continue to see these players just
Slide
like running
cancel.
around, we're actually, they're being
It's
hunted
so
by
pretty.
the
It's so
Hurlings,
I
so we
don't
got a
care
bounty
if
up
it's
right
a
now.
little
So
slow.
what I
They
love
have
about the
shot
bounty
she
that
on.
we've
Shot
updated
she. I'm
is,
not
when they
saying that
complete
right.
the bounty, or should I say if they complete the
I've
bounty,
optic
Yeah.
on there,
they'll
and he
actually get
says a little
one
slow, but
UAV
it's
ping
still there,
for
and
sending
I'm
the
fine with
mechanic,
that,
as we've
just as long
added
as
to
I
the
have that
bounty this time
option.
around.
Okay.
And so
The
this is
Black
a
Ops one was a
bounty
little
that you
slow, so
brought
I'm not
back
against
from
that.
Warzone originally.
I didn't see if it was the big game bounty or
Oh,
the
see,
normal bounty.
I was talking about Big Game Bounty. I
Well, that's a
assumed
good
this
segue.
was Big Game Bounty. Can you talk to us a little bit about that
What's
contract,
that?
which is new?
Yeah, the big game bounty was a fan favorite going back to the 3rd year of Warzone. And it's something that this group in particular, like the really high skilled player, I don't know why they love it, because it effectively marks the highest killed player
Good for
in
content.
the game. But it's great for content.
Great
It's
for
got a great
content.
reward with the advanced UAV. So yeah, really happy.
We want to be
bring this back.
recognized for our hard work in game.
Oh, 100%.
You know?
I mean, I'm never going to get marked, so I'm cool.
Yeah.
Like, I love this.
Okay,
I'm
Same
saying-
so
here.
Mark,
yeah,
so that's fact.
baby.
I'm not against
Player
that.
with
That
the
was
most
fun.
most kills in the
Yeah.
match, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And if you complete it, you get that advanced
The
UAV.
advanced
By the way, I'm
Yeah.
drinking
Super
out my
powerful,
new
great
G Fuel
game.
Carnage.
Yeah.
Carnage
Actually,
one.
now
Carnage-
as the
Carnage
game
Shaker.
continues to play out
It's
here,
cool.
and our competitors kind of get the
I
lay
did
of
a
the
video
land,
the other day.
I find it
Down
to
here,
be
the collector
really,
spots I got, and I
refreshing
did a
for
review.
these players that they were just
video. Go
toiling
check it out.
around in Modern Warfare 2 maps, old Modern Warfare 2
You can check
maps,
it out
but now they're
on
going into something fresh
TikTok.
and new. Was that like an objective for you guys with this map to make it
This
feel
looks,
just fresh, make it
Yeah.
feel like you're jumping into this
This
with a new pair of
has
eyes?
So whenever we think
Verdansk
about
and
a map,
Caldera
you have to
vibes
think
all
about
over,
both the
and
map
I'm not
the
mad about it.
gameplay. Like,
Sure.
they're so intrinsically linked. So hopefully a little bit later on, we'll see some of the gameplay. that
I
we
will
kinda hinted at.
definitely
So
have
the team
to-
beforehand hinted at the drivable train. Haven't yet seen if a team landed on that.
I
But
will
that's the
definitely
newness,
have
it's
to
the new
get
map
used
plus
to
the
it
new
again,
gameplay.
because
Those
I haven't
things
played
combined
Warzone
will
in
yield today's
months.
experience that everyone's playing.
Yeah, and also feels like a lot of quality
Ooh.
of life features,
Ooh.
right? And also some
See
great
how he could
gameplay
get,
features that
see, I
have
like
been,
that. Ah,
introduced into this that
that
I'm
looks
also
good.
looking forward to, because traversal, the big thing in BRs,
Okay.
you got to be able to rotate effectively. If not, you're gonna get wiped out to the circle.
I want to see
one
that.
right here,
And
actually.
All right,
It's like
redeploy.
an
Okay,
line
so
off
there's
in
a
the distance. We're gonna
redeploy
get a better
thing
look
as
at the
well.
video.
All right.
This is the crane we were talking about earlier,
Yeah.
so that's the
So
vertical.
you can go up.
ascender.
Yep.
Okay.
But
And
for the first time,
you
in
can
addition to
redeploy.
going up.
Redeploy drones. as
Oh,
the
that's
map
cool.
launches.
Okay,
We're bringing
redeploy
those
drones
across
are in
from
here. That's
Al
good.
Mazrah. But
That's
then,
great.
Here's the new
Nice.
The new
Oh, that's
I was gonna
nice.
ask when we were gonna get
Ooh.
horizontal zip lines.
Yeah, so I mean, we were so happy to bring these.
That's
into the map. It
cool.
really fits the
Okay, I
POIs
like
and the layout
that.
of the
I
map.
like that a
But
lot.
also, this group here,
Wow.
they're going to use them to push another team.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Whereas for a lot of our players, they might use it to move
Evade.
away
Get
or
away.
evade a team.
That's
so it's
cool.
got, dual
Okay.
purpose.
That's
I'm sure we'll
good.
have encounters where they meet each other.
On the zip
What happens when
lines,
two
yeah.
players on a
they
zip
go,
line?
They go past.
They go
yeah,
past each other.
That's
Okay,
cool.
but
That-
You can use your
Oh, well,
AR, so
I mean,
like, you should
Fortnite
shoot.
has it. Why
Yeah.
why can't
you
Warzone
could
have
duel
it?
like an old British
Yeah, right.
horse.
You can do like 10 paces, turn around, zip, and then just go and try and
That's
see if you
what
can
I'm
spin
saying.
each other out.
Good.
No, that is
also
really
know,
cool.
especially over water, we saw them sort of between
That's
the
good.
higher
Water
buildings.
combat
We're gonna
is
have them
back.
across the water. I think
that's a
getting
good
across
thing.
this map.
Warzone
Can you
needed
tell
to
us
put
anything
water
about this map
combat
in
in
terms
it.
of
It did.
size,
It needed
sort
it.
of what
Every
to
other
expect for
Battle Royale
folks at home
had
who aren't
it.
gonna
I don't
Yeah.
know why
maybe
they
get a
didn't.
sense of
So
it.
they
What
put in.
What
That's
we did
one
was,
bright
obviously,
spot
we
of
always look at, like,
Warzone
the
2
latest map, so we look
when
at,
it came
Caldera
out. That's
and
one
Al
bright
Mazrah.
spot.
So it's closer in size to Caldera, a little bit smaller than
Slightly
Al
smaller
Mazrah,
than Al Mazrah.
but it's more dense. So
Yes.
it should feel like
So
the
it's close
land
to the
space
size
mass
of
should still feel
Caldera.
very
I'm not
familiar.
against
And
that.
so when you
Caldera.
Say dense, we mean to less open
spaces.
I like that.
Yeah.
Points of interest.
Yeah.
Caldera.
I'm even seeing it here. Like there are some wide open spots. that
The
your snipers
hill
can have a
thing was
great
kind of
time,
up.
but there's
It actually wasn't that bad of a map. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Hey, has there been some like really cool play tests where everyone's just like scrapping it out in these like wild locations, close quarters?
Like I mentioned, you know, when we look at Low Town and Old Town, they're kind of like the rattier places. But you know, again, we'll talk about some of those gameplay mechanics that we've added to improve that. it's it has the train line that runs straight through it.
Okay, so there is a train line. I like
you'll
that.
be in Lowtown, maybe just like getting into it with another team, and then another team just comes steaming
Rolls
through,
up.
literally on the train.
I like
and
that.
potentially pushes the team through the POI.
And
That is
Old Town
awesome.
and Lowtown, of course, are on that central land.
Okay, so here's the
And
train.
Here's the train.
Speaking of the
Speaking
train.
of the train that stops in Old Town. I
Yes,
believe.
yeah.
Ted, tell us about this. I
I
feel
like
like
this.
everybody
Yeah.
downstairs is.
They
I
saw the
need to.
handbrake
What's
yesterday,
this?
And we're like, wait, what? There's a handbrake on the caboose? So if anyone at home doesn't know, the rear carriage is called a caboose. We've got the UAV tower, the buy station.
On
If
the
you
train.
push- on the
UAV
train.
buy station on the train.
And if you push the driver's carriage, you can go forward, backward, you can stop.
Nice.
But the nuance that these players will find out today is you're in the driver's carriage, you're driving, happy days, you know, you're the conductor. But if a team jumps on the back and throws that handbrake, you're going to have to go and engage.
That's cool. Okay,
Or
I didn't
get
know
in a
that.
wheel
I like
switching.
that.
Yes.
I like that.
No, the handbrake controls it.
Controls all of it. So, that's the
so
master
you have to go
control.
back and
So there's almost like a decision you have to make.
Yeah.
of like, well, do
Okay, I
want to
like
put a
that.
body
I
over
like
there,
that.
have
I
someone
like
defend
that.
the handbrake, but then you
Okay,
might be running
okay.
into a full
Yeah.
squad.
All right,
So there are going to be some
Cody.
decisions
All right.
players are going to have to make with these with this train.
Yeah, we had a great play test where I was on the train with a few others, and the train stopped, and we were like, "Hang on, we're here.
We're all here.
we're all here." So that can only mean one thing. Yeah. So it's a great like realization moment.
Your detective
Yes.
work gets
Yes.
That's
You're
cool.
literally doing a
All
head
right.
count.
yeah.
How many people
Say
have got
Okay.
Yeah.
We're
No,
seeing
that's cool.
some super fluid movement here. We just
It
saw
looks great.
kind of parachute from building to
I'm
building.
so glad.
They're on the move. I think they're getting to a buy station up here.
I'm glad.
maybe
I'm
pick up some
glad. I'm
gear.
glad. I hope it feels like the old
And Ted, which
Warzone.
which POI is this?
So they're
It
just
looks
above,
like it so far,
Valorant
with
City,
little
sort of in the
nuances,
Old Town-
Favorite.
lower Old
like
Town
the
area.
zip lines.
Again,
I like
love
that.
The style.
Your
and the
girl
theme,
may
like,
be
this-
coming
this
back to
has that kind of
Warzone.
Al Mazrah like feel
Your
to
girl
it.
may
Yes.
be. She may
And
have
of
to get
course,
the whole
additionally-
squad back together.
In the Great Modern Warfare universe, Urzikstan shares a border
Yep.
with Al Mazrah. It does. Yeah.
Okay, I just love how deep into the lore you are.
I am
you know?
a lore head.
Yeah, I'm a lore head too, so it makes me very happy to see another fellow lore head. Here.
When I watch these guys behind us, are awesome creators. And
The
community making
lighting.
story, making
Looks
their
good.
content about the
That's one
storyline
thing
and
about Al
I
Mazrah.
love
The
it. I'm
lighting
so
was
excited.
good.
And Ted, you always say
The lighting
they're
was
the
good. So this actually
storytellers
doesn't look
and,
that bad.
you guys are providing them those raw materials to create. And
The
Yeah,
lighting's
as the
good.
canvas
Yeah.
for them to
There were
paint on.
times
it
on
sounds
El
corny,
Mazrah I
but
felt like it was
those
too
are the kind
bright.
of
You
things
couldn't
that we
always
think
see
about
your
when we think
opponent.
about the types
But
of
it's
map
not bad.
and gameplay we want to create. And if you look carefully,
Okay,
I've
so it
seen
still
happen,
has the
a couple of
fuel
times
empty.
already.
Okay.
We have unsuppressed red dots that now show up on the minimap.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
the classic
The
minimap
classic
behavior.
minimap behavior.
Will behave the same way in Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer.
That
as in
is
Warzone.
a
That's
yeah.
fire,
That
physical.
is
How has that
that's a
added to
that's
the-
a
to the
W.
game?
When you think of something
That's a
like
huge
a
W.
big map BR,
Yeah.
like Battle Royale, it's really important that you know where engagements are happening.
Yes.
For a lot of
I like
players,
that.
It could be they want to avoid that area, or for other players, they want to move. Did we get?
Personal favorite, I believe this is the cash gulag.
Here we go. Let's have a look.
We
What's-
love the money.
What's that?
Well, let's see
Pick
how
up
this.
as much as
Oh,
Let's see
you
if
have
the
cash
Ascender
throughout the
comes
whole
down. Let's see
thing.
if they
Okay.
push. Well, they're pushing.
I don't know if they're even gonna have an opportunity
5
for it.
seconds.
He's
Go.
gonna.
Oh, she did it.
Let's go. That was good.
Oh, so
Very
now that we
clutch.
See
see
the
the
stress in
Yeah.
her face.
She's
the
like,
relief.
yeah.
now that we
did
see
it.
the
Okay,
gulag, and of
so
course,
there's
shout out
gonna
to
be
Chica
some
for
with
the
cash in
clutch
it.
there. What are some things that are
I like
that we
that.
should be expecting for the gulag, because that was different.
That
Burgertown.
was different than what we saw before, Alex.
Yeah.
In fact, we got
Burgertown.
some
Did y'all
video.
see it?
Here we go.
Burgertown.
This is the OG gulag. This is what we're
wanna
going to be
see.
playing
Free lane.
most of the
Yep,
time
free
in
lane
the,
structure.
in the
I
free
like
lanes.
that.
But Ted, for the first time, there might be some other gulags.
Yes. So maybe right on cue, we'll see the night vision.
Oh.
gulag.
No way.
So this is something that can happen from time to time. It's a chance of it happening.
Kinda
And we
like the
have
cash
several of
one that we
these. And
just
I almost
saw.
don't want to spoil too much. You
Yeah,
talked
yeah.
about the
I
cash
actually
one.
like.
Yeah, we want to
earlier
wait
on.
to see.
But and here's the ascender that we've
Here's the
already
ascender.
mentioned. That if you can get on it and you can get out, you can be shot on the way up. You can be shot from below. Like
But you can
gotta be
also
careful.
get off of it
yeah,
and make
yeah,
a play
jump
as
off,
well.
Yeah, make a play.
That's cool.
We've
Okay.
seen some really
Okay.
interesting play tests. I remember one of our designers shared a clip.
I like that.
where
I hope
the
it
other
plays
player
out
that jumped
well,
on the
but I
ascender,
like
they
that.
also got an
I
underneath.
like that. So
shot them
I
on the
don't
way
care
up,
if they
eliminated
add
them,
little
and then
new
made it
things
themselves.
to
Like a
it.
little Matrix
Yes.
moment there.
Not
you know?
saying I don't
Shooting
like
it.
that.
It goes back to
I
the
just didn't
storytelling
want
that
the
we want our players to tell
those
the
three-way that they were talking
Yeah,
about.
it's Call of Duty
I didn't want
moments,
they
right?
to.
We'll
I
wait
didn't
to
want them
see,
to change
if we
that.
get some of
They
those
they
other,
need to go back to
gulags
the
that we're talking
jeller
about.
and
Because
things like that.
ultimately, you bringing the implementation of the public event into the Gulag mechanic. We're showing them off here today. It may not be like that at launch because we're still obviously in the Warzone Alpha build, but we've got some exciting stuff planned.
That's cool. Ooh.
And our streamers are
dialed in.
They're there was a tone shift when we went into Warzone in the venue.
You gotta concentrate when you're doing Warzone.
Everyone's like,
you gotta concentrate. I'm being more quiet. You gotta concentrate.
The world in front of their creators.
That's why it's gonna take me a little bit to get used to it again.
Creators, the passion and the time that they put into Warzone, has to feel rewarding for you.
I like the slide canceling. You can slide cancel on the way. I like that.
At Raven,
Ooh, yes, I like.
We have to
me
cater
likey.
to so many different player
Me
types.
likey.
When you've got millions and millions and millions of people playing your game.
Yeah.
You've got these creators who play 10 to 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. But equally, we know that we have people who just jump on a Sunday with their buddies and just want to have some fun. So we always try and find that sweet spot of our mechanics, where something like the train, anyone can jump on the train and have a fun time with the train.
Yeah.
But equally, we've made changes, for example.
Ooh, it's happening.
Oh, it's happening.
It's off the rip.
Ooh, do it. Hit the brake.
Okay, now I hope she turns around the front. Oh, she's getting pushed from behind.
Oh, we've got a lot of action.
Oh no! Oh,
I'm not sure that was the smart play.
No, they were both getting off of it.
Oh, okay.
That was smart. That was smart.
Yeah, Noisy Butters was like, guys, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, not worth it. Oh man, that is going to be a
Wow.
sweaty drop.
Yeah, I mean,
That's gonna be so. If you one jump into it, okay. I'm not against that. I'm for it. I'm for it.
And pretty soon here, we're gonna have probably a winner of our first match. So
Yeah.
There
hopefully
does
we
need
get
to
the
be,
news.
I think, some
Yeah, we're
sweaty
jumping
spots.
around
That's
between
something
streams
that El
today,
Mastro
and
does
hope
not
you guys
have
are
as
obviously
much
checking out your
as
favorite creator streams
it feels
here
very
at next.
That's missing.
Really cool
that
stuff.
missing.
What else? I mean, like, should we be looking forward to here, right? Because I know, like, you guys are doing some creative things with like the contracts and different things like that to really get people in the game to move around, interact a bit more, cause some more chaos.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday, we started talking about some of our quality of life improvements.
Yes.
And I think one of the biggest cheers we got.
I
from this
like
group
to
was
hear them
that
say
we brought
loadout.
pistols
You can bring in your
underwater.
loadout.
So if you're swimming underwater, you will always have a pistol.
Nice.
And I did not
Okay.
expect that to be the biggest cheer, but it shows the love that this group
That's
and I
fine
think
with
our
me
wider
as
community,
well.
reflective of them too, have for like those small detail touches that just improve the gameplay loop as a whole.
Yeah, quality of life's definitely been top of mind. Building this map out.
She's liking. I love
as you
seeing
said,
that.
Something that Raven thinks about. Building Warzone from the ground up, and a lot of those quality of life changes that we've even made in the live game in the last year.
Yeah.
Expect them. In
Yeah.
yours if
I
you-
like the
forward,
looting
so
system. It's
everything that
the
you
way
play
that it
and
should
see,
be.
like
They're
we've
not
made
going
over
back to
100
the way it
quality of
was
life
at the
improvements
beginning.
to the
Just by watching her,
Warzone
you
of
can
this
tell.
year. Everything carries into the Warzone.
It will be interesting
ahead
to
of them, so-
see
Yeah.
though
Yeah,
about
yeah. And
the.
also, you guys also were some of the movement as well, right? 'Cause I'm noticing like the slides are going a little far.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Like
So
yeah.
across the board, like anywhere where we could just tighten it up, and again working with Sledgehammer, we've taken that opportunity. So
Yeah,
that's really
I
cool.
actually want to talk about that because I said earlier that Warzone shares the same foundation, that foundational gameplay with Modern Warfare 3, so movement mechanics, all those things. But you've put your own, touch on specific things, tuned a little bit more specifically for PR. BR. Do you want to talk to us a little bit about, how some of those perks might work a little bit differently in Warzone specifically versus MP?
Yeah. So on the Warzone side, we felt that this time around was an opportunity to have some unique perks only for Warzone. Because
Okay.
again, it's a big map. We have different player styles, different motivations. So
different experience too.
My personal favorite is Combat Scout.
Okay.
Now,
Okay,
I'm adding
what's that?
because I like it.
Okay,
That is very much a perk.
I also like it. I
Yes. This is why buildings have been missed.
Yeah. Like the perk there should be variety. There should not be an optimized path. It should be that when you jump into the game, you don't know, you're going to be surprised what people have equipped. I expect some of this group will probably equip Shrouded, which is that when you get downed, you will automatically drop a smoke grenade. That's a really new dimension.
Okay.
And then equally, I think another one will be Resolute, which is when you get shot and you take a hit, you move faster to get out of dodge. So
Oh, that's cool. So good opportunities for, especially for like field, like a wide open field traversal. Get shot, get a speed boost, get down.
Okay.
Potentially a smoke comes down, your teammate can back you up.
There you go.
That's not
really kind of
bad.
variety
That's
that
not
we're
bad.
looking
Okay,
Yeah,
so
well, would
I
definitely
told you
run
guys
with the
they'll
smoke
be
bomb
adding some new
one,
things.
because I know that is
I'm
gonna
not
be
against there being some things in Warzone that are not in the Modern Warfare
There's gonna be some interesting
multiplayer. I'm
Yeah,
fine
yeah,
with
that's
that, just
really
as long
cool.
as the
And
movement
it's almost like,
is
giving
fast.
the character, giving the
Just as long
players,
as
like,
it
as
is.
it's been said time and time again, right? That freedom of choice.
What I mean by
to be
fast,
able
I
to get
mean
really clever with, like, how
slide
you want to
canceling and
approach
reload
that.
canceling.
And it feels like,
And it looks
yeah,
like that's
tune that
going to be in
playstyle.
there.
Feels like
Excellent
the
player
same here.
agency. We want the stories, etc.
Yeah, and we're back into Gulag again.
I see
Oh
some
boy.
tactical crouching,
Okay.
preparing for battle.
Will we see the long-rumored Ascender? The mythical. It's going to be a myth by the end. No one's going to believe us that it is actually an Ascender.
Got a
They're gonna think
Molotov out.
players are
But
too
she's
good.
picking up that cash, so this is the cash gulag. But
Cash
we're waiting to
gulag.
see.
I like that there's a
The
cash.
road's
Ooh!
grab it.
Go grab it.
Oh,
that other one's right. That's cool.
Well played. The
Baited.
smile. Yeah, she baited them really good. There.
I don't blame him. I would have done the same thing too. Just gone
It
straight
was a
for
honey
the
pot.
rope.
It was
Yeah,
like, oh, honey. I'm going to go for honey.
But now she's got that cash, right? So she's
Yes.
got both of her.
That's
she's got two,
good
one teammate
about the
down.
cash.
She can go grab them.
She can go
They
grab
don't
them.
get it
I
out of
like
the
that.
box.
I hope the prices
Oh,
aren't as
someone
high.
just actually did a buyback, so she's got to be careful. Yeah, here you go. There's
Oh,
the fight going
here
on.
we see maybe somebody.
Yep, you can see the unsuppressed red dots on the mini-map as
Yep.
well. Oh, the other teammate's down. Oh, she's pushing. Here we go.
This is ambitious because she's literally. I think. Does she have any help here? I don't think she
Nope.
does.
They're both in the gulag.
Yeah, the Gulag of life.
Yeah.
Big
Now,
dive to get out of
Can
there.
she make a run for
Look at
that
the
fight?
movement.
Atari doing
Y'all,
unnecessary
she was
here.
able
Butters
to
is
get
back.
in.
She's
I
just
love that.
redeployed.
Yeah.
Very well played. That dive, I've been
I'm so-
loving that we have the options of diving and sliding, you know?
I
You can
love
You
that.
can do some really funny things with the dive.
I love that. It looks like Warzone's back,
just
in my
ground loot. And in
opinion.
fact, maybe we can
I'm
actually
definitely
just quickly
going
talk
to be
about ground
playing
loot.
it.
Yeah.
We've brought back weapon rarity.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
we will
records.
see colored
Yeah, you
boots.
just saw it right there. Like,
Okay,
you picked up the
color
blue
loot.
AR.
All
It's-
right, I'm
it's
not
one of those
against
things
that. That's something that they had back in
when you
the
think
other
about the looting gameplay,
the
you need to be able to
in
quickly see, like, what's that weapon?
Caldera.
What's
I'm
this
not
item?
against
Yes.
that.
So even from a custom loadout perspective, you know, it's got that pink/magenta.
They're in
filter
a
that-
hot
that
spot right
card
now.
that you can see.
I think they ended up losing both of their teammates there. Hate to see it, but
So Ted, what are some of the things that we can expect to kind of stay the same here? Like I see buy stations, redeployable buy stations. Are they coming back?
Yes, they'll be there.
Okay,
day
that's
one.
good. That's good.
We
Day
really
one,
see
good.
this as a continuation of the current war zone, and then just leveled up, polished, all new movement, etc. on top.
That's good.
So something that a lot of people in this room care about,
Yeah.
that we worked super hard on in current Warzone and we think is awesome, is the good old Champions Quest.
Oh, the Champions
We've
Quest.
had some amazing moments in the last year since we introduced it, and it's been really fun for a lot of people. But we want to open that up a little bit. What can you maybe
See the zip
breadcrumb
line?
us a little bit for what to expect with where you might take us with Champions
Yeah.
Quest in the future?
So Champions Quest is something that we're going to be launching during the first season. So we don't want to reveal
Okay.
much on the horizontal zip line, but
Yeah.
I'll try and stay focused. There's so much going on.
That
I
was
saw
so
the trail,
cool.
I was like, I'm not gonna try,
Horizontal.
I'm
I
not gonna
saw.
try.
I saw.
But no, Champions Quest, it's been a huge success for us all year long. You know, that ability to nuke the map, the challenge.
Okay,
of
so
doing it is
nukes
just
for the
unbelievable.
champion thing
Yeah.
are
So
coming
what we want
back.
to do
I did
for
not
next
do it
year's
again
Champions
this
Quest
Warzone. I didn't
is
do it.
allow
I was
players
tempted to do it a
steal
few times.
from the team who
But
is doing it.
again, this Warzone
You
is
don't
just
steal
not
it once.
for
Okay.
players
So
like
if
me.
you
It
yes,
looks
yes,
like
yes,
this
yes, yes,
Warzone
team
though
is doing it.
is.
Push them, be the first, take them down. They'll drop the contract, they'll drop the pieces. You can pick it up and try and take it through to the finish.
Okay.
My goodness, I
Wow.
cannot wait.
To be
all right.
And it gives people more options to get on something
I
like
like that.
Champions Quest. You know, they're not the only ones who get to enjoy it. Ted and
Yeah.
I are gonna squad up. We're gonna get our
Take them down.
our first time CQ win.
or potentially lose it.
I like
you
that.
know,
Yeah,
depending.
yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put that negativity out there. I'm so sorry. Well, let's actually go ahead and check in on our TCL Power Hour and see how many challenges have been completed thus far
Okay, yeah,
for the
there are
days.
challenges
And remember,
that
for each
the
one
content
completed,
creators
you
can do.
have a chance to win a 65-inch TCL TV. All you got to do is enter that hashtag COD next and hashtag TCLX COD
Buyback
sweepstakes. Once again,
drivable
that's TCL
train.
X COD
What?
sweepstakes
So
for
so
each
while the
challenge
train
completed
is
during the
moving, you
TCL
could buy
Power
back
Hour.
on
A
the
winner
train.
will
That's
be
what.
randomly
Okay.
selected from all eligible
I love the
entries
train.
received
I love the
for a
train.
total of up to
I do
9
love the train.
winners. And thus
Horizontal
far,
zip line
we have
elimination. I love that.
3 of our items picked up here. So it looks like we still. I didn't see which ones it was though.
They're on the
Was
way.
it the train? Did we get the train?
No, we didn't get the
So
train one.
I hope we get it.
Can we see the card again?
Yeah. Actually, can we bring it up
You
one more
guys wanna
time? I
pop
just
the
want to see what we have.
Here we go.
We
Okay,
don't.
okay.
Don't.
You did get a drivable train elimination.
Yeah, we
got
watched
Gulag
it.
Wave.
Oh, yeah, that was that.
Yeah,
Okay,
this
that's
is
For
cool.
some
like
reason in
back
my
to
head, I
back.
thought it was run someone over with the drivable train.
I honestly did too.
That
But
would be legendary.
That would've been
if
cool.
that happened and we don't know, I need to see the highlights.
I
so
guess
I'll
it
be
could.
busy
Someone was
later.
in the middle of the
that would
tracks
be the
and see
first
the
ever.
train
That would
coming.
actually be kind of cool. But there you see it there. But for now, though, we're actually going to head on over to Miles, Lottie, and Nameless, as well as Alley Cat, for their thoughts on live gameplay for Warzone. What you got for us, guys? What you think?
Choo-choo! All aboard the new train. That's what I'm looking for, friends. I was discussing with this with you guys prior to we got on camera. It was like, are we going to drop train, win the fight, pump the brakes, take the cash, buy our gear, all aboard, next stop? It's going to be an amazing experience. Like, we're going to be able to finish
I
on train.
think that's
we're
a
gonna,
cool
we're gonna be able
thing.
to
They're
rotate
not
using the train.
wrong.
Francis Borgia's going to be
The
out there well
rotation
excited with the camera
in
in his
this
face
map is
because of
going.
the train.
It looks
it's a big
good.
day for COD.
It
All right,
looks
audience, if you want the
good.
freest kill in the game, make sure you go to the train to find Miles.
The freest.
But I do want to say, I was hoping that it was going to be an actual like train, like you turn the train on and you run somebody over to get out that bingo card. But now I'm seeing EMD, the train track. So I'm guessing you throw the EMD, you can stop the whole train. So forget about the stop and the drive. I'm going to be sitting in a bush next to the train track like, all right, Miles, you want to rotate to another side of the map? Well, you got another thing coming.
Oh, that my train, my precious train. I have to give it a cool
It
name.
looks
But yeah,
good.
really fun. I mean,
It looks
like
good.
we've seen change after change when it comes to Warzone over the years. This one sort of feels, again, like movement's back. Everyone's super excited about that. Guns look really fun. With the increase in health,
I think
fights
that's-
feel a little longer, you know?
That's the big thing, right?
It
it's
needed
the quality of
all
life,
that
the
stuff
presence that
needed
the
to
game now has,
happen.
and
Honestly,
do you know what I
it all
absolutely
needed to
love about
happen.
Raven and the team up as well. Is the fact that they have not been afraid to bring
The
things
player
back,
base
to
has
bring things back
really
that
dropped
the community
drastically.
wants, and I think that is just incredible. They're listening.
They
and
needed
care,
to bring
and
these
that is
things
coming
back.
across
This
the
is something that
screen.
they
So
never
for
really
me,
should
I
have
think,
gotten
things
rid
like
of.
the red dots that we're seeing on the
and
map,
the red
under
dots,
fire.
it's
We're
nice.
seeing also
Yep.
just small things like the blue plates that are also happening in the HUD, and it's minor
the little
that make
things,
such a big
yeah.
difference to, I think, the community that grind Warzone. It is their life, it is their careers. Many of them in
I
this
agree.
room right now.
I agree.
It's massive.
Yeah.
and
It
it's
is.
really exciting to see.
Also, the quality of life upgrades. You know, we heard them talking about the unique perks that we're going to have in Warzone. Like the Shrouded is massive, right? You drop a smoke when you get knocked. We
I
already
like
do
that
in
as well.
Warzone. We throw a smoke at our teammates.
Have
sometimes
they?
you
I
have
don't
one. Now
think
that
we're
it's gonna be
done
an
yet
actual
though,
perk that you
because
can
they
grab,
haven't. They didn't
huge.
mention
Also, when you start
other
to get shot, you
maps
talk about the
that
health
was
now,
on
which
the
is great,
bottom of the
having
list. Did they talk
150
about
health.
maps?
Well,
I
now
don't
when you
think
get
they
shot, you move faster. So not only do you have that extra health to survive and evade enemies, you also have the faster movement with MW3 that they're bringing, and a perk that even allows you to get faster. Because
That's
we know
cool.
there are some players, come from myself, who's a bit more competitive. You like to get, you know, a little
Yeah.
bit more aggressive and
I
get those
do
1v4
too.
situations.
And that's
you
the
have
thing.
The ability to do that. And it's all up
As
to
a
the player,
rusher,
which is great.
as a
There is
rusher.
one more
Now
perk
sometimes
that
I
wasn't
play
brought up,
tactical,
by
but as a
Tesla
rusher,
irradiated, which has got something to do with how you interact
as a
with the
rusher,
gas.
I didn't
More
like
on
how
that
this
later. Ha, ha,
Warzone
ha.
that's out
But,
right now
plenty
really
more cool
punished
changes
the
though, like,
rushers.
we've seen different
I thought
field upgrades,
that
we've
that
seen
wasn't
different
right.
kill streaks, the Guardian
That
being
they
involved
needed to
as well. I mean,
cater to
that's something
all
that I think
play
Black
styles,
Ops
and
4
that
players remember a little
didn't.
differently. This
This
doesn't kill you, though.
this
This
one
just
does
slows you
not,
down.
and
It's like
so
a
I do like
gigantic
that they
stun
have that.
grenade spotlight.
Put
I
it in a
do.
doorway, Miles.
Put it in a doorway, but the
Okay,
range
so
on
you
that
can
bad
buy
boy is crazy.
loadouts.
Look,
I
if that
just
thing's
saw
good
that
enough
there.
to slow
That's
down the
good.
Incredible Hulk is good enough for COD. That's all I'm saying.
It certainly is indeed. I just got to say that I'm so excited to see how our creators, our streamers, the community react to this, especially when you check the timeline and seeing kind of what the noise is about. And Ali, looking across Warzone right now and the way that Warzone has been pushed forward, not only in terms of the map, and you know, a lot of people talking about Verdansk and how much they miss it, the nostalgia coming forward, I think, from Urzikstan really does
This
kind of give
looks
that
like a
reminiscence of Verdansk
mixture
in
of
terms the way it looks
Caldera and
feels,
Verdansk.
its openness. We also have moments and places like Superstore,
Yeah.
etc. There are drops there for everyone
Yeah.
who wants to get a battle in and perform at the highest level.
It
yeah, I
is.
think something that's crazy about Warzone specifically is the fact that, like, it's only been a couple of years it's been around, right? And I feel like it's continuously just getting better, and small changes are being made for
Well, it's getting better
quality of
now,
life.
honey.
And like you said, this does feel
Let's gonna be
very
honest.
reminiscent of Verdansk,
If you like
but
Warzone
it
2
has
right
some
now,
great changes,
that's
like
I
the guns, the blue
I
guns on
say
the
good for
grounds,
you.
and we just saw a UI change, like the gas mask actually being on your face the entire time, and you can see it on your screen. I will tell you right now, I'm somebody who is really bad
See
at object
the movement?
permanence. I would always forget
That's
that I
that's
have a gas
important.
mask. So now that it's like actually on your vision as well, so like it's a great reminder. Just really small things like that that can really change a game.
That's something that I think community members have been asking for, the amount of times players enter gas or whatever. A few more really nice quality of life changes no matter what.
So
your
there
loadout
is a
You see on
loadout
screen
thing
right
too.
now.
All
If you're
right,
in the
all
water,
right.
you have a pistol no matter what. Whatever your loadout is, whether it's 2 primary weapons or you've got a melee, whatever it may be, there is a pistol at the
Okay,
ready
that's
when you do go
good.
underwater.
Okay.
Same for all the ladders as well. So that element of gameplay, I know.
I'm
the
fine
first
with
time
that.
I had a circle out in the ocean in Al-Mazrah, I dropped like a 12 kill spree because no one could get close. I was running around with a gulag pistol and it really worked. That is not the case anymore. Awesome quality of life change, whether it's gas masks,
I'm
whether it's
glad.
pistols. We're really
That
just
was
starting to learn our way
necessary.
around this place. And Sledge and the crew at Raven.
Ooh, this
great
looks
job
like
in
a
bringing
cool
all that to
place.
life.
And you
Ooh.
know what? You talked about the gulag there. The gulag looks great. right?
Gulag
I'm a big fan
looks
of, I know everybody likes different
sick.
gulags that we've had throughout the years, but I'm a big
Gulag
fan of like,
looks
let's
sick.
just get into a gunfight.
It
Nice
all
two
looks
walls in
good.
the middle.
I'm very
Let's just get into the
optimistic
gunfight,
about
and
this.
better man gets
I'm
out of the
optimistic
gulag, and we
about
also see
everything
that
about
the rope,
this
the
new
ascender,
war
where you
zone.
can just jump on the
And
rope
this
and get on
this
out.
looks
Couple
good.
different
It
strategies
looks
you can
good.
employ, wait for the person.
Oh, what?
Thank
What else
you
are they
so
going to
much for
say?
that. And yeah, always great to hear, you know, the greatest minds in Call of Duty esports
What else are
talking
they gonna
about
say?
a brand new Call of Duty game. What a time to be alive, of course, here. But
It
yeah, and
looks
there's still so much
good.
more to talk about
It looks
with
good.
Warzone stuff.
So much. We've got so much going on. We finally saw Night Vision Gulag. We
I like
got
that.
an Ascender
I like
overtime
that.
That was cool.
win. It was the moment that Ted and I have been waiting for. We were waiting to see this thing in action.
And you guys are calling it, man.
delivered.
The whole time you're like, this has to happen.
Yeah.
This has to happen.
I had my bingo card at the ready. I'm like ready to go.
They're too good. We haven't had a chance to get to the overtime mechanic in the Gulag yet.
It's wild.
Oh,
it's
there's an
very
overtime
exciting.
mechanic.
And-
That's
and
cool.
In
Okay.
total, I'm happy to say, Ted, correct me if I'm wrong, 4 different Gulags.
Yes, with more to come in the season. So
more to come.
we
Okay.
want to make sure
I just
that
hope
this
that
is
they're
the
all
evolutionary part
three-way.
of
I
the
think
Warzone.
that they
There's
said
great
they're all going to
ideas
be
coming from
three-way.
everyone on
I
the
think
team
they
that
did
they're
say they're
playing
going to
with the
keep
public
that.
consensus and being like,
That's
oh,
going
we
to be
could do
good.
this and we could do this. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled because it's an exciting new feature for us.
Okay. That's
we're
cool.
Back in the game.
Back in the action here. And
If so,
you know, one of the things that the chat was talking about, you know, was about quality of life features. We've been really harping on that because it is important, and a lot of the hardcore players care about those things.
They
We're
play
actually
s-
right on cue.
Oh! Yeah.
I swear I did not rehearse that. Tell us about the way the backpack works now.
Yeah, this is a personal favorite
Okay.
of the team and mine. Like we got together and we thought about what do we want the backpack experience to be like for this version of Warzone, and we did like the deepest dive, like literally 3 days. And just all we did was talk about the backpack, and we got an amazing UI team. And we just thought about like one of the frustrations has been that when you pick up ammo, it goes in your backpack, but then if you drop the gun, you drop the ammo, and then you have to pick up the ammo and you put whatever.
Yeah.
It was like,
True.
we should make space to have 5 dedicated ammo slots, so you can carry. I
That's
think, like, you know,
good, so you can
historical Warzone,
carry,
It's always nice to be the mule.
like you
Yeah,
Like
can
you carry
in
ammo and your buddy goes, hey, you got
in
any sniper
Fortnite.
ammo? And you're like, oh, sure, I've got some.
I'm
You can
going to
drop
be
it for them. And,
referencing
like, we just want to
Fortnite
bring
because
that
that's
back.
probably
And
the only other
Put me
battle
out of a
royale
job
that I
then.
play.
But we kept the backpack because
It
plus the backpack
arguably
opened up so
is,
many new
besides
opportunities,
Warzone,
like,
probably
to be
the
able to
most
carry
successful
multiple
battle
lethals,
royale, I would
multiple
say.
streaks. So it
I
was
know
like, how can
Apex
we
has a,
merge everything
but
we've learned
Fortnite
from
is
Warzone
the
over the
one.
last few years into, like, one
Yeah, I think a lot
Fortnite,
of
you
people
can
are
do
gonna be
that,
very
and
happy about
I think
that.
that's great
Because, you know,
that they're adding
I mean,
that.
you
Okay,
Piece
wanna-
of management.
That's
You don't
a
want to
game
do the
changer, I
inventory
guess.
management.
That's a
sometimes
game
when
changer.
When you're in combat, you don't have time to stop.
That's
pick
game
up your ammo
changer.
again, and so I think that the backpack experience, you're definitely going to see that that's been refined.
Okay,
There's
that's
some other
good.
really interesting tweaks to the UI as well. We obviously added the squad cache widget
Yes.
in the live game, which I
Yep.
think has been really useful. I'm bad at math. I love it. And we're seeing here too, armor plates back to blue.
Being blue.
That's a big one for me. I
I'm
love
glad
that.
they're
It's the
back
little
to
things.
blue.
I think when people get hands on,
I'm glad. They needed to go. I like the blue.
Like everything, like the whole package that we're bringing for season 1 and day 1.
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
Speaking of
That it just looks good.
things
The
coming in
weapons.
season 1,
Yeah.
the new package,
Oh, I want to hear this.
we're hyped hype for the new map.
Yes.
But we also have a lot to offer, all different types of players. And I'm curious, Ted, if you can tell us what other maps we can expect once Earth
This is what I was wanting to hear. I didn't think that they...
So obviously on launch day, they're going to get the brand new big map experience.
Okay.
Alongside it, we'll have Vondel.
Vondel!
We'll have a Sheikah.
Okay.
We'll both have Resurgence. And we'll also have Plunder. Because we know...
I love
Plunder!
There is that core
I love
group.
Plunder.
I always lose, but I love it.
love Plunder.
about that
I
money,
remember
Alex.
when Caldera came out,
get
I
that money.
used Plunder to really get to know the map.
Cash, homie.
That
And
is awesome. So,
I
more
miss
experience is
Plunder.
more
They
more
brought Plunder
variety
back, but
of
in
ways
my
people can
opinion, it
be
was a
able
little
to play
So many
too
different
late
players, and they all play
for
so
a
many
Monster
different
Roster. I'm
reasons. Like,
glad.
what could be the best version of Warzone on day one? It was like, that's the package.
Awesome. So we got a really interesting preview there of maps and modes coming to
Okay,
Warzone
so
when Season
Vondel
1
will be
launches
returned.
later this
Vondel
year.
is not a bad
That
map.
includes, as we
I
said,
did actually
Vondel
play
and
some
Ashika Island,
Vondel
same for Resurgence,
once.
Plunder Day
I
one, and
did.
obviously
It's
the new
actually,
big
it
map
was
in
just the
Urzikstan.
movement, honestly.
But Ted,
Vondel's not
I'm
a bad map
curious,
at all.
as I'm sure
I
many
think
of the
it's
people
probably
behind
one of
me
the
are here today.
best, it's probably the
Warzone
best Resurgence
ranked.
map.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, I
What's
want to
up
hear
with
about
Warzone?
this.
Ranked in Warzone.
So all year long, we've had a great partnership with Treyarch. I think since we launched in Season 3 Reloaded, the feedback has
Look,
just been
Raven
incredible.
and
It's been such a
Treyarch
great
are
experience to
good
see people jump in,
studios
of course.
for Call of
And
Duty.
we know that going into this new year of Warzone, we just want some time to kind of digest that initial feedback and that initial...
Let the map live.
Let it breathe. Let everything breathe,
all the
right?
systems, all the things.
Exactly. So we're excited to say that in early 2024, again, working with Treyarch, we're going to bring
2024.
a brand new ranked
Treyarch is saving Call of Duty.
but apart from that,
And I would say
I was gonna
Raven.
try. I was going to try and pull a Stephanie,
Raven's
see what else I
done
could get
done
out
some
of it.
good
I really
work,
like to dig in.
bringing
Yeah,
some
really
things
is.
back. That looks so good.
I'm sure a lot of
That
people
shooting looks
are
so
over the
good.
moon about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually catching up with TP yesterday, and he was telling me like how much like ranked Warzone has like helped, you know, to like really give him more things to do in the game, right? Because, you know, when you're a competitive guy, you just like to get sweaty and play some ranked games.
Like my buddies and I, who I play with back home in the
This
UK,
rank, though,
like,
that's
when
in
we
Modern
play,
Warfare
it's
2,
that
I
constant,
hope
let's get to gold,
that,
let's get to
and
plat, let's
Warzone
get
2,
to
I
diamond,
hope
let's
that
get
it
to
improves.
everyone.
So I don't,
I don't really
I'm
like
actually
the way
top
it
250,
runs.
but-
yeah,
I
we
hope
gotta
it
come braggers
improves.
over here. All right.
I think it probably will.
Me, I'm dying on the train.
Bottom
you know?
250.
Packing all my ammo mule. I'm out here with a couple gods, and I'm just getting finessed out in the streets. Hate to see it. No, that is excellent, and I think that for a lot of people who really cherish that hyper-competitive
Ooh.
experience, you know,
You almost had it.
that's around the corner. Yeah, excellent stuff. Excellent stuff.
I love some rooftop gameplay, and I'm getting a good
I
taste of
love
vibes.
the
vibes, yeah.
I
buildings.
referenced your vibes on the broadcast.
They
I don't know.
needed to
Is that-
put more
is that-
buildings in.
Oh,
They
back in the
did.
Back in the
It's
gulag.
locked and loaded, I think. Is it locked and loaded? I can't tell.
I see one attachment,
Okay, it's not locked and loaded.
not locked and loaded.
Sad.
Locked
Sad
and
place.
loaded.
One of my
Okay,
favorites.
so there's a
So if anyone
gulag
doesn't know,
that
locked and
has
loaded is
locked and
locked and
loaded.
loaded
You'll
are
actually have
fully loaded
attachments to
SMG,
your
full
weapons.
armor,
Full armor.
which
So
is
it's
great for
And then
regen.
you'll have ones that are full
1v1,
armor.
you keep the weapons
Okay,
go
so
back
we're getting
after
a
if
taste
you
of what
went
these
to gulag.
gulags
Yes.
are.
Absolutely wild.
I like that. I like
When
those
you
little
went,
nuances
yeah.
with still being the
Okay,
tradition.
yes, I always win.
I like
so
that.
I win my ones.
They need it to
If
do
you like
some.
that.
I'm not when we
That is
say
awesome
going
stuff.
back to
But
the
I
old
also,
ways. I do
you
want
know,
them to
with
add
so
some
much
new
that has been shared,
things,
I can't
and,
help but
and it looks
feel
like they are.
Maybe there's just one more thing.
There's always one more
Is there
thing.
one more thing? I knew I was on the money with this stuff. There had to be one more thing.
There's always one more thing.
What do we have?
What do we have? A new resurgence map?
I'm excited to ask Ted, you know, before we let you go, is there anything else we should really know about 2024?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, this is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, to have this opportunity and for me to speak on behalf of Raven and the whole Warzone team.
What are they doing?
And I've said it already, you know, our goal is to make 2024 the best year of Warzone. So when we sat down and thought about it, it's like, how do we deliver that to our players? So I'm
We're
really
delivering it to them in an encrypted message.
Yes. So
It's
next
true.
year we'll be adding Fortune's Keep to the Resurgence map rotation. It's back.
It's back. Fortune's
I
Keep
loved
will
Fortune's
return
Keep.
in early
Some people didn't.
2024,
I
but
loved
that's not
that.
it, Ted.
I loved
see
it. I loved
something
it.
else hiding
Some people
here.
didn't. I liked
So
it.
The best part of this, by the way, is no one here knows. Okay.
Okay.
So after the one more thing, if that wasn't enough, we have Rebirth Island.
Wow.
to satisfy a
Rebirth.
dedicated community.
Yes! Let's go!
in Call of Duty in the Resurgence rotation coming later after
Rebirth
Fortune's Keep,
back!
later in the year
So
in
early
2024.
next year. Early next year.
Yes!
Fortune's Keep. Just following, we'll have Rebirth Island, and I'd love to just give such a big shout out to our
Thank
partners and
you,
friends
Call
at
of
Home
Duty.
Studios and
Thank you.
Peanuts, 'cause without them,
Rebirth
these maps would not
is
be possible.
back.
So, big
Rebirth is back. Oh
I
my
am
goodness,
hyped.
let's
I think
go.
the community's hyped. We know
Ah.
they have been itching to have their hands on Rebirth Island.
Yes.
And speaking of Rebirth Island, I think we're going to hear some exciting stuff coming up next.
Yeah, I'm over the moon. That seems
That's
exciting.
a mic drop.
Yeah,
I
no,
just
really
can't drop
is.
the headset.
I know, you can't drop the mic
Does
because
this flip?
Oh
Still
my
a few more
goodness.
things to do. Still a few more things to do. But,
Ooh.
oh, wow. Well, firstly, I want to thank you for
you.
that. But
Guys,
first,
you.
before we do anything else, let's actually do one last check-in on the
What?
TCL Power Hour. See how many challenges were completed. Okay, so a little
Wow.
we're still at
Wow.
3. Wait,
Wow.
4.
Four?
Ah,
okay.
okay.
The buyback on the drive of the
buyback on
train.
the train. There is, of course, the buy
Fortune's
station
Keep
on
and
the train,
Rebirth.
almost like that
Bring it.
movable
Bring it.
POI.
I'm shocked
Bring
we didn't
it.
get a
Fortune's
breacher
Keep
drone
and
elimination.
Rebirth.
That just seemed
I
like
had
a
no idea
gimme.
about Rebirth.
It really
That's
did.
why I
The
was so
big game
excited about Fortune. I
bouncy
thought, well,
that
at least
thought,
we're
like,
getting
someone
Fortune's
knew.
Keep.
No.
But you know what? It's all new gameplay. This is the first time
They're all
everybody's seeing
discovering
this.
it for the
I
first time.
hope,
They're
though,
learning it for
that
the
with
first time,
they'll put little
and so are the
nuances
folks at
in
home,
these
so
maps.
more to
Just a
come.
little
Yeah,
bit,
that's
not
right. Well, of
much.
course,
Just a
thank
little
y'all for
movement.
playing along.
Little-
and as a
little bit.
reminder, for each challenge completed during
Oh,
the TCL Power
my.
Hour, a winner will be randomly selected. So what I counted 4. I think it was 4
There was
spots.
4, yeah.
So there you
I'm
go. Look
going
at
back
that
to
there. And that's gonna be
Warzone.
picked from all
I'm going
eligible
back to Warzone.
entries
You hear it
for a
now.
total of up to 9 winners. Now,
Here
of course,
now,
to
I'm
enter,
coming.
make
I'm
sure you
coming
tweet
for you,
using the
Warzone.
hashtags CODNext,
Let's
as well as
go.
hashtag
Let's go. Let's go.
TCLX
Wow.
COD sweepstakes. Once
Thank
again,
you. Thank you. Thank you, Call of Duty.
TCLX COD
Wow.
sweepstakes. Very, very
Wow.
important to include
Wow.
that hashtag.
Wow.
Good luck to everyone, and I hope you
Wow.
get yourself an awesome TCL
Wow.
TV. But that, of course, was an amazing first look.
It was
at Earth's
amazing.
Extent and what players can
It's
expect
amazing.
from Warzone in the future.
Okay, so
Ted,
having
before
a
you go,
map
I just wanna
that
thank you
that
so
has
much.
a
And, you know, I told
Caldera
Kevin Miles earlier,
Verdansk
that
feel to
patch,
it.
all the devs that
Movement
have
is
come up with
back.
that passion
Some of the
for
new
what you guys
nuances that they
do,
have in
it
it are
bleeds
amazing. The
through in
gulags and
everything,
stuff.
the way you talk about it. So
And
thank you for sharing that
also,
with us.
Thank you
now
to everyone at
Rebirth
Raven
and Fortress
Software,
Keep.
Every studio that's been contributing this year. We're one big
Yeah,
family.
girls, going
Just-
back
this
to
is the great
Warzone.
privilege of my career to be here
Expect
today
some
with you, so
Warzone content.
grateful for you as well.
Expect some
Yeah.
Warzone
That's
content.
awesome.
Yeah, well,
Can't
we,
wait to
Wow,
we are
wow,
definitely
wow.
grateful to have you
Wow.
and all the devs here to talk.
Here we go.
Experience of
Here
what the
is
Call of Duty
mobile. This is
experience
mobile
could look
now.
and
I used
feel
to
like
play
on a
COD
mobile device.
mobile.
To celebrate this anniversary, here is a look back at some highlights from the past 4 years.
That looks sick. Yo, that thing's crazy. I can't believe this skin. On a mobile game?
Man, actual goosebumps right now.
Okay, here
But
we go.
before
This
we
is
start,
Warzone
I just
Mobile.
want to introduce the very talented people in my desk right now.
They have
Yeah,
delayed
I hold shift
Warzone
right here
Mobile for a
alongside
while. I
SVP and
actually used to
co-studio
play
head of mobile,
Call of
Chris
Duty
Plummer.
Mobile
Welcome,
and
Chris.
playing
How's it
some
going? I've been talking
competitions
to you
for
for
it.
about a
So
year now. The
it's
game
not.
looks
It's not.
honestly
It's not.
super amazing.
It's actually one of the
You know, it's
brighter
hard to
spots for
believe
Call of
it's
Duty.
been 4 years
Call of
since
Duty
we
Mobile.
launched
It's the most
Call of Duty
consistent they've been for
It's
a
been
long
an
time.
amazing journey. One
So,
that
and I'm
attracted
really interested in this
650
Warzone part
million
because if
installs,
for some
and
reason
more
this
than that, it's
Warzone that's
actually-
coming,
if you
actually,
put it
which
in
by the way
perspective,
looks
it's like
good,
taking the entire
if for some
population of the
reason
United
it
States
falters
and
anyway, I
Western
have a
Europe
feeling that
and
a lot of people
combining
will
it.
be going
It's
to
just- it's
that
unbelievable.
because
And we have really have fans around the world to thank for that and for
Verdansk is
welcoming
going to be
Call
the
of Duty
map.
into their mobile
So
lives.
it's
We
going to be
really
interesting.
Appreciate that. As we look into year 4, we're really excited about all the new content coming. We have exciting new seasons. We have all new original content. And really it's going to be exciting to see how players engage with that and we really cement Call of Duty Mobile has always been an important part of the franchise and really cementing it into the future.
And well, speaking of like time in general, right? You were talking about the future, but let's talk about the past for a tiny bit. Just about a year ago, you unveiled a new, but in many ways a really ambitious project,
in the form of Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. Walk me in through it. What's been going on?
It's going to be for dance.
So
it's
Call
going
of
to be
Duty
a
Warzone
lot. I have a
Mobile,
lot.
it's
I have
now
a feeling
in
that a
limited
lot of people
release
will be
in some
checking
select
out. I will
markets.
be checking it
And
out.
It's really been
It's
exciting
definitely
to see
going to
our
be
early
very
adopters
interesting
get their hands on some of the
to
things
see
we
if
talked
this
about
will
last year,
explode the
but now
mobile
proving it out. We're talking about
universe as
shared
far as
progression,
competition and things like that
cross-progression,
go.
shared battle pass.
It's
with
going to be
the
interesting.
console and PC titles. You can get all of that on Call of Duty Mobile now, or Call of Duty Warzone Mobile, and we've been doing it now since the release of Modern Warfare 2. So it's been really exciting to see that cross-progression playing out in the wild.
Okay,
And we've also
that's
been
good.
watching the players jump into those 120 player matches against real human opponents. We know humans are more fun to fight against than bots, and it's really been amazing to watch that at scale. And doing it on the legendary Verdansk map. I mean, we all love that map. It's been fun to see that play out. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. We've also gotten a treasure trove of feedback. I mean, we get feedback from our community, from our team members, from influencers. It's been great to see that community feedback come through too. And you know,
this
we've
has
always
the
been committed
potential
to
again if
telling our
the
community of what's happening, giving them
Warzone, the
latest
original one,
developments. And I know it's been a while, but we
falters
had some
in
things
any
we wanted to say
way,
today.
this
So I'm
has
glad to be back.
Verdansk
Yeah, Chris, you
in
touched
it.
on a lot
Yes,
of different
Rebirth,
things, and it's always fun to
Island,
hear the dev
and
team talk
Fortune's
specifically
Keep
about,
are coming
we
back.
hear you, we see you,
But
I need to know
this
more.
has
We'll take a little
Verdansk.
peek behind the curtain. What are some
If
of the big updates
it
that we should be
falters
looking
in any
forward
way,
to?
this new
Well,
Warzone
first
stuff
off,
that's coming
the
our
graphics are
way,
looking better than ever.
this is
Since
it's
last
going to be
year, game is now
very
rendering at
interesting.
significantly
It's
higher
going to be
fidelity.
very interesting to see
This
if
is
it'll
to make
drive
sure
people
that
to
you
it.
don't miss a
I
single
will
frame
definitely
reaction.
be
You know, there's more pop,
playing
there's
it.
more
I'll
sizzle,
definitely be
there's
playing
a
it and
lot more
trying it out
fluidity, a lot more
because I
detail.
loved Verdansk.
And the team was
I
able
did.
to pull that
I didn't
off
play it
on
as
a
much because it kind
significantly
of came
lower
in towards the
install
tail end,
footprint.
but I
It's
did
actually
love
saving
what I did
over
play.
6
I loved.
gigabytes of data on your device, and that's thanks to Warzone Mobile's new caching system. So that's been great. The improvements don't stop there. The team's also been hard at work on a lot of
Okay, so
polish and
6
improvements
gigabytes.
to
That's not that
everything
big for a
from
game
the
like
way
this.
the game
That's good.
plays and feels, the responsiveness, and even the menu, so that it flows really well. A great example of that is we now have the Gear Up menu. So from one tap,
Okay,
you
so
can
that's
access
good
all of your
actually.
gear, you know, all
There,
your stuff that
the
you earn.
Gear Up
It's
was
now
a
right
little
there.
all
You
over the
can
place,
tweak
so that's
your
good.
loadouts. You can customize all of your weapons in Gunsmith. Gunsmith is also obviously super important. We didn't have that last year. We've got it now. So it really makes it a fully well-rounded experience and makes sure that everything feels just right.
That's cool. In a mobile
and
game.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
just awesome. You can check it out now.
Now, throughout all of what we just saw, last year you guys came out and revealed Verdansk, but I got to talk more game modes. I saw Elisilo on there with some domination. What do you guys got cooked up besides Warzone?
Well, you know, it wouldn't be Call of Duty without multiplayer. And so now to complement the Warzone
That's
Battle
a
Royale,
true
which is kind of the
statement
backbone of the
right there.
experience, we now have in Warzone Mobile.
Look,
the
Warzone is
full
great, but
multiplayer
if
experience our fans,
Call of Duty did
don't
not have
expect.
multiplayer, I
So
don't
we're
think
talking about jumping into these
it wouldn't be Call of Duty
really
anymore.
familiar maps.
It
these
wouldn't. It wouldn't be
frenetic
Call of Duty
battles.
anymore.
You can
That's
get
a
in
true
with your friends
statement.
in and out real quick, or you
The
can play all night
multiplayer
long.
side of
And we're
things is
talking your
very
favorite maps,
important to Call of
most,
Duty.
Recent and
It
familiar
is.
maps like Shoot House and Shipment, and it's all in there right now. And so, in addition to Battle Royale, you can play MP. We even have the Shoot to Ship playlist, which is perfect for grinding out those camos, regardless of what platform you're on. You might be on the go, on the train, go in, grind a camo out.
That's
It's
cool.
really great.
I mean, definitely when you're talking about that cross progression, that is definitely one thing that we already saw last year in November. We were talking about it before we actually went here on the desk, is a significant part of the game. And now
That's
we're
good.
seeing all of these features being embellished, being tweaked, really good and polished. But the question on everyone's minds, I got to put you on the hot seat here, Chris. I have to ask, when is Warzone Mobile dropping and
That's
available
a
for
very
everyone to
good,
play?
Well, we
question.
understand that everyone wants to know when Warzone Mobile will be available worldwide, and we hear you. We know that's important. The beauty of our limited release is it's given us a unique opportunity to see the true strengths and opportunities for improvement in the game. And over recent months, we've really discovered some just huge opportunities to make the game even better, and we took full advantage. I think what you will see today
when is it
is that
going
was
to
time well
release?
spent. The game is now massively involved. It is advanced in every way since we showed it last time. And we just really have a few more things we want to polish up before we release around the world in spring of 2024.
Spring of 2024.
The big thing about this.
Notice they didn't give a
I know we
specific
pre-registered
date.
last year when you went through this whole thing, and there were a lot of cool exclusive rewards that came out with that. But the window's still open. People can still register today.
Oh, absolutely. You can still pre-register and pre-order on Google Play and Apple App Stores.
I don't know if they'll be coming out in
helps
spring.
unlock for the community some
I don't
exclusive
know. They didn't give
pre-reg,
us a
rewards,
specific date.
which is
I don't
awesome.
know.
So if you have not pre-ordered yet,
I
get
understand
out your
this is
phone.
a
You should
big
do it right now. You see
undertaking,
the
though.
code
There's
on the
nothing
screen.
really
It's
like it. Yes,
free.
there's PUBG
You
Mobile and
gotta
things
get
like
in on
that,
it,
but this
because
is on a bigger
it's been,
scale than
like,
that. So
such a
I
huge
understand
reaction
that it
when we
takes
first
a
announced our
while to
pre-order
get
this
get
event
going.
last year.
I
We were the
understand.
fastest Activision Blizzard or King game to get to 15 million pre-registrations. Super excited.
Well, it's for
But
dance.
then
What can
tens
you
of millions
expect?
more players piled in, and believe it or not, the
A lot of
audience has
content
now
creators I
gotten
saw
to this,
when
like,
they played it last
mind-shattering
year,
45
they actually were
million
surprised how much they actually
pre-registrations.
liked
So you
the
got
mobile
to join the
side of
45
things.
million if you're not in it yet, and pre-register for free. I just want to say, like, on behalf of Beanox, Digital Legends, Activision Shanghai Studio, and Solid State Studios, the entire development team working on this game finds it so motivating to see those pre-order numbers. We want you guys to pile in. It's so motivating for us, and we're just so appreciative, and we thank you all for the feedback and the patience as we approach that worldwide release announcement.
Well, Chris, we have to give you a massive thank you for coming on and kind of just giving us the front-loaded side of everything. But I know that's not it. The theme of the day has been there's always one more thing, or at least one more thing. Anything else kind of close and dear to your heart that you want to share with us today?
As a matter of fact, there's something that we want to disclose today. Yeah, I mean, what's awesome about Call of Duty Warzone Mobile is we really want to have this full experience, and now we have something that's a huge new addition to the offering that's combines sort of the best elements of Warzone Battle Royale with your favorite NP matches and kind of puts those together in one like amazing combined experience. It's something that's actually really familiar to fans of the franchise. You might even heard a tease about this from the Warzone section earlier today, but we are really excited to bring it to Call of Duty Warzone Mobile now. And so what we'll do is we'll give you a sneak peek of that, and then we'll get in for some hands-on frenetic gameplay action. So we'll take it away.
What is it? I knew it! I predicted it! I predicted it! Go back and watch my video. I predicted this happening. That they were going to be adding Rebirth in here. Okay, I predicted. Your girl predicted it. Your girl predicted it. Makes sense. Makes sense to me. Makes sense. Let's go. It makes sense. It will be interesting to see if it will be the original map that will be coming back in the... I have a feeling it will be the original map in the bigger Warzone. But I also have a feeling that there might be a few little nuances, which there should be. But I knew this would happen. I knew this would happen. It makes sense because they're, of course, Verdansk is coming. Why not the original Rebirth? Come on. Oh. Okay, Cars 2. That's another thing. There's going to be a lot to this, so it's going to take them a while to probably get this down packed. Wow. I predicted this. I predicted this. I knew it. I knew it. Let's go.
We can't wait to drop in on Rebirth Island, but joining us now are some of the incredible minds behind Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. Welcome Beatriz Gonzalez from Digital Legends and Tom Hess from Solid State Studios. Thank you both for being here. I know it has been a long journey for you guys, but I just want to start with you, Tom. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, we're super excited. We've been working on this game for a long time, so excited to see people playing it, and yeah, really excited to be here. So.
How about you, B? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I think this is a great opportunity for us to connect with the players and soak up with this amazing atmosphere that we have here today. So pretty good.
I gotta dig into the meat and potatoes here, friends.
All right.
Because you hear Call of Duty Warzone Mobile,
but some of the gameplay that we just saw included multiplayer. But Tom, I know that's not it. You guys are working on the BR side, the multiplayer side, and so much more. What do you guys have cooking up?
Yeah, so first and foremost, we have Battle Royale, which is kind of the main staple. It is everything that players are accustomed to in Warzone, Battle Royale. And what that means is we've got loadouts, we've got contracts, we've got kill streaks, we've got the buy station.
That's cool.
And we even have the original gulag. So I think players are going to love it. Yeah.
That's so cool. I know that that's always been one of the things nostalgic-wise. People see the word Verdansk and they assume that it's going to come with all the bells and whistles, and this time it sounds like it has.
Yeah, we've got it all. So
so now they're all playing. So they're all playing the
Stream,
Warzone.
though,
Okay.
you can see how good the graphics are. Everything seems to be very much optimized. I remember playing this yesterday, and it felt so different compared to the last time I actually played this game.
Ew, that,
like what
for
you
a
already
mobile
mentioned,
game, it looks
multiplayer
good.
is already part of the game. You already know me. You asked me before the broadcast, what's your favorite game mode? For me, it's Hardpoint.
Yeah. Yeah, so we are with, every Call of Duty has to have the modes. So we've got that in multiplayer. We've got Team Deathmatch, we've got Kill Confirmed, we've got Hardpoint, we got Search and Destroy, and we got Domination. And then, we're going to be coming out with new modes over time that I think players are going to love.
So tell me a little bit more here, because I know that there's so much bundled into all of this.
Yeah.
But again, I feel like we're approaching this as not a mobile game, but there's Mobile Royale as well that you were talking about
Yeah,
before.
we're really excited about that. That is a game unique to mobile players. It is for players that want a shorter session or are on the go. But still offers everything that makes Battle Royale
Okay,
great.
so
you get
it's
all the
going.
same,
There's not going to be as many players
features
probably
and
dropping
mechanics
in.
from Battle Royale, but it's just at a little
But
quicker
it's
pace,
cool.
meant for mobile players that we think is going to be really exciting for that audience.
You already mentioned it a while ago that, yes, we have so many new things, new modes here in Warzone Mobile, but Christian actually mentioned it when we saw the trailer for it. We saw Rebirth being played a while ago. So
I know.
how is that going to be like?
Predicted.
Yeah, we're excited
I
today to announce that we're going
it.
to have Resurgence
Wow.
mode in Rebirth. It's like the perfect mix of multiplayer and Battle Royale that is 100% unique to Call of Duty.
That pulls out the
Players
heartstrings,
already
doesn't
playing
it?
right
Seeing
now,
Verdansk right
and
there.
We're excited to reveal that. So.
Ooh, baby.
A lot of new things
Miss those
happening
days,
here.
wow.
And one of my personal favorites here in COD, uniquely, is definitely the loadouts for all those different game modes.
Wow.
Can you tell me more about what features like Gunsmith
That
will
was
look like
good for a mobile
players?
game.
Yeah, we have
wow.
it all. We have it all. So Gunsmith, we've got, you're able to unlock all the attachments mainline. You can get do the camo grinding, unlock the camo. You can get the stickers. You can get all the different things to make it your own, customize it to your type of gameplay.
Wow.
And just go out
That's
there and have a
cool.
great time
Okay.
with new ones, so.
And on top of that, the 120 real players that was touched upon, that's not just like we hope to have 120 real players. That's already happening with the limited release.
120 players. Yeah, it's great.
That's nice. That's good.
It's a ton of fun. The players have already been telling us they know when they take someone
Good.
down.
I
that
can't
that
get
was a
over
real
that.
player,
This
you
is a
know?
mobile
Yeah, so
game. This
we
actually
think
looks
a win means
decent.
so much more
Wow.
when you do it that way.
Some
So
mobile
we're
games
excited
are a
about
little.
120 players.
And something
This looks
that
actually
you have to
good.
deal with when you're actually going up
Graphics-wise,
against a
it
1v,
looks
how
good.
many players in this map who are, yes, real people. You need to have really good
Wow.
movement. And one thing that stood out to me the most while playing Warzone Mobile was how accurate it was compared to Warzone on console and PC. So how was it like going through all of that?
Yeah, well, you're
Wow.
seeing everyone out here playing Call of Duty right now. And one of the things that is true about this all is that we are using a shared tech. And with that shared tech, we get all the great fluid movement, animation, everything
I told you guys that the biggest thing that they would probably focus on is movement. And they have shown you throughout this whole entire thing that the movement is back and it's throughout the whole entire thing.
And I
Now,
want to say, when
I've
we were
heard
looking
some
through some of the
creators
gameplay, I
say,
saw a couple of vehicles smoking.
It's
So
fast. It's
just
not as
movement
fast as
on the
it
ground
probably
with
could
boots.
be,
You guys
but
added a whole
it's
couple of
there.
vehicle
I'm not
efficiencies.
complaining.
taking
It's
vehicles
there.
to the next level.
You
can,
have that
take out
option
the
now.
tires of the
That's
vehicle,
good.
Disable it and then go in for the kill, or if you just want to take out the vehicle itself and take out everyone in it, you could do that too. So it's up to you. A lot of different ways to play with those vehicles.
I can't wait to
And
drop in
guys,
here.
It's just, I think if anyone maybe missed the fact that we swapped to
I
Warzone
did,
Mobile, they'd be like, wow,
honestly.
this still looks
I'm
like,
going
what
to
am I
say,
watching? This still looks
honestly,
like regular Warzone.
having
The graphic
Rebirth
fidelity
and
is
Fortune's Key
unbelievable, but you compare to last
come
year
back
on top of it,
is so.
I mean,
I
I'm hard
could
pressed to,
never
like, pinch
predicted
myself
that.
that
I
there's no way
could
this is a mobile
never
game.
have predicted that coming in the original big Warzone. I should say, not mobile.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Okay.
I
It's easy.
expected
So
it
last
to
year,
come back.
we've increased the base
And
resolution.
here I predicted
So
it because
what you hear is a lot more
Verdansk,
sharper,
so why not
and the version that
Rebirth
these
on
guys have
mobile?
played
But
here
wow,
is a whole new map version. So we've increased
Wow.
the texture quality. We've done a
They've
full
really.
gliding pass. We have
I
protection
told you
growth.
guys
This is
in
a lot of
past
work that's gone
videos.
into what you're
I
seeing here on your
some people are
screen.
saying
So
this is going to
the
be
team's
the
done an
best
amazing
Call of Duty
job.
of all time.
And
I
there's
don't
another key
necessarily
thing
think this is
here,
going to be the best
that
Call of Duty,
contributes to
one of the
this-
best Call of Duties
these
of all
beautiful
time.
images that you're seeing,
I
which
think
is
this
that
is going to be a
the
good
engine
Call
will,
of Duty.
the
It's
scale
going
of
to
the
be
dynamics, the fidelity,
band-aid,
the
if
core
you will,
usage,
of Call of
a
Duty.
ton
This
of
is going to
things,
fix
so you
things.
can have like
And then
a
the
better balance
Treyarch
between
Black
graphics and
Ops game that's
performance and
coming out
battery.
the following year,
And the neat thing is that
2025,
now the users, quite
that
recently,
is going
they
to
can
be
choose what they want to prioritize
a
with the new
fantastic
graphics
Call of
settings.
Duty. I'm
Absolutely. I
saying
mean,
it
okay,
already.
So Shifty brought up a really
That's
good
going
point.
to be one of the
You
best
said
Call of
that
Duties.
it did look like Warzone. When I was looking at it, I had to double check my screens. Like, is this Warzone mobile or not? And you mentioned it's so good, B. Like, everything else looks so good on screen.
It looks
And
it
before
looks
the
clean.
show, I was
It looks
putting
clean.
up on YouTube Call of Duty Warzone mobile on YouTube, and the first thing that you would always see is gameplay, ultra max settings right there, and it always looks so crisp, so good. But one thing that I have to ask that is something that will definitely be a question in everyone's head is, not everyone has access to the highest end devices. And the question that a lot of people may ask is, can I play it on my device?
Okay.
Yeah, that's all right. We got you back. So in our limited release countries, we're already running over 6 generations of devices, and we've been increasing
That's
the
good.
device
I was
support.
going to
So
say
if you have
though,
something like
with
an
these
iPhone 8
new
Plus, or you
phones
have
that are
like a
coming
Samsung
out,
A71,
they can
come
handle
join us.
something
Come join
this
the game. We
big.
got you.
It's really interesting
And, you know,
where
regardless of
mobile
what
gaming
device
is
you bring in,
going. It is.
we are working continuously
They
on
are
performance.
now
So
with
we've
the
been
new
managing some
iPhones that come out.
devices to double
They're
it
here
from
to
30
compete now,
FPSs to 60.
and the mobile
So, you know,
gaming
and
side
we
of
are
things.
keep always
So that's
working
going
on
to be very
performance. So
interesting and
we're
very
trying to get as
very
many people as
interesting to
possible
see how
to
that
enjoy a
evolves over
very
the years.
Nice and smooth ride when they play the game.
Because I
But
think
our
it's only going to
players
go up
must
and up.
probably like hearing that statement.
Right, because if you
And
think
mentioned
about
that
it,
there are
even though
settings
you
to
got
optimize a
Nintendo
player's
Switch and things like
device.
that
So
out
to
there,
ensure the best possible experience,
your
can
phone
you
was
go
the very
into
first
more
handheld that
detail
you
on this?
had
Yeah,
as far as
absolutely. So
gaming,
right
and
now, with the introduction of the
that's
graphics
very
settings,
interesting.
um,
It's going
we
to be
put the
interesting to
power,
see.
In the hands of the user to choose how they
Now
what they
that's
wanna
interesting. I feel like the time to
prioritize
kill is a little
for their
slower on
device,
this,
right? So
maybe
they
because
have,
this
like, a
is
custom
mobile.
experience.
That's very
Right now, they
interesting
can
right
choose
there.
between, battery or
Maybe that's
graphics
just
quality
the
or performance, and
video.
the upcoming versions, they're gonna have more options to choose from, so we offer better granularity. And you know, regardless of what you try to choose to prioritize, we have put systems in place, a new optimization, so you are getting like a much better session, much finer graphics.
That was a good
much
move.
better
All right.
performance throughout more of your session.
It's just, I think a lot of people that maybe are traditional Warzone players, they go to update the game on PC, and it's like, this is going to take 3 hours to do. So how have you guys managed to deal with the capacity, the size, the things that come with, like, I only have a phone, how do I store this? Because, I mean, let's be honest, we assume we see the name Warzone, and it's going to be a huge file, but you guys have really combated against that.
Yeah, so we heard that this from the community, and if you go now to download it from the store, it would be about 40% smaller than it was a few months back.
That is impressive. Again, with the technology
store
that
more of
is
your, like,
going
cat
into
pictures,
mobile
no
gaming,
problem.
it's going to be interesting to see where mobile gaming goes, because phones are now catering to it. Again, the new iPhone is catering
so
to it.
valuable for everyone in the community to
It's
actually hear. So B and
these
Tom,
phones
thank you so much
can
for
handle
joining
it
us,
now.
but right now, I
So
feel
that's
like when it comes
interesting
to
right
everything
there, and that's
together,
good that they're
polishing
making it
everything
smaller
up,
because
what are
they can
your
do that with the
final
technology
emotions
now.
leading up to it, I want to start with you, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been a lot of work from the team and what we've put into this game, and you know,
Ooh.
watching players today play it, watching other people be able to tune in and see it. It's really exciting for us. We're so excited of what we've built and what is yet to come. So.
Yeah, likewise. I mean, to me, hearing the excitement in the atmosphere here is super revitalizing, and it's sort of reminds you what we're doing, what we do, right?
It
And
looks
we do it
smooth.
for
The
the
gameplay
players,
looks a little chunky.
and so we are very
Again, it
excited
is a
for
mobile
this.
game.
I
It's
think
going to
the
be
craziest thing
automatically
again
a
for
little
me, I
chunkier.
kinda
However,
keep going back to the fact that this is just, it's
it
so
does look
much
smooth
more
though.
than
Still,
just
even though it's a
Warzone
little
with the Battle
chunkier,
Royale. I mean, if you could take the time to
interesting.
sell this product in your
It's
own
going to
words
be
to
it's
those
going to
people
be
that maybe
interesting,
never
and
touched
it
COD
could just
Mobile
be
before,
what we're
how
getting
would you
coming
best frame
in
it to somebody who
again.
has not gotten their fingers
So
on
it
a
could
phone
run
playing this game
smoother
yet?
than what
Yeah,
it
I
looks
mean,
like,
it
but
offers a lot. It offers, like I said, the Battle Royale. The
usually
Royale
mobile
for the
games
shorter
like this
sessions,
are a
the
little bit chunkier.
multiplayer, and
However,
we're
for
just
a
gonna
mobile
keep
game,
growing it over
again,
time.
even though it looks a little
I-
chunkier,
again,
it's
it's a
still
great,
it
I think,
still is
addition to the
kind it's running impressively.
Oh yeah, you already know that on my way home, I'm gonna be playing some Warzone Mobile on my phone for sure, since we are on a very tight schedule. There is times that I really want to play at home. I really want to grind Call of Duty on my PC, but I just don't have the time. So it's the perfect opportunity to actually bridge players who otherwise have never heard of mobile.
Wow.
Doesn't even know that a tech like this actually is on screen. So yeah, it looks super cool right now. I mean, B, you already said it, it's optimized for people who have lower end devices. You could actually play
And
this.
that's
It's actually
good. And that's
amazing.
good.
Yeah, absolutely. And what you said there about the space, I mean, we've done a lot of work on that area. We put like a cache system. We put, you know, a high-res asset streamer. You know, it's a whole, like a lot of work and a lot of care is being put into this game. So we,
That's the thing about this event, and we'll talk about it after the video and the outro. It does seem like they're putting some care into all this stuff. I do. I like that.
It's not out of touch with what a mobile gamer would want. You know, the mini Royale style of it, the mobile Royale rather. I think that's a really cool way to kind of keep it authentic and organic to a mobile experience.
Yes, again, you're not going to be dropping it with as much players. That makes sense. It's mobile. They need to keep it that way. They're right. That's important.
When we look at play patterns of mobile players, it's different. You're not always just sitting down and playing for a couple hours. You just want to jump in and jump out. And we really wanted to make sure that the game had features and game modes that handled that. So, you know, that's what we've got. But it's not just for, I think, mobile players. Even if you are a console or PC player, like,
this is going to bring a lot of console and PC players, I think, to mobile Call of Duty.
Right? So
I do, because they're going to want to. They're going to want to try the Verdansk. And like me, I used to be mobile. I used to play more mobile.
This is
but
a really
yeah,
good bridge
this is
to
going to be
have. The fact
interesting.
that you could play Warzone Mobile right in your hand, grind those camos at the same time. You could go at home, you keep reiterating it just because of how big of a deal it is, and it is just so unique to both of the games. But again, a question to both of you. Just feel free to answer here, because at this point, I have so many questions in my head. So what makes it so unique? What does Warzone Mobile actually have compared to Warzone in general in PC or console?
Do you want to go ahead?
No, go for it. Go for it. I leave it to the expert.
I mean, you know, we're a free-to-play game on mobile, and we've got both.
Warzone is free to play. Period.
With that. We've got multiplayer, which I think is a big standout, and you know, we've got.
The thing about the mobile things is that they just have new seasons. It doesn't change.
Yeah, I think.
And that is a strength. It's almost like the way Fortnite runs. Again, I know I keep going back to that, but that's the only really other big battle royale that I can think of. There is Apex and things like that, but as far as things carrying over, and that's the thing about mobile as well.
Like even in the teaser after Chris's segment, seeing some like a reflection back to some of the streamers' reactions to camos and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's just unreal what you guys were able to do on. Again, it's just this is on.
I think that's what makes mobile gaming, the mobile Call of Duty, probably the most consistent.
As a mobile gamer first,
and
picking it up as kind
in
of
the
a side
Call of Duty,
hobby,
in the past few Call of Duty games, because it really doesn't change. You just get seasons.
Yeah, that was our
and
goal,
you get new maps and stuff. But as far as movement and stuff, it stays the same. Which does give it an advantage over the bigger games.
Asking a lot of questions to our devs, but Shift,
Oh,
I have
gosh.
a question
No.
for you, buddy.
Tell
No, I
me.
mean, because like you've been playing this game, you've been playing COD in general for the longest time, And now you're seeing games like Call of Duty Mobile, you're seeing games like Warzone Mobile. How does it feel like? The nostalgia factor bringing back into this mobile games must be insane.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And I think the biggest thing in kind of seeing the reaction from, like, especially our normal Warzone creators is that they were watching over the shoulder of some of the mobile players that are here. And they're like, we've been asking for Verdansk-style gameplay for so long. And I think you're going to get a lot of people, like, scratching an itch saying, wait a second, the game looks this good, it's going to feel that good, and they're watching players move around like they used to.
That's what I said.
It's really
Sorry,
awesome
I
to
was
see
being
that
quiet
bridge
there. I was
kind of
just
surface and
listening.
kind of get in between what was and what is now
That's
there.
what
And
I
that's
was
always been kind
saying.
of a staple
I
for COD
think
Mobile,
people
and
are
I think
going
that's
to go
super
try
exciting,
out
especially
purely
from, like, the design
because
element of where
it's
your guys'
Verdansk.
focus has been from the
I'm
get-go.
definitely going to be trying it out when it comes
when
out.
it comes to like the focus and all of that, right? It is important that when it comes to a game, how you're going to be able to get into it. Usually mobile for a lot of the time, that could be the gateway for a lot of new gamers to actually get into COD,
That's
which is
true.
really something nice to see here. And
Especially
I feel
the
like
younger
we're on the opposite sides
generations.
of the spectrum. You've been playing COD for the longest time. I'm much of a newer gamer. So for me, having both of these really being connected is really thanks to people like you to kind of just weave everything together to have such nice and solid gameplay. But yeah, it feels super great right now. We've been seeing a lot of optimizations.
Again, you
We're
can
so
tell that
happy
they've
with what
taken
we're
really
seeing.
good care
The
of
mobile
it.
community, they're absolutely pumped up behind me. But I just gotta say, I don't want to keep you here for any longer. Thank you so much.
It
Pete
looks
and
good.
Tom.
It looks
I
good.
mean, the gameplay
It's going
is
to be
absolutely insane,
it's going
and
to
I
be
already know
interesting
that
to
before
see
we
how
leave,
many
we gotta
players
see some
actually
more
go try
gameplay in
it.
here.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you
It's
so
going
much.
to be good. It's going to be good.
The
Let's
other
go.
thing
Let's go.
that's
Yeah.
interesting
This
about
looks good. Let's
all
go.
of what we're going to be seeing through
Hi everyone, I'm back. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, the live reaction to COD Next. I'm going to first go over the event all around. It was a good event. I think it was a good event. They did a good job, and they did a good job at answering all the questions that I had. I actually got some predictions right, as y'all saw there at the end of Warzone Mobile. I predicted that there would be probably a rebirth coming to that. It just made sense because they're doing Verdansk, so it made sense for that to be back. But let's go ahead. We're going to go bam, bam, bam real quick. This will be quick. I won't get into much detail. I'll do another video later on about everything that we know about Modern Warfare 3 now. I will do one of that eventually. But I'm just going to do some things that, for each category that, stood out. Let's talk about multiplayer. Movement. In fact, the whole entire thing, movement. I told you guys, that is what the whole show was going to be about, and basically it was. That was something that they kept saying throughout the whole entire show, and that actually all the movement is the same, and every single one of them is the same. So the movement that you have in multiplayer, you're going to be having it in Warzone as well. There's not going to be any difference. It's going to be the same, and actually in Warzone Mobile, it looks like it's going to be the same in there as well. So there you go. I told you guys movement would probably be one of the biggest things that they would touch on, and they did. Another thing that I liked was recoil on weapons. It's better. You're actually able, you don't just go all over the place when you do that. It's actually better. You have a little bit of recoil. I'm fine with that, but it's actually good. It actually looks like you can really shoot well with the guns that are in here. I also like the maps, the OG maps. They look incredible on this new engine. They look really good, and I liked that how they added some of the things on the old OG maps. I really like that. I also like that that they're going to be adding some newer maps. I do like that, and they're actually going to be adding newer 6v6 maps later on in the in seasons to come. Season 1, I think they said that they're going to be, if I remember correct, I should have written this down. But yeah, I think there's going to be, so I like that there is going to be a war. There's going to be a war mode now, and of course, ground war is coming back. I like ground war. I felt like that in this Modern Warfare 2 that's out right now, it just wasn't for me because it felt too much like Battlefield, which, by the way, I do like Battlefield. However, when I'm playing Call of Duty, I don't want to be playing Battlefield. I want to be playing Call of Duty. Y'all know what I'm saying? So, anyway, there's multiplayer basically in the whole. I will go into more detail later on. Let's move on to Warzone because there's a lot to unpack over there. Actually, no. Let's back up here. Let's go. Let's back up. Let's back up to zombies real quick. I forgot. Zombies. I am a little on the fence of zombies. I'm going to be honest with you. There are elements that I like to this. I'm glad that it's not PvP. I like that I can drop in and I can team up with other teams. I do like that. I like the gas idea that is going to slowly push you towards the middle. That kind of takes care of the round base kind of thing. I do like that. My only concern is that it's still going to be too much like DMZ. I hope that's not. The only really thing that stood out that I'm on the fence about actually is the weapons and how you can carry them over into other games. I find that interesting. It could be a really cool thing. It could be. Or it could be or it could be something that maybe that I don't know. I don't know. The thing about dropping in zombies all the time is that it is hard. That's the whole point. So you drop in with a wonder weapon to begin with. I'm just not too sure. I think that's cool, but at the same time, that takes away the little bit of challenge that is in zombies. So I find that very interesting. It's also going to be interesting down the road how they're going to change the map. I'm hoping that the map will evolve over time so it looks different. I hope that does. But overall, I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see how it all plays out. I do like that they're going to have story challenges because that will take care of the story part of it. I was on the fence about that, but they've taken care of that, and actually I'm fine with that. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think I will save everything until after I play it. But look, Treyarch is the head of it. Sledgehammer is doing them with them, but Treyarch is the one that's heading this up. So I expect it to be at least good enough until they come out with their own zombies. I do. Now the next thing is Warzone. Warzone. Can we talk about Warzone for a second? I did not expect them to go so hard with Warzone. I knew that the new map would be showing up. It looks great. Again, I'll get into, and I'll do another video about this and we'll get into more detail. It looks incredible. Actually, it really does. It looks like a mixture of Caldera and Verdansk. You heard that they said it was really the size of Caldera. That's a perfect size in my opinion. It didn't need to be as big as El Mazrah. I think El Mazrah is too big. And I like that there's not as much dead space. There's a lot of rooftop battles, and I like that they're changing up the gulag. The gulag is bringing back the old gulag that we all know that has a three-way. But there also is going to be some nuances. There's going to be a dark mode. There's going to be a cash one. I like that. I like that they're doing those little nuances, but keeping it OG as well. The map looks good and the movement looks good, and your girl's definitely going to be trying some Warzone and trying to go back to it, particularly because this was the big surprise, and I did not expect this, is that they're bringing back Fortune's Keep and they're bringing back Rebirth Island. I did not see that now coming. Now, it's going to be interesting to see if they come back in their original look, original maps, or there's going to be different nuances to them. I kind of would like there to be a little bit of differences. Not much, look, not much, but a little bit of differences. I would like to see that, in particular with Rebirth, just a little bit. And I'm not saying change it drastically. I'm just saying maybe weather coming to the map, or maybe a new building or two on there. You guys get the picture. Not something drastic, but just a little bit of something here to make it a little bit fresh and new. But anyway, that is Warzone, and I'm here to tell you, purely because they're bringing back Rebirth, your girl will definitely be going back to Warzone, purely because of that. And so now, what was that? Oh yeah, mobile Warzone. Mobile Warzone looks interesting. I predicted that they were going to bring back Rebirth on there. You go back in past videos and see that I said that. I predicted it. It looks good. For a mobile game, it looks clean. It looks good. It does look a little chunky, the little bit of movement, but again, it's a mobile game, so it's not going to be as smooth. But for a mobile game, again, but on the flip side, it looks smooth because for a mobile game, and I'm excited to see about the future of mobile gaming anyway, because phones are starting to, you can see with this new iPhone 15 that just came out, they are catering to the gaming side of things. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see. And as they said throughout the whole entire event, this feels like they've really taken care. They really have tried to be careful with these things that they're bringing in. They're bringing in some OG stuff and they're taking care of them, but they're getting them little nuances, and I like that. I like that a lot. And I like that movement's back. And I like that red dots. And even red dots on Warzone is back as well, and I like that as well. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on the event. I will be doing another big video somewhere down the line of everything that we know. I will be doing probably a video on the beta sometime. I will go ahead and tell you guys I'm going on vacation next week if nothing happens. So you'll probably be seeing some gameplay from my hotel room. I'm being honest, you probably will, because it'll be during the early access that I get for the beta, because I got it on PC. So there you go. Anyway, just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Let me know in the comments below, what are you most excited about? What are you looking forward to? And do you think that this COD Next event was good? I actually think it was decent. I thought it was good. They had good little surprises. It was almost like, oh, one more thing. So I like that. But again, like, comment, and subscribe. You do not have to, but I would love for you to. And I will see you in the next video. Well, that you see me in. Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye bye. I think the zombies will be good. I think it will be good. It'll be interesting, particularly if you're more of a solo player like me. It will be interesting. It will be interesting. But again, it's Treyarch, so I expect something to be really good. I expect it to be good. I do.